What's up, guys? What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. I wanted to do this video, I think, the other day, but I cancelled it because I was like, you know what?
Hold on, you wanted to do it before Verts fucking rejected us?
No. I wanted to do this video after Verts rejected us because I did it. By the way, Dubs, that masterclass of a video you were laughing at, people have just given me credit. And somehow
Which one?
The one. Do you know where I went and did a research on Verts and took the L while I was doing that nice video?
Bro, you're basically Liverpool's #1 scout.
Man, I am hurt.
How are you feeling today?
I don't know, man. I don't
I'm not meaning football. Come on, this season has fucking it's made us be able to take shit news better. So
I don't look. Why do you seem like more relaxed? I want to ask you, why are you more relaxed?
Well,
I see you went and got a good haircut. You're looking good. It means
I went and rejuvenated my hairline. Bro, do you know what it is? That this season has reminded me, like,
where you come from.
Yeah, I guess. And like, bro, like it's got me back to a point where football is football. I'm going to enjoy it no matter what. I'm so fucking frustrated, bro, but I'm able to take on other people's opinions, know that I've been wrong about things, and that this is the beauty of why we do football YouTube, is to discuss things and everyone's got an opinion. I'm probably, if there's stages, I'm at the stage of realization, and like, it's shit that we like, bro, today, this is football. Like, this time last week, what are we with Friday? So this 6 days ago, we just lost the final to Crystal Palace. And I honestly thought Man United were going to get Champions League football and win a trophy, right? And we were not going to get Champions League football. I felt really bad. 3 days later, sorry, 2 or 3 days later, we beat Bournemouth. We're back in a Champions League place. The day after, Man United lose to Tottenham, right? And all of a sudden, I'm in a good place, right? This is football, right? You can't, and by the way, if you're always up here, it becomes very boring, right? So, and now we're at a point where it's not good news, because for me, it's not only that, like, it was bad that we weren't getting Verts. That was bad news, because I think we need Verts right now. We really
it's worse he's going to Liverpool.
Oh, bro, come on, bro. Like, I'll be honest with you. Someone said to me about next season. Now, I thought about it and thought, you know what? For the last 6 weeks, I have not been focusing on next season, because I've been focusing on, we can't even think about next season till we get Champions League football, right?
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Right, because it's part of the rebuild and everything. We have to focus on the here and now. However, now that I think we are going to get Champions League football, I can start looking at next season. I look at next season and I go, for the first time for quite a while, we're not, and this is even after Liverpool won the league, we might have been favourites going into the next season. We've been the team that everyone needs to keep up with for years.
And
right?
everybody fears us, but
and that's where when they're trying to play keep up with us, we can make certain signings knowing we're better than everyone else. So even if we make certain signings, we're still going to stay here, and they have to play catch up. But where we are right now, like, and this is, we are about to go into game week 38, right? We can't sit here and say our squad's better than Arsenal, our squad's better than Liverpool, because on paper, currently, it is not. The average age is not better than theirs neither, right? So, and the pool, Arsenal are a big club, Liverpool are champions, European heritage, their pool, right? All of this is truth, bro. I'm like,
yeah, but can I ask you something? Are you not like, look, the Declan Rice thing? I remember I was hyping Declan Rice when he was at. I remember I was having arguments with Carl. I was like, Carl, Rice is quality. And then he was like, no, he's not all that. Then I got pissed off when he went to Arsenal instead of us. Look, the Rice thing, I accepted.
I wanted him.
Yeah, I accepted it.
But this is
Zubamende.
Hold on. But the Rice thing is different, yeah, because this is the thing. If we go back to 2 summers ago, right? City were in for Declan Rice, and anyone that says we weren't, we were in for him. However, there was a difference, right? Arsenal needed Declan Rice. We did not, right? He would be an improvement to our squad. So City said, do you know what? We're going to offer this, right? And it's up to you. Because if you don't accept it, we're going to walk away. And we walked away. And at that point, fair enough. In hindsight, actually, I wish we would have stayed in for a bit more, because if we got Declan Rice, we wouldn't be in the situation we're in right now, right? This season would have been a better season with Declan Rice than without Declan Rice. But at that point, we were fine. We didn't need him. My issue is this season, we now need Florian Wirtz, right? This is not it would be a nice to have. We need him. And don't get me wrong. Listen, we might find a way around this. But my worry is, at the moment, we came third, yeah? Now, I could act like, and any City fans watching this, it's, this guy's mad negative. Trust me, I'm not, yeah? I am not a negative.
Dubs is one of the positive ones, to be honest with you.
I'm real. And at this point, we can't claim we have a better squad than Arsenal or Liverpool. We came third for a reason. They came second and first for a reason, right? So we are now the team playing catch up. Now, at this point, I am seeing Liverpool, who just won the league. Liverpool, who just signed, just got Salah and Van Dijk to extend. They've still got Alisson. They've still got McAllister. They've still got Konate. They've still got all these players. They still have a pool. They're getting a left back and a right back. Like, they're very advanced, right?
Yeah.
And now they're getting Wirtz, right? Arsenal are being linked with Zubimendi and Gyökeres, right? Now, let me remind you, we are playing catch up on these two teams now. This isn't like different seasons. We're playing catch up, and we have just lost out on Wirtz, who I really fucking wanted, to Liverpool, who I don't even think fucking need him. Right?
They don't need him. They've got McAllister, Gravenberch, and Szoboszlai.
Bro, it's what, and this is a thing. Liverpool winning leagues don't worry me, because Liverpool win leagues, they win cups, they do this, they do that. They don't retain trophies ever, right?
They might this time.
That's my worry. I don't care about Liverpool winning trophies and dropping off, yeah? But a Liverpool that win a trophy and then go, oh, by the way, we're going to move fucking ham in the transfer window, worries me, because I don't want Liverpool to start going, like, we've heard about a quadruple they never did for 3-4 years. Imagine if they do a 2-peat, a 3-peat, a treble, yeah? It's going to be fucking long. Now, my positive from this is today's news.
Wait. You have the positive on.
I do have a little positive. And this is me being my happy clapper self, that I'm going a bit into the business world, that when you're looking at a transfer strategy, right, you have a pot of gold, right? Yeah. And you assign, and we know, because we know City have a list of 1 to 5 of players that they want to get, yeah? And they'll be like, cool, you can get 1 in the midfield role, but that will mean you have to get 5 in the other roles, right? Yeah. And it's all to do with assigning money, because however much we like it or not, books are relevant in businesses. So we had assigned probably about 120, 130 to Florian Wirtz, yeah? Yeah? Right, so 130 million to Florian Wirtz. That would then mean that in our fullback positions, midfield positions, all right, we can only assign X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
Right, we have just had that 130 million freed up, right? So that's 130 million over here that we're now not going to spend here. We've then gone, cool, we're going to get Reinders, right? Instead of spending 130, we're going to spend 65.
That's you're making me laugh. You know, you remind me of.
Hold on. There's a reason. I'm thinking the reason behind this is because once we pulled out of the Wirtz deal, I saw rumors that apparently Pep and Viana had to sit down. Patrick, I'm going to stop because you need to hear this, yeah? It's positive, so you need to hear this. People, make sure you're smashing the like button for this great content creator. Keep smashing the like button, subscribing, all of that. Right, you have to hear this. So,
yes,
130 million that was
supposed to go to Burton.
You just look like you went 20 rounds, bro.
Who was that?
Cass.
Cass is suffering. So
I don't think he don't look like he's been suffering. He looks like he's been living, to be honest. But anyway, right. So we had 130 million assigned to the Wirtz deal, right?
Yeah.
And the minute the Wirtz deal was, I started seeing rumors that Pep and Viana needed to sit down and come up with a new strategy, right? Because ultimately, we're not getting Wirtz now, but there's an extra 130 million. Now, straight away, take 65 off of that, because maybe getting Reinders and Morgan Gibbs-White is... So, but ultimately, we've got an extra, say, 40, 50 million that we were going to spend on Wirtz there. which all of a sudden makes, and that's why Viana might have needed to sit with Pep to say, right, we've got this extra bulk of cash. You were going to get your third, fourth, and fifth targets in other positions. However, now there's an extra 50 million, so we could push on to the better target. Sorry, one second.
So wait. So you've got a theory that okay, I am.
Message me, bro. I can't.
So basically, Dub says this is a good advantage for us. Says,
but the key is. So I saw that Viana and Pep needed to have a chat apparently to come up with a new strategy, and that pissed me off a bit because I thought we should know our strategy by now. However, the news today that we are keen on Livramento, that interests me because I think previously, with the budget, because we were getting Verts, we might have been shopping at Aldi, Iceland.
Or to go get Wesley. So you're saying Wesley's no longer
40 million. Pep, you've only got 40 million for your fullback.
Can I ask you though, do you think Newcastle are gonna give away
I know, bro. Forget that for a second, because I don't think we can get Livramento. But what I do think is that all of a sudden we've gone from potentially spending 40 million on a fullback to now all of a sudden we're being linked with fullbacks that might cost 70 million, that maybe the budget is being realigned, which means in other positions, we can spend that little bit more. Now, I could be wrong, but ultimately being linked with a player that we know is going to cost more than any other fullback in the world, because he's English, bro. There's going to be an extra amount on him. The fact that we're being linked with that makes me think, okay, maybe they're realigning it. It doesn't make the Vert shit better. The Vert shit is fucked, But what I need to see now is a fucking reaction. I don't want it to be, okay, we haven't got Verts, but we're still going to shop on the same budget. Cool. We're not getting Verts, so I want to see that budget put elsewhere. Yeah?
Okay, I see where you're coming from.
Because if we don't, the whole thing I always said was, we don't need a 10. We've got multiple 10s. But if you can bring me a better 10, I'll have it. Yeah? All right, cool. If you can't get me a better 10, then get me fucking quality 8s and quality fullbacks. That's what we must do now. We can't now continue to be on a budget everywhere else. We know we had the money for Verts. That has to be aligned elsewhere. Otherwise, ultimately, bro, we're not in a title race next season. We are not.
We're not. And I don't know why people say they're not worried about Verts going to Liverpool. That's a lie. Come on, let's be honest. This is a baller.
I'm not worried.
Bro, it's called...
Right. You're not worried.
I said I'm not as worried.
No, but right. So
you're not worried.
Get to finish.
If a girl, rejects you and you go, I didn't want her anyway, right? You lack confidence, right?
So that's not.
We have to be like, bro, we wanted Verts, we needed Verts, we haven't got him. It's shit. The club doing the PR was shit. We should have just said he wanted to go elsewhere. But now it's a reaction from the club. The club must, the board must look at Liverpool and go, fuck me, they are a threat to our future. We have to fucking react right now.
We have to.
I guess I'm not disappointed because I never thought he was going to come to City anyway.
I did, unfortunately. I've got a double whammy. Firstly, I did think, because I thought, you know what? When we really need something, we get it. This time we haven't shown that. But secondly, I have stood so firm, even this afternoon before the news came out, telling Liverpool fans, I don't believe you get this deal done. So
I was one of them too. I told Liverpool fans that there's no way in hell.
It's not them signing, and they don't need it. They don't even fucking need it.
So why are they doing it then? Well, hey,
do you know what? Pete Davey, who's a Newcastle fan, made a really fucking good point. Yeah, that one of the reasons why they might be doing it is that, so when City first got money, we had to show the football world that we mean business, yeah? So we went and spent a lot. And then over the years, the board have gone, well, you can't just hold us at ransom. And we've taken steps back. Trent's just left Liverpool, even in a season where they're winning the league. So Liverpool are kind of looking a bit vulnerable, like, you've got no pool, you're not ambitious enough. This signing is a bit of a, we are ambitious as fuck, you know. Don't ever get it twisted. We are ambitious. It makes Liverpool look like we can sign Galacticos if we want to. Like it's a bigger picture that it makes them look better. They don't need it. Look, they could have. with the two fullbacks, I think Liverpool challenge next season.
Yeah,
with
I think
Wirtz,
with Wirtz. It's first Champions League. We're even talking about them being the favourites for the Champions League now.
can I just call out one
got
thing? That's,
completely demolished by PSG.
Yeah, but
yeah,
Don't
but we
tell me
can't call off.
Champions
Hold on,
League.
hold
They
on. We
got
can't call now, but we
embarrassed.
can't. Hold on. They have too much heritage for us to do that, right? Because if we're going to do, they got demolished by PSG. Are we still going to talk about Lyon? Are we still going to talk about Monaco? Because we've had that as well. You all have in cup competitions. You all have that. I am. I was going to say something then. Right. One thing I predict, and it's going to piss me the fuck off, is let me ask both of you. How much is Wirtz going to cost Liverpool?
Well, since they love to bring up agent fees and signing fees, and bonuses and all that crap with Man City, we were told 300 million euros.
Right,
so
right,
perfect.
perfect. So as an overall package, 300 million euros. If we want to break it down, that's probably going to be about 120, 130 in fucking to Leverkusen, then probably 250 plus a week to him for 5-6 years, then agent fees, dad fees, all of that, right? What's going to piss me off the most, yeah? And by the way, if it was City, it would be 300 million there. No context, 300 million. Liverpool Echo, I promise you, will report that they got Wirtz for 60 million and he's on 120 grand a week.
They will.
They will make out that they've done the shrewdest fucking business in the world, yeah? When the truth is, they're being fleeced because it is a lot of money for Wirtz. Now, do you two think, actually, I wanted Wirtz and I think we're in a shit position where we would have had to pay it. I don't think he's worth that much.
Yeah,
he's not. But you know what's funny though?
People don't watch him. See, the thing, people who are
losing their mind. Kelsa is not bad.
I agree with you.
KDB sitting there waiting for us to pick up.
He's not KDB.
Player, but he's not KDB.
Let's look at KDB when he left Wolfsburg, yeah? You did not have to watch him, yeah, to see how fucking cold he was in the Bundesliga, yeah? With Wirtz...
He's cold.
Bro, don't get me wrong, I want Wirtz. But 300 million? I don't think he's worth that.
Can I say something? Wouldn't it be funny when Liverpool pull off what they always do? You know, McAllister, where we thought McAllister was 70 and they got McAllister for cheap. I would be pissed off.
We'll claim that. They're going to claim everything, bro. I'm already seeing it. Like they're talking prices, and it's what they do. It's what. And this is not even football. It's what. This is going
to be a Premier League spending record. Like this is going to be the highest transfer fee in the Premier League.
Yeah. Can I ask something, Kelsa?
Do you know what? Actually, she's right, you know, because for the overall package, not just because when we got Haaland, he was on a big wage, but we got him for quite a nice price, yeah?
Release clause.
When it was, even if you look at Enzo or look at Caicedo, they were on the Chelsea death row contracts, right?
Yeah, they were.
Also, those were... Enzo was a release clause, but Caicedo was not.
Wait,
but even then, they had the death row contract, which made it less.
I have a question for Kels. Dabs, I have a question for Kels. You keep saying, do we watch the same Wirtz? I think Wirtz is a baller, Kels.
He's a very good player, but I don't think he's like the best player in the world, like a lot of people are claiming him to be.
Yeah, I mean,
we have the best player in the world.
A prime example.
You were trying to say that Gravenberch is better than Rodri.
Nah,
bro. If
I said this season the best DM was Gravenberch. That was.
I think Caicedo was good. I think Caicedo was better.
Wait, was Caicedo better than him this season? I think Gravenberch was.
But do you know what? Do you know what? For me, is if we're talking about certain types of players, if we're talking about if we're talking about like players that are costing 50 million and this and that, we can say, have you even watched them? This and that. We're talking about a player that is potentially going to cost 300 million, right?
Yeah,
so for me, all of a sudden, I should not have to watch them as much. For 300 million, it should be pretty fucking obvious. Now, I watched and did watch-alongs for the whole of the Euros, yeah? I watched a lot of fucking Wirtz. I think Wirtz in the Euros, which for me, if you're paying 300 million, should be enough of a sample size, no injuries, off the back of a great season. I don't think he was that good. Like I watched him out.
Gundogan in at least one game.
You think Musiala was better? Musiala was better.
Yeah, I think Musiala was better. Yeah. I think in certain games
there was really good Euros.
Who?
Gundogan.
Start off till he got tired. Yeah, he started off the Euros really well. Then he got tired. Yeah, I agree with that. But ultimately, when you're talking about these type of costs, you shouldn't have to go, well, I've watched every single game and it was X, Y, and Z. 300 million, right? Like I said, all you have to do is look at Kevin De Bruyne's last season at Wolfsburg, yeah? You don't have to be watching every game to know that guy was fucking cooking, right?
Wait a minute. Then I have a question for you, Dubs. Okay, what about Jack Grealish's total package? We got the 100 million release cost.
Right, okay, cool.
So
cool.
what is Jack Grealish? What is his total?
Perfect. Like, and this is really boring. It's a boring economics of football, right?
Yeah, it is, but we want to...
Jack Grealish was the fucking poster... Like, remember, before he joined Manchester City, he was that player that every single rival fan base said he should be like England star boy. Yeah, everyone loved him. Every girl fucking loved him, talking about his cuffs. He joined Manchester City, record sales on the back of the shirt, he's got a Gucci fucking... Even now, he's hardly played this season. He's still all over the press. I said it at the start when we signed Grealish, I'm not saying it was an out-and-out board signing, I said, I get it. I think the board have gone to Pep and said, could you work with Grealish? And Pep's gone, I can work with him. I don't think at any point that was Pep going to the board and saying, you must get me Jack Grealish, right? I think they looked at the maths and thought, and I said this at the time, it was one of our first bad signs that our board was going towards the Man United type, we must get him because he's going to bring us a lot of money. If anyone ever saw the finance, remember when they signed Pogba and within about 3 months, United have made back the money, right?
Yeah, they did. And Jack Grealish, they started posting that, he sold out the jerseys.
I said it at the start. I said, I'm not saying it is an out and out, like, commercial deal, but I think that had a very, very big say in it. Like,
okay.
I'm a little nervous we did the same thing with Omar Marmoush.
Spot on. That's why when people were talking about the wage, you're spot on with that. When people were talking about the wage he was on, and I said, you have to, I know it's boring and it's shit, but Marmoush is like the guy from the Muslim world that is coming up. Like, so it is like Marmoush is on the wage he's on, not because he's earned it so far, but because he's gonna be a phenomenon. Like, I've been on holiday 3 times, away from football, on holiday twice this year. Both times I met multiple Egyptians who were saying Omar Marmoush to me. That's relevant to the club because he is a pool. So, and it was
I think we got him for a good price too. In January for only 60 million. That's actually a pretty good price.
Yeah. Well, I think if we left him in the Bundesliga for the rest of the season,
we could have paid a lot.
That would have been
we would have had
80 million pounds
and competition from multiple other Premier League clubs.
Yeah, he would have been 100 million this summer.
He could have gone to Liverpool. I'm telling you, he could have. Salah
they were saying that he was going to. We're going to get both Egyptians.
That was going to be cold.
I'll be back in 1 second. Go
ahead. So, my brother, have you enjoyed your food?
Yeah. I hadn't eaten, so I had to have dinner. But I'm good. I'm all right. I had to go on. The blessed thing about Twitter Spaces is you can go anonymous and you can still hear Spaces without having to show you any of your presence. I literally had to back out because it was getting chaotic. I'm not annoyed anymore.
That guy.
No, wow. I have no issue on missing out, but come on. There must be better alternatives than Reinders. I badly want him. I'm happy with that. But
I think he's the number 1 signing we didn't make this summer. If we get him, I'm very happy.
There's a question here for the panel. You can answer. It says, question for the panel. Can't we try Barella alongside Renderson instead of...
It's not going to happen.
I don't think Barrella's going to leave. He's not going to leave.
Italians are very tough of getting out of Italy. Very tough. So, yeah.
There's a reason there's so few of them in the Premier League.
So, yeah.
So this...
I love Barella, but...
it's not going to happen.
He's also 28.
No, that's not been linked.
We spent 100 million for a 28-year-old?
That's gone. Do you know what? I haven't seen Barella being linked with anyone,
No,
because he's never.
He's the Inter captain now.
I think
the good news is we are very heavily linked to the second best midfielder in Serie A. to Johnny Reinders, and according to some people,
no, that's
we
done.
trust the
That's
ITKs anymore. According to a couple of them, he's coming. So
no, that's done. That's done.
Wait.
Listen,
oh, we got a new ITK here.
No ITK here.
I'm
on something. It's not on this.
Have you seen Angie's video? They just posted it here.
What, Postecoglou?
Yeah, he says.
Has he dropped the mic yet?
Yeah, again, he says season 3 is always better than season 2, and he walks away.
Sick guy. Apparently, Amarin
talking the talk and walking the walk, man. That's
listen. Cold. It is cold as fuck. The fact that he bamboozled the whole football world by playing a high line all fucking season, and then the most important game goes, not really.
That was class, though, and I'm happy for him. But do you think now they want to keep him? Do you know that the Spurs fans who wanted him out?
Yeah, bro.
Now want to keep him.
Bro, the Spurs fans, right?
They don't deserve it. They don't deserve it.
Patrick, have we spoke since Wednesday?
No, we haven't.
Right. When we lost to Crystal Palace, on Saturday, after the game in the pub, I was frustrated with my club. I was pissed off. I was worried about United winning the Europa League and then them ending up somehow Champions League football trophies, us not. All of that, worried that we might not get Champions League football. But at no point was I ever angry towards Crystal Palace. Yeah. Like I actually, last game I ever went to with my dad was against Palace at the Etihad. Like I love their fans. I think their fans are decent the whole day. Everything was cool. And then we fast forward to Wednesday. I needed Tottenham to win. I fucking needed Tottenham to win. We all did, yeah.
I think everybody did, yeah.
We needed them to win. But the minute the game was over, best believe I had to turn the TV off straight away, yeah, because there's something about Tottenham and their fan base, yeah, that I cannot fucking stand. I honestly think Tottenham's fan base are the most bitter towards Manchester City getting money.
Really?
Yeah,
bro, I think it's Arsenal. I think it's Arsenal.
It's Arsenal.
Right. I agree with you with Arsenal, yeah, but I kind of with Arsenal, it is like reluctantly, I do respect that somehow Arsenal are a massive club. Yeah, like
correct.
They are like they're sat at a table that they don't deserve to be at on a plastic McDonald's kids chair, but they are there somehow, right?
Yeah.
Whereas with Tottenham, Tottenham make out to us that they were so much bigger than City before money, when the truth is they were a little bit, but really not that much. Yeah,
I've never been that guy.
There's never been rivalries with them, bro. Like,
weird.
It is weird.
Fans here in America, and I don't know why.
It's very weird. So when they won it, it was like I don't like. However much thank you for fucking beating them lot. I don't want to watch you lot fucking celebrate because
you're not happy for them. You're just happy they won, but you're not.
I was happy for them. I was actually the opposite. I was happy.
Look, for some of the fans, like ultimately away from the banter to George and to Sava and a few of them, like enjoy it, innit? Because that's what football's about. But
they just live to make our lives hell. So I hate.
Like even I saw a tweet. They the minute they won the game, I saw a Tottenham fan was tweeting, we've got more fans at our stadium when the game isn't here. And it's like, firstly, they're not comparable because like that was our 30th time at Wembley. But secondly, bro, like if we win a game, my go-to will never be, right, where's my rival fan to rub it in their face? My go-to is to celebrate with other City fans. When people's go-to is, right, and for Tottenham's go-to to be Manchester City, what world are we living in?
It's not even balanced.
Yeah, why, that's the first thing on your mind. You just want to trophy and you're thinking about another club. You have to sort your priorities out.
But even if it is another club, Arsenal haven't won a trophy. Chelsea, they're your rivals, yeah? Fucking Man United, you've just beat. How the fuck are you tweeting about Manchester City?
I don't know. Like, it's overreach. And you know what's funny about it? I was about to do that thing where
it's attention seeking at this point.
Do you know where you screenshot the parade? I was like, I don't want to be that guy because the parade was also empty for a while. And I was like, I thought, why is nobody doing it? Why is nobody doing the City thing?
Well, because it's dead.
I know it is. That's why I left it. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to join into this stupidity of.
Go ahead.
I have to tell you how it was. Yeah, like when when I first moved down south, yeah, all of my friends, and they'll admit it deep down, yeah, like my best mate who's an Arsenal fan, actually, while we were away on holiday, admitted it, yeah, that when anyone would ask me who do you support, and I'd say City, their response would always be, and this is like 2001, 2002, up till 2008, their response was always, do you know what? You're a loyal bunch, yeah? You've been through the thick and thin, and I've actually got a lot of love for City, right? That was every fan base's response to me when I moved down south as a City fan. Always. Loyal bunch, fucking got a lot of love for you. The minute we won, not even the FA Cup, the minute we won that Premier League, yeah, I watched the response change to how long have you supported them for?
I always get that. Whenever I'm on a news stream, I always get that.
It's always it, bro.
We all know KG. I always get that. When I went first on KG's channel, how old are you? How long you been a City fan? When did you start watching football? And I never had access to watching football, only at my friend's house because he was more wealthy than me. And I only got to watch it whenever I'm at his house. So my first ever game was the World Cup final, 2010. That's the first time I watched it. And post game. So yeah. No,
I'm just jealous of how young you are.
It was hurtful for me because I'm Dutch. It was hurtful for me because I and Robin, like, I was Dutch. I was.
Hold on, 2010 World Cup.
Yeah, that was the final of Spain and Netherlands.
That is right. Yeah.
De Jong with a bicycle kick on my guy.
I was 10 years old, and I've never cursed so much at such a young age in my life. It is 10 years old. I was fuming.
The only thing Dubs took from that, he says he's very.
I'm a lot older than him, but I found the sport much later
fucking But do you know what? The whole thing is that what happened is, like, no one ever had. The point I was trying to make is, no one ever had a bad word to say about Manchester City, right? And like, never had a bad word to say about us at all. Yeah, like, and then the minute we started winning, everyone had every single bad word to say about us, right?
Card.
For real?
Who got red card?
Coleman just got a red card. They sent the keeper off.
Is Dele Alli playing for them? Is he getting game time for them?
I saw Perone chipping at the. There's a bunch of.
Well, Napoli
are
top. Napoli are winning. So,
but Napoli is winning. If Napoli wins,
Scott McTominay just scored. Scott McTominay scored.
Yeah. But yeah, so ultimately that was the whole thing. Was no one ever had anything bad to say about City till we started.
They love City. Do you know that's after the Aguero moment? After the Aguero moment, Liverpool fans, Arsenal fans all loved City.
Yeah, but the problem is that's fine, and this is where I am a bit with Liverpool at the moment. That when a team is picking up trophies, when a team's not picking up trophies, everyone's got love for them, right? Especially when the truth is, look, we went to the third tier of English football and we're averaging 32,000 a fucking game, right? Nottingham Forest are in the fucking Premier League and they're averaging 32,000 a game. We were 2 tiers below them, averaging it. It's not an opinion, it is a fact. We are a loyal bunch of fans, our core fans, yeah? The minute we started picking up trophies, all of a sudden, we don't like you as much. But when the dominance happens, yeah, that's when the hate really fucking starts. It's because Aguero moment, we took it off United. That's fine. They love us.
Yeah, we did, yeah.
But then the minute it was like, hold on, we're not just taking it off United. We are stopping every single one of you from doing what you thought you were going to do. Then all of a sudden it's, what can we celebrate against City? Well, it got to a point where we can't talk football against City anymore. So now we're going to fucking start taking random pictures at fucking 4 hours before a fucking parade and post it up.
Yeah,
it's weird, bro. It's fucking weird.
They're insecure. That's why.
I give you another one, Daps. I remember a couple of times where it would be half time, where everyone would go on the concourse, and then people would take pictures and post it. Say, look at the stadium right now. It's the empty.
It happens all the time, and
they do it at halftime too.
This is a thing that I'm. That's where I'm very real. Like, I will admit where we are as a club. Like right now, we're doing very fucking well, yeah? And every single season, we are becoming bigger, right, globally, yeah? And I'm meaning overall size. I'm not just meaning trophies. I'm meaning we're becoming bigger and bigger and bigger. But, like, if Manchester United, Arsenal or Liverpool go on tour in America, every game will sell out. Why? Because they're just there, right? They've just got that fan base. Now, can it get smaller? Yes. Man United's fan base is getting smaller every single season because ultimately kids don't want to support the Penguin. They want to support Batman, right? So, but we're at a point where at the moment, if we go to go abroad, we'll sell out a stadium. But if we have too many seasons dropped off, we won't. And the prime example was Chelsea last year. I was seeing Chelsea on their preseason tour in America, no longer selling out grounds. Why? Because they haven't been at the top tier for long enough. We're there. And this is what worries me, that if our boards are not careful, all that great work could be very easily undone. Like, very,
we could actually be behind. Yeah.
We could, bro. And like, that don't change me, that don't change you, that don't change us. But it is just the truth that, like, our boards can't get complacent because, like, Liverpool win one trophy and all of a sudden they're back up there because they've already got that heritage. Like, everyone in Europe knows them. They win one trophy. But have you not thought on the Wirtz deal? Do you know what I think is a massive, massive reason to why he's going to them lot?
I know.
Frimpong. I think Frimpong. So
yeah,
right.
Especially with the shape, he would have fit really nicely with the shape we're playing.
But I just think, right, if you look at this, remember about a month ago, a report, right, actually, firstly, Wirtz is a man who's really fucking listening to his family and where his family want to live, right? Mm-hmm. That already tells me a little bit about him, right? Now, I'm not knocking him in any way. It's just a trait. That his trait is that he likes somewhere where he feels comfortable, feels welcome, feels safe, right? A month ago, he came out and our fan base got excited about this, that he did a interview in a magazine where he said, I've got a lot of respect for players that leave their comfort zone and go to a country where they don't know anyone and play football, right? Now, that again tells me that this is someone that is a little bit worried about coming out of his comfort zone and going to another country, yeah? Now, Liverpool have just signed Frimpong. Frimpong is from the Northwest. He lived in Manchester for years. He knows Gakpo. He knows Van Dijk. He knows Gravenberch, right? So already Wirtz is like one of my close friends is going to Liverpool, knows a load of people there. So although I want to step out of my comfort zone, I'm not stepping too far out of my comfort zone. I'm going somewhere where settling in is going to be pretty easy because I've got a good friend who knows everyone. And I think, I'm not saying that is the sole reason. I do think Liverpool are paying him a lot.
But we have some of those too. Like we have Gundogan, his Euros teammate.
Right. So, all right, cool. So we've got Gundogan,
German also,
but doesn't play for Germany. It's relevant, but I've just listed like Frimpong, who he's played with for years. And I'm not saying it's the sole reason, right? But I also think Pep might be a reason, that he's looked at the way Pep plays and gone, do you know what? I might get more freedom at Liverpool. I do think that is probably relevant. Like,
because he'll get the freedom potentially.
Yeah, Reinders has chose us because he wants to play under Pep, because he's probably looked at Gundogan and gone fucking perfect, right? But for Wirtz, Wirtz is looking... Yeah, whereas Wirtz is looking at it going, I like the way Liverpool play football. I like the way I'm going to have a lot of freedom to run with the ball and do this. Like, all of this is relevant. Maybe the fact that City wouldn't wait. But I just hate the fact that as a fan base, and more so as a club, maybe not a fan base, a club, we tried to hide it, that we pulled out of this.
Yeah, just hold your heads and
be confident and go, do you know what? We didn't get that player. It's not changed me.
Yeah. I don't know if you've seen this, but the past few weeks, if not the past few months, we're turning into United in terms of the PR. It's actually embarrassing. You know how United fans cuss their club for being a PR and leaking to the media. That's what we're becoming, and I'm starting to hate it. Like
I said, Grealish signing, Pogba signing. They're commercial elements that City never do. City have never done commercial signings.
It's the way we're briefing the media. It's like we're not humbling.
Can I bring up a point about Jack?
Yeah, go ahead.
We thought Bernardo was leaving, and weren't we buying Jack to kind of replace Bernardo, and then Bernardo just never left?
Yep, correct.
So I
never thought he was replacing Bernardo.
I totally agree that there was a commercial aspect to it, but like
Do you think he was replacing Bernardo?
Yeah, because he can play winger, he can play in the midfield. Like that versatility.
I never thought of that. Maybe
not going to play a fullback like Bernardo does.
But the mad thing is, Kels, I actually think if Pep, like I think, look, love or hate Jack, whatever your opinion on him is, I think a lot of people share the opinion that actually Jack in a central role, in a 10 role, in an 8 role, this season, if we would have fucking just played in there a bit more often, we would not be where we are right now. Like, and that is fair.
That is fair.
Agreed. The Nottingham Forest game at home, he's hooking.
Exactly. There's literal proof, right? There's proof of it, yeah? And that's what has frustrated me. And this season, be clear, I'm not Pep out. Fucking give him a chance. We'll have a different conversation in December.
No,
but
you can criticize him just because you criticize him.
No, he says he's not Pep out. He says he's not Pep out.
He is the biggest criticism this season because there's been players that have had bad games, but Pep's had far more than bad games.
Gundogan.
Yeah, but like
Gundogan's look good in some situations.
No, I mean he played him into form. He played him into form.
Bro, let's be real. When we signed Gundogan, yeah, like Kel said earlier about Gundogan's Euros, yeah? Gundogan was good at the start of the Euros. By the end of the Euros, Gundogan's form went, because why? He's 34 years old. De Bruyne's form went, why? Because of his age, right? So when we signed Gundogan, none of us ever thought Gundogan was coming back to be a fucking 30-game-a-season player, right? We thought he was coming back.
I thought he was going to ball because he was the best player on the pitch against PSG. I think it was Barcelona versus PSG and Gundogan both that game. And I was like, when he was coming back, like I remember. I know the speech. I know the speech. I put my hands up. I know the speech.
But the difference is, you can look at, right, whether it be Bernardo, whether it be Kovacic, whether it be Gundogan, whether it be Kevin De Bruyne, right? You put any of them in a midfield with a load of younger players around them, I have zero doubt every single one of them will fucking ball. Why? Because they're ballers, yeah? But they're old ballers, right? You can't have them balling every single week with no legs round them. Like, it's just simple.
Yeah, he needed to rotate them more.
And that's where, Patrick, you've said it all season, Nunes, that's where Grealish may be coming in, playing a midfield role. Like
Nico Gonzalez.
Gonzalez, I think, no, Gonzalez, yeah, agreed. But that's back end. But like, even from the start, the fact that Grealish and Nunes weren't even just used as a pair of legs in midfield is a bit baffling. Like, instead now
we were also, Pat, you and I were saying Jacob Wright next to one of them.
Yeah,
next to Gunn, next to Bernardo.
Yeah, we sold him, right?
We sold him 4 million.
Yeah, we sold him.
How much?
4 million.
What? Was he last year of his contract or something?
No, we just sold, I think we just sold him.
That's but bro, like generally,
he sold him to a championship team. They're not going to pay a lot of money.
No, but all right. So was there? Because we've done it on a few. Was there a very big sell-on clause with it?
I think probably like 20%.
I would imagine so.
Because like when we sold that player,
buyback too.
When we sold the player to Wolves, I can't remember his name. He was on a 50% sell-on clause because it was like 6 million, but if you sell him, we get 50%.
Is that Doyle? Is it Doyle?
Doyle, that's it. Yeah.
Doyle,
but it does seem, for how good we think Jacob Wright is, seems quite cheap.
I think he's good. I think he was good because he came on one of the games. He looked good
by the club, but Pep didn't rate him at all. And I thought he looked good in that Spurs game in the cup game when he played
he was when he came on. He was one of our better players. Yeah.
He brought us back in that game because Nico O'Reilly, he played the whole game. He had a good game, and then
the second half.
No, it wasn't McAtee. Who was there? Was somebody else.
The first half we had the elder lot on, and they were absolutely diabolical. The second half, the younger lot came on and got us a bit of pride. Ultimately, the younger lot came on and fucking played well.
Yeah, they
Jacob
did.
Wright was good. He was good that game,
but he still benched them, isn't it? Until the end of the year. So what are your thoughts, Kel? I'll go to Kelks first, then I'll go to what are your thoughts though of do you see a trend here, or am I just picking? So Jude never came, Rice went to Arsenal, now Verts is going to Liverpool. Do you think there's something happening that we are failing to get these big guys over the line? And now look at that, all the English talent that we've tried, the big names haven't come here, but except we are going to pull Gibbs White. So do you think there's something happening that maybe players are not coming here for a reason? Maybe in the English camp also they're saying don't go there. You end up like Phillips.
Yeah, there's some rumors of that happening. I think specifically somebody, I think Declan Rice had talked to either Jack or Phillips about it, and that might have turned his mind. But also, we can't forget that Arsenal put in a lot of dirty work for that deal. They were working on him for months. They tried, like we tried to do what Liverpool did and do a snatch and grab, but Arsenal put the legwork in for a really long time, and they really like sold him on it.
They needed him.
And sometimes and also I think Declan Rice, I don't think his mentality is necessarily correct. I think he just wanted to stay in London with his family and all this stuff. He didn't want to challenge himself. Like there were never any quotes about him trying to challenge himself at a bigger, better club, like you had with Florian Wirtz. With Jude, I think his dad just absolutely hates our city or hates our club. He's made quotes about it in the past, saying like, "Oh, dirty oil" and all this stuff.
He's a Liverpool
Some people
fan
are
as well,
just always going to be turned off by that.
Who-
Although Jude's dad clearly has
stats.
no problem with dirty money, because look at Liverpool's sponsor. Go look it up. And I think with Wirtz, I think we tried. I think his dad is kind of in the same category. That guy, Jude and Wirtz are kind of interesting because they were much younger than Declan Rice was, but they still have their dads as their agents. And they're kind of doing what daddy says. And I'm like, aren't you a grown man? What are you doing? Like,
it is relevant. Do you know what? I think this is why you are right on the Wirtz thing. Yeah. There's certain signs with Wirtz a little bit. Yeah. That's like, for that price, we might have, and this is what I was saying at the start, if we go and move that money elsewhere and spend it wisely, yeah, we might actually go, do you know what? We dodged a fucking bullet. Right. But what
I don't think we need a 10 right now.
Right. The truth is, what I've always said is, if you can bring me a better 10, cool, right? But we do have Foden, yeah, who it is a maybe. We don't know. But if Foden does come back, cool. We've got Echeverri. We've got Marmoush. We've got, at this point, McAtee. We've got multiple. We've got Oscar Bob. We've got more. Do you know what? We might even, and this is a long shot, Savio might even be able to play a 10 role, right? It's a long shot, but maybe, yeah. But we've got options there. For me, we need 8s fucking badly. Like, we can't go, we need 8s a lot more, right? And so
that's right,
But what has hurt me with this one more than, because everyone straight away is now going, right, City, hold on, you fumbled Bellingham, you fumbled Rice, you fumbled Wirtz, right? So firstly on Bellingham, which one was first? I think it was Bellingham. Firstly on Bellingham.
It was first, yeah.
Bellingham.
On Bellingham, like whenever there is a transfer race, you have a bit of a hierarchy of who's in pole position, who's second, who's third, right? With Bellingham, Real Madrid and Liverpool were battling it out. City was showing an interest. Like, no one can ever tell me we were flirting with fucking Bellingham like Liverpool or Real Madrid were. Yeah,
no, we weren't.
We were just like, do you know what? Yeah, because at that point, we just won a treble. Yeah, it was not essential we got Bellingham, but it was if we can get him, cool. But okay, if we can't, no problem. Same with Rice. When we went in for Rice, there was no issue with Rodri injuries. Yeah, we were still okay without Rice. That's why we wanted him. And me personally, I really wanted him. And I think this season we would have been better with him. But hindsight's a beautiful thing. But City were pretty much, we want him, so we'll throw a bid out, right? But the minute Arsenal...
Yeah, we're trying to smash and grab it.
But Arsenal fucking needed him. And the minute Arsenal showed, oh, we'll go back to back and prices can go up, City go, we don't need him that badly. My issue with this Wirtz one is that I am now saying we needed Wirtz.
We're desperate.
And I can be proven wrong.
We needed him, though.
I hear it, Kels. Now
I
you've
agree
got
what
me
you said
thinking.
earlier. We need 8s. And Wirtz is not an 8.
Do you know what I think it is, Kels? I think that this is not so much that we need him, yeah? This is more me frustrated because it's like we need something this summer, and the fact that you haven't got that makes me worry that we might fumble a few more fucking players. Like that we have to fucking get things over the line. And it worries me. Like, as an example, it looks like Costa is going to stay at Benfica, right?
Porto.
Sorry, Porto, right? And then...
No, we don't. We need Chevalier.
Right.
Lucas Chevalier should be signing. And Aston Villa are going to get him, and I'm going to cry.
That's where I was going. Adam, he's going Aston Villa, right? And then it's like, right, Trafford looks like he's going Newcastle. So then it's like, right, there's potentially, and Edison might stay, by the way, but again, it looks like are people getting the jump on us with goalkeepers now as well? Like,
Yeah, it's
are we fucking fumbling it at the moment? Are we?
You see,
Yeah.
oh, there's news, by the way. There's a bomber, guys. There's a bomber.
What's the bomber?
Oh,
What's the
there's a
Costa.
bomber, by the way. Man City might walk away from the Reinders deal because of the 10 million gap.
Said who?
What?
It's right there. It's right there. So,
Sorry,
you-
but I just
Where?
called you Adam. I misread the super chat. Sorry, I mean the private chat. I just called you Adam.
So
Sorry,
apparently
City
they
might-
might walk.
what was that? What was that about City?
Says we
We're
might
gonna
walk
walk-
away because of the 10 million gap because they want
From who?
75, we want
From who now?
65.
Reinders.
That's what I'm fucking
No,
saying.
I don't think we're gonna get him.
Bro, but
We
that's
do
what I'm saying. That sorry, and by the way, I don't want to become this negative City fan, but
No,
that
it's-
type of shit that fucking if we, bro, are we becoming a laughing stock and
No, we
slowly
are.
allowing it?
I'll tell you why. Because this has started since 2023. We needed eights. And this is why I disagree with the panel.
I rate Kovacic, so be
This-
careful.
Yeah, no, but this is why I disagree. It's where the contract of Gundogan was up in the air. Cheeky fumbled that, and we needed an 8 because we didn't know what was going on with Gundogan. We expected Gundogan
If I'm
to
that
go,
and bring him back and give him the same contract, he refused him.
and
Go
we
ahead.
let him go. And then
He
we
left
bring him
because
back.
he had already promised Barcelona that he would go to them when we didn't give him a contract right away. So I'm not.
We gave his contract too late, and we didn't have a backup plan. We fumbled Jude and we fumbled Declan Rice. And ironically,
No, I don't think we
Declan-
fumbled
and
Jude or
ironically-
Declan Rice. I think they
and
just
ironically-
rejected us.
Yeah, I agree. I think
Okay.
we didn't want him that much. We just didn't want him that much.
ironically, we wanted him to play we wanted Declan Rice to come in and play the 8. He wanted to go to play at Arsenal, and ironically, he plays now in the 8 for Arsenal.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
doesn't make
Bro,
sense.
he'd be mint for us. Declan Rice would be quality for
Yeah,
us.
so
He would.
I don't know. I'm happy with Reinders, but Morgan Gibbs White. What?
I think you guys are
first
being
of
too
all,
harsh on
first of
Morgan
all,
Gibbs
I don't know
White.
how.
I'm
first
with
of
you, Kels, again. It's rare because a lot of your tweets, Kels, I
This
think,
bum
what are
is
you talking
nominated
about?
for
But-
Player of the Season. Come on.
Oh,
This-
hold on. Are you pro or against Morgan Gibbs White?
Me?
No, Kels.
I'm fine with it. I'm very
Right,
neutral.
yeah,
I'm not
see,
like
this is-
against it,
this
but
is-
I'm not like he's not my number one signing, but I think he's a
But-
very
but
good like he's a
Patrick,
good signing.
you've seen my ups and downs, my highs, my lows with the fucking Morgan Gibbs White. I've literally gone like this over it, yeah.
I've
I get-
accepted it now.
But
This is
where I am, the moment I accepted it a little bit more, yeah, is the Reinders thing, right? That I think without him, I think we've got no
No legs
techers,
to stand on. Yeah.
right? Whereas now I think, okay, Rodri, Reinders, Morgan Gibbs White, I think it's quite balanced. It's
Cooking.
quite balanced. Like, and don't get me wrong, I'm the same as you, Kels. Not my ideal perfect. Do I think he's worth 70 million? No, but I do get the English tax. So it's kind of like I've accepted it, and this is where I am. Cool. I want to see fullbacks that fucking cook. I don't want to see no budget fullbacks. Like, and again with the keeper, I don't want us to fumble no bags with no. And by the way, if we fumble Reinders, I'll be livid. Yeah, but
Oh, you
like that will change the Morgan Gibbs White thing again because I'll go right. I don't get the balance now, but it's just now we can't go. Okay, cool. We're not spending the Verts money, so we're gonna not spend the money. We have to up
I'm just-
our levels.
I'm not happy with the penny pinching though. So haggling over
that's
10
a
million.
Calhoun thing, I
If
think.
It
that's
makes-
true, that's shit because we could lose him over it.
So we've done that with Costa, and we're now
We did
doing
that
it
with
with Ryan.
Gavardiol,
I'm
and
gonna
guess
do
where
that with
Gavardiol
Reinders.
plays.
Yeah,
We spent like 2 months haggling over like I'm not kidding, like 2 million euros, and guess what?
It-
Gavardiol is
do you know
One of
what it
our
is,
best
right?
players.
That we've got ourselves to a point where. So I spoke about this earlier with Liverpool that you have to. Right, we came into this game in 2008, was spending a lot of money, and everyone thought, yeah, we can hold City for ransom. We got to a point where the board have gone, right, we're not being held to ransom no more, right? And we've worked really fucking hard to get it to that point, and I get that 100%. But we are now, unfortunately, because we fucked up last summer, maybe the summer before, but because we fucked up, we are where we are, right? We have to accept. We now will have to spend that little bit more, right?
Yep.
we can't now continue to be stubborn when we are chasing a pack. It's different when you're top. When you're chasing a pack, yeah, and when you've just lost Verts, potentially because you've been stubborn, don't move on to your second target and then continue to be stubborn because it will impact us. Like, we can't just keep doing it. And look, it's making me turn on the fuckers.
You see, I told you that.
I don't think we pulled. I think Wirtz just told us he doesn't want to come to us. I don't know why people
Yeah,
can't
I'm
accept
fine.
that.
At least have some
He
alternative.
rejected us.
All right,
He doesn't
all right.
want to come here. All the money in the world is not going to change his mind.
I don't think we got rejected. I think we pulled out because we didn't want to pay the money.
I think we got rejected.
No, I think it's a bit of everything.
all
I
I-
think it's a bit of everything. I think it's a bit of everything.
I think it's a mixture of everything.
Yeah. I
We
think
don't
it's
need
bit
a
of everything.
10. We need 2 8s. If we
I
get
agree
if
with
we
you.
get
I agree
Reinders
with you.
and Morgan Gibbs White, I am happy. And 2 fullbacks.
I'm not happy.
That's the
Two
key.
flying
It's-
fullbacks.
no,
Hey, but
across the
Patrick-
ball.
Patrick,
We will be
Patrick,
look, this shape is just missing legs in the midfield and fullbacks. And you
Pat-
can
Patrick,
But we
Patrick,
achieved it
put
with
it-
Otto
put
Messi.
it this
get
way.
away with
Put
doing
it
this
this
in some
way.
games.
You would love to win a league, yeah, with 100 points, and in the game that you win the league, a fucking volley going top bins, right? But if that doesn't happen and you find another way to win the league, you're still happy. And at the moment, I hear you. Like I said, if we would have got Verts, then it would maybe change things a little bit. But as long as we align that budget elsewhere and go and, like, for example, I'm not feeling getting this fucking, what's his name, Wesley. Yeah. For me, we're not at a point where we can take those risks. Yeah. Like, that's what I'm saying. If we're being linked with Livramento at 60, 70 million, El Nori, Livramento.
I know it, yeah. I think we
that
should
right
sign
there-
Ivory.
Them
That
two,
shit
them two.
right there,
Also,
that cooks. Reinders,
Yep.
Morgan Gibbs White, them two. And if Edison goes a goalkeeper, and I'll go,
And
"Do you know
yeah,
what?
oh
Good
yeah.
transfer window."
That's really
Then I'm
good.
very
That's good.
confident.
That's really good. That's really good.
And if
I
we
don't
can't
know,
get
man.
Livramento, if we go, okay, cool, we've still got a lot of money, which means I'm not saying spend it all, but
Cambiasso,
look
Cambiasso.
for the best in class, whatever it costs, right?
What happened in Cambiasso?
It might be done. I feel like with Cambiasso that City have got it to a point, and I think maybe, right, we have to remember at this point, we can't do no deals. Yeah, we can't, because when you do a deal, you have to offer the club and the player certain terms around Champions League games and all that shit. Yeah. So literally, unlike Liverpool, we can't actually put pen to paper. We can't, because we don't know if we've got Champions League football or not. I think we've got the Cambiasso and maybe a few others to a point where we know the numbers with the player and the club, and we've gone, cool, okay, we'll come back to you in a week or two. And at the moment, this is why we're being linked with multiple players. We're just circling around, seeing what else is there. But if there's nothing else there, I think we'll go and get, I think Gibbs White done, Reinders done.
I think
Cambiasso
Reinders comes
done.
regardless of Champions League football. Because
I
currently
think-
at Milan, he has 0 European football.
Yeah.
And he
He
wants
wants
to come play
Pep.
for Pep.
He wants
He'll
Pep.
come play
He wants
Europa League for a year if he has to.
They-
I think
they-
we're gonna
they-
make. I think we're gonna get it. I don't think
There
it's
you
gonna be a problem.
go. There you go. He's tweeted again in 10 minutes. He says Liverpool in talks to buy Leverkusen to sign Florian Wirtz. Communication channels open since Frimpong. You're right. Since Frimpong was
Yeah,
coming.
I thought so, bro.
This is the,
It's
this
the
is,
minute you open,
and
people always,
Wirtz is 22 years old. He's just 22 years old.
bro,
Like,
people always talk about like relationships between clubs, right? Like, I remember actually
somebody
RPR
said Gibbs White and Foden have a good relationship. That's why.
No, fuck that shit.
Yeah, 'cause
I'm meaning,
Thank you very much, Babs.
I was
just
wanting to
Godfather,
say it.
sorry.
I'm not
Godfather,
meaning that. I'm meaning, like, as an example, us buying a Napoli player was difficult, yeah, because we don't have a good relationship with their board, right?
Yes,
We
it's
have to
difficult, it's
literally
valid.
have an intermediary.
Coutinho, yeah.
Whereas once you've done a deal with a player, for example, they've pretty much done a deal with Frimpong, they now have a relationship with Leverkusen to go, well, actually, like, look at Chelsea. When Chelsea got fucking Jorginho, they got Sarri. Because why? They had a good relationship.
And they got
Like,
Koulibaly.
and I do think that the whole Frimpong thing is relevant because, and Kels, you're right. A player that is so obsessed with being comfortable and like having,
Who Inter just scored.
like Wirtz
Yeah.
saying, "Oh, I want to feel comfortable in the city," it would make you think, "Are you going to take a while to settle?" So I think the Frimpong thing's massively relevant to it because there was no link until they've fucking as good as got Frimpong done, and then now all of a sudden, fucking they're getting Verts.
Why am I fuming as if he promised us that he's
No,
coming
you
to
know it's Patrick. No, I get why you're gutted. You know what it is? Because a player of his quality, for him not to come, you would be gutted, Patrick. It's the thing.
I am fuming. Like
No,
my
no,
my
Patrick,
head is
no,
my
it's a
head
bigger
is
picture.
my
No,
head is
Patrick,
burning
that's
right
the-
now because of this.
Patrick,
This
that's
is-
the natural feeling you would have. Listen, I'm gutted that we didn't get him. Look, to be honest with you, I would have loved for him to put a shitty shirt, but look, the man made his decision.
Nah,
And listen, we gotta live with it, you know?
it's
Sadly.
it's far bigger than that. Like if he would have gone to Bayern, then we would have gone, do you know what? We heard he wanted to stay in Germany. He's German. His mum and dad want Bayern. All of that shit.
I
Yeah.
would have understood that. Yeah.
It's first, there's so many reasons. Firstly, it's the fact it's not that. It's the fact that a club in England, yeah, that everyone says hasn't got Paul, has just sneaked in and took him off of us.
Arsenal on moving Matt out of here.
Secondly, that club
Sorry.
we want to be no. Secondly, that club we want to be competing with. And thirdly, for me personally, my biggest worry is because if you strip everything back and stop worrying about rivals, yeah, you look at your own club
Napoli's
and
going
how
down.
your house is in order, yeah. And my biggest worry is this telling us something about how our club is moving? That's my biggest worry. I'm worried about Liverpool, but I'm more like on Sunday, yeah, we could get Champions League football without winning a game, but most importantly, you want to worry about your own team and your own team get it done.
Mhm,
So
exactly.
same with this, that yes, I'm worried he's going Liverpool. And yes, it's shit he's turned us down to go there. But more so, it's like, how are we starting to fumble things that a few years ago we would never fumble?
Do
And
you know
that's
why
what
we've
worries
gotten
me.
too comfortable? From the board to
Yeah.
Pep to the players, we've gotten too comfortable.
I
They've
agree.
become complacent. Pep with the snarky comments. The comments, especially the past few days, he's like, if the and I think it was subliminal messaging in my opinion. Correct me if I'm wrong. He's like, if they bring more players in and make me have a big squad, I'm gonna leave.
Right.
Call his bluff. Call
hold
his
on,
bluff. Seriously,
hold
call
on.
his bluff.
That quote
That's
right
what
there,
irritated
yeah.
me.
That quote right there, yeah.
It's what landed us
Is-
in the
is-
mess this season.
But him talking about that, yeah, I had to ask for context on that because I didn't see the interview. Now, the context, because one of my issues is maybe Pep isn't great at managing players when the shit hits the fan, right? The fact that Pep has basically said that, and when you see the context is that he doesn't feel comfortable having to tell players, sorry, you're not traveling with us, right? You're not even going to be on the bench, right? I'm cool with that because that shows me that Pep does care and he's not just being an absolute ruthless bastard. Yeah, I'm cool with that. But it is also like worrying because he's like, but at the same time, Pep, if we don't have a big squad, you want to compete on all fronts. You've seen what happens this season. So
And this is the issue. Him losing his ruthlessness is why we're in this mess. You have to be ruthless. The reason why
season,
why we were at the top for so long because he was
he
ruthless.
was ruthless. But you
He
have to be
played with the
ruthless with
system.
everyone, by
You
the
have
way.
to-
That's the
exactly.
key
You
as
have to-
well.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We won the
So what
Champions
we're
League
doing-
because he benched Kyle Walker in the final.
Exactly. So I don't know where this ruthlessness has gone. Seriously.
Yeah, but do
Has
you
it
see
gone
how
soft?
fast? Do you see how fast he was when he was asked today that he's going to the World Cup? No.
What? Oh,
I-
yeah.
Yeah, that was fast. That
Wait,
was
what?
Well, he
ruthless.
begged him to
fast.
stay.
Yeah. I said,
Yeah, so
Ironically,
they
he
asked him.
begged
So
him
they
to
asked
stay.
him. Yeah, so they were asking players that are these players going to go to the World Cup? The guys that are maybe being sold. He's like, I don't want to answer that. But as soon as they say is Kyle Walker going to the World Cup, he's like, no, he's not. No. So it looks like
No,
Walker is-
I want to bring it back a tiny bit. I do agree there has been some complacency.
What? Sorry,
Especially
that
with
comment.
TE.
What
TE
issue?
has
What
been-
issue am I trying to create?
I don't know. Say Dempsey attempted to create an issue that doesn't.
Yeah, let me know. Let me know. I'm interested.
Yeah, let
Maybe-
him know.
maybe
Let him
I'm-
know.
I don't think you are.
No, I might be. I'm pissed off today, so I might
So
be.
am I. So
I
am
think
I.
that with Viana
That's
coming in,
true.
all right, here we go. Mateus is going to tell us why we don't need Florian Wirtz. I'm very excited for this.
Oh,
Let
and
me
you
finish
think
my point
and you
first.
think we're gonna buy it? Go ahead, finish your point.
But I think Hugo Viana is the big signing of the season because I think he will bring that ruthlessness back. And I think he's going to get rid of some of these players that we need to get rid of. I don't know why people
I'll
are
believe it
being
when I
so
see
like,
it.
oh, we
I'll
can't
believe
lose.
it when I see it.
Like they want to keep all these bad players. The past
Hold on,
weeks,
hold on,
this
hold
run
on,
we've gone
Kels,
on, I think it's
Kels,
clouded some people's minds. They're
hold
like,
on,
let's keep
Kels,
Bernardo,
Kels,
let's keep Gundo, let's keep Kovacic. I'm like,
Kels. I see your tweets, and sometimes I think, fucking hell, you're driving me crazy. Today, we've actually got on with your takes. However, you just said he wants to keep some of these bad players. List them one by one, please. Bad players.
okay, who's been poor this season? Bernardo.
No. You said bad players.
Kovacic,
You said bad.
Akanji.
Right. Okay. Cool. First name, I'm going to zoom in straight away. Kovacic. You think Kovacic has been bad this season?
Yes, because he's not a 6,
cool.
and he's been playing primarily as a 6, and he's been a bad 6.
Yep.
And it's not his fault. There's a caveat to this. It's not his fault. He's being asked to play a position he can't do, and I think he's bad at it.
I mean,
he doesn't
way
have
too.
the positioning.
There's.
He's not tracking back. He's not stopping counterattacks. I'm used to Rodri as a 6, so I have very high standards.
I hear it. Kovacic has been our second best player this season for me.
Okay, I disagree, but that's okay.
Wait, our second best player has been Kovacic. Who has been your second best player, Kelster?
I think Vardiol has been our top player by far.
Yeah, I
and
agree
I don't
with
think
that.
we've had a second best player.
It's been Kovacic.
well, in that case, the argument's fucking finished.
I would put Haaland before.
I hear the Haaland thing. I do hear the Haaland thing. Maybe I do hear.
Wait a minute, you put Haaland before Kovacic?
No, I kind of hear the Haaland argument, but yeah, I honestly think like Kovacic, and I said this the other day. I feel like Kovacic, right? Because he was not part of the treble team, but he's also an uncle, that he doesn't get the credit in the bank that other players have got. I actually think since Kovacic has arrived at this club, he's had 2 good seasons. Like, and here's the thing. When Rodri got injured, we went on a 6 games we won, 1 game we drew. 7 games, we didn't lose one of the 7 games with Kovacic after Rodri got injured. And by the way, before Rodri came back, we won every game. So while Kovacic was there, unbeaten. Kovacic got injured, and then that fucking freefall went. Go and look at the numbers. It's literally factual that with Kovacic, Crystal Palace, he wasn't there. We lost, right? Kovacic is slyly an unsung hero this season in a very bad season. And I'm not saying put him in team of the fucking year, Premier League team of the year, but he, I feel, gets pelters because people don't want to give some of the other uncles pelters. So they think, fuck it, this guy weren't part of the trebles, we'll go for Kovacic. I think he's been good for us this season, honestly.
He's actually been good. It's just that I think you're right. A lot of people have been, yeah. He's been a better player than most of them. Okay, so Mr. Mateus, you're here. You got your wish, Mateus. Verts is not coming to City. This is what you wanted. Instead, Gibbs White, one of the best English players ever played in this world, is coming in. You've got what you wanted, Mateus. So what do you want to gloat?
Hold on, which one's Mateus?
The one in the hat.
So, sorry, just to confirm, and I'm pretty neutral. You don't want Verts, you want Morgan Gibbs White over him.
No, speak. You fraud. Speak. You're here. Speak.
Oh,
you're on mute. You're on mute. You're on mute. Unmute yourself.
Bro, if that is your take, that you want Morgan Gibbs White over Verts, you're the type of City fan I want to follow on Twitter, right? Because I need some positivity in my life.
Yeah. Break it down. Let's see. Break it down.
It's not. I don't want Verts. I just don't think he's as good as people make him out to be. I never knew much about Verts. People were hyping how good Leverkusen were last season, so on. I'm more inclined to buy Morgan Gibbs White because he's a player that I watch in the Premier League, and I've been really fan of him since December. I actually want to buy him in during the winter transfer window. But with Vert, when we got linked to him, I think it was a few months ago. I sat down because I don't usually watch highlights because any random players can look good on YouTube highlights. It's just facts. You can go on YouTube right now and type it in Sergio Gomez Real Sociedad highlights, and
Facts.
you think that he's amazing anyway.
Yeah.
So I put a few. I went to Bundesliga. I was watching a few games. I watched them Leverkusen and Werder Bremen. I watched against Bayern Munich, Dortmund, and there is not 100 million player in there. He's got moments in his game. He's got the guy got quality on the ball. However, every time I was watching him, there was still a player that has a lot to develop. In the final third, his final ball, he wasn't at it. Like he constantly losing the ball in the middle of the park. His body language is really, really poor. The way when the team is pressing, especially by Leverkusen, when they press, the way he presses is completely different to other players. I was noticing that, and even at the times, Xabi Alonso would keep shouting at him, and I was like, where is that players that everyone keeps talking about? I'm not like the moments in the game where he can show a bit his magic, but his overall game, it was really, really poor from what I was watching. So watching it, then I was like, okay, it's one game, no problem. Let me put it on Bayern Munich against Leverkusen last season, because people are talking about when they won the league, it was really good. I was watching last season. I swear to God, I've never seen like the worst player on that football pitch than him.
Worse, you know. I was about to say that what you're saying here was, and this is what I initially thought what you were going to say was that he's not as good as an overall 300 million package. But the more I'm listening to you, you're actually saying he's shit.
No.
Let me answer this, Matthias. Matthias, wait, let me answer this. So, Paul, you're saying none of the people on this panel go to the games. Kilkster's gone to the games. Adam has gone to the games. Matthias has gone to the games. Dabs has gone to the games. So,
Dabs has gone to the games. My brother.
Wait, hold on.
Paul, I promise you.
I live in America. I don't go to games.
This is why.
but Kilkster has gone to a game. So she's even in America, but she's gone to a game.
I went to a game 2 years ago. I don't think that really proves anything. You know who was at the game I went to?
Paul, you know the respect. Hey, Paul, in the most respect.
No, Adam, no, not today. Adam,
no, I'm not saying anything rude.
Bro, I'm not even going to knock him, but Paul.
No, Paul. Paul, generally speaking, Paul, generally speaking, I could care less about your opinion. There you go.
I just wanted to answer that. Where does he get quiet?
Paul, just for a bit of context, it doesn't matter because actually, as a game-going fan, season ticket holder at Main Road, home and away, I promise you, I've spent fucking.
But Dabs, for a second.
Hold on.
No, Dabs, why do you have to prove yourself to idiots like that?
No, Adam, let me finish. What I was going to say, as a game-going fan, right? And Paul, if you're a game-going fan, then you would know that sometimes when we are at games, we cannot analyze a game as well as someone that is watching it on TV. And that is a fact. And it doesn't matter. This is not about proving who's got a bigger dick.
We can't see the whole picture when you're at the game.
Yeah, but do you know what's funny?
You don't get replays when you're at game.
Do you know what's funny, Paul?
No, easy. You don't even have to entertain idiots like that.
No. Yeah, keep quiet, Adam. Let me answer. Do you know what's funny, Paul? You're not the first one who's come to this channel and try to point out at people and find out that the people actually go to games. So I'm going to be straight with you, Paul. I bet you came to the channel, then you saw most of these people look international. So basically, they've never been to a game.
You just look international.
Yeah, you do look international today, Dab.
Thank you.
Yeah, you do look international.
So
yeah. So you've just held your L, Paul, because Matthias just drinks at those games.
Oh, bro, listen. Sorry. I've never met Matthias.
That's Friday night. Come on.
I have never met Matthias in my life. However, I can hear his accent, right? So straight away,
Matthias is our local panelist.
Bro, I can hear his accent. When you hear someone's accent, to then say, "Oh, they don't go to games," is just fucking ignorance.
No, it was an L from Paul.
Some of us can't afford it, Paul. Some of us can't.
Hey, Matthias is our beer expert or our alcoholic expert.
So some of us live a 12-hour plane right away.
I think this narrative of going to games and whatnot. I get it. I honestly do, but at the same time, yeah, if you are someone who's like Kel, yeah, who gets up like fucking 3 a.m. in the morning just to watch your
4:30 in the morning to watch
football
games.
club, she makes us just as much effort as we do.
Big facts.
Yeah, she does, because listen, we spend our own money. Going to games is really expensive. Obviously, like, we've got issues with the whole ticket thing, but at the same time, yeah, if you're a Man City fan, you're a Man City fan.
Thanks.
Do you know what I mean? Listen, we are fortunate myself, for example, I'm fortunate to be like 40 minutes off the ground, but at the same time, I'm never going to mock Patrick or even Adam or Kelster just because they don't have the same possibility to attend football matches as myself. At the end of the day, once Man City are playing, they get behind the team the same way as they do.
Facts, absolute facts.
So yeah, on Vert's things, yeah. Let me just finish my point here. I know that says.
Wait, let me just say the super chat.
No, I wasn't getting at you, bro. It's interesting hearing how opposite your take is on Vert.
Right.
Let me read this super chat. It says, Patrick, back-to-back streams. I respect the hustle. The hustle is there. Copy is crazy. Yeah, man. Tell me. The Copium is crazy, but let's leave him. Go ahead with your Copium.
See, I was watching. I stopped against Bayern Munich. He was the worst player on the football pitch in terms of just constantly giving the ball away, not really doing anything really, and he got subbed off. But when I watched Leverkusen against Inter in the Champions League, I could see his quality. I was like, wow, there's a player there. He was literally like making things sticking for Leverkusen, and I was starting to see why people wanted him to be the KDB replacement. But at the same time, yeah, I just feel like they play for the money that they're asking. You're expecting a premium package. Do you know what I mean? You don't expect someone, right? Okay, comes in, he's only 22. Give him time, give him a couple of years adapting. For the money that they were asking for, well, it's been reported, a 300 million package. He needs to be ready now, and I'm not sure that he is. But listen, at the end of the day,
more. I said this before. More. You've just you've already watched more of Verts than me, right? For you to be able to give that breakdown, because when I spoke at him, I spoke about the Euros and said what I saw of him in the Euros, and I wasn't. My God, he's 300 million, right? Overall package.
Matthias watched 3 games just to hate on him. 3 games.
No, but
six.
The thing is, but again, I'm with Matthias that for me, again, if you are talking, bro, but if you are talking about a price and an overall package that's big, Matthias should be able to watch 2 games and fucking say, yeah, he's worth it. Yeah. You shouldn't have to, because the thing is, bro, look at Haaland. Look at Haaland. You go and look at Haaland before he came to City. You would not have to watch 3 games to know what Haaland is about. Look at De Bruyne before he came to City. You did not have to watch 3 games to know what De Bruyne was about. And by the way, this is not me being negative, slandering Verts, going, shit, I don't want him. I want him, yeah? But And by the way, we would pay that premium because we're in a shit show because we are where we are. But I do hear it. He's not like even Yamal. You watch Yamal straight away, you're going, fucking hell. The guy's 17 and you're watching him
that's
going,
who you give 100 million to.
I get it. I get it, yeah.
Listen, if that was Pedri, yeah, 300 million, drop it. Drop the bag.
Yeah.
If that was Pedri from Barcelona,
somebody agrees with you.
Drop the bag.
100%.
And by the way, this has not changed my opinion. I still want Verts by any means because we are where we are, because we've fumbled shit, we are going to have to pay a premium. But this is the maddest thing. This is why I don't understand that Liverpool, who really don't need to spend this much, I'm shocked that they are, because I don't think he's like... let me give an example.
I thought they would spend that money on a striker.
So the Van Dijk deal, because he was coming from ultimately his wage would have been a lot less. The Van Dijk deal probably would have cost Liverpool in total, what, 130 million wage and the fee to Southampton, right?
Yeah,
They
probably
needed-
200. If you talking
Nah, because his initial wage at Liverpool would be nowhere near where it is now. When he first came from Southampton, he would have been on peanuts.
wasn't 275.
No way. His first contract at Liverpool would not have been 275. He would not.
It was, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So he went from Southampton, where he was probably earning maximum 30 bags a week, yeah, to 275. Not what he's on right now, what he was on when he joined Liverpool.
Yeah, because you need to understand at the time it was either get him or no one, because he was bought in January.
I am actually going to Google this. I do not believe you, but either way, either way,
I
it
think
would
it
have
was
been
around
less.
200.
But the key is, so you've just dropped 75 grand in
Yeah, no, sorry, 270.
But ultimately, either way, that deal would have been substantially less than this Wirtz deal. But at that point, Liverpool needed Van Dijk then far more than they need Wirtz now, right?
Right.
So it just, I'm baffled. I'm baffled how Liverpool have got this done.
But
Okay,
to be honest with you, Daz, I'm actually not surprised.
Adam, let me answer Samasi. Okay, so Samasi, we had a giveaway for the new Man City kit. It was a giveaway show because of reaching 4K. So Samasi, we put all the names of the members. As you can see, out of all the 20 names of the members, the machine chose you. So Samantha, I know you're a Bayern fan, so we might do a deal. I might actually get you a Bayern jersey instead. So let's talk. DM me, but Samantha, you won, Samasi. So pick up to you. Anyway, Adam, what were you saying?
No, I said I'm not surprised. Listen, that's what happened.
Sorry, 150 grand a week was his first contract.
It was only 155.
No, that's still bigger. That's still way more than I expected. But
no, Dabs, I'm not actually surprised that Liverpool are after Florian Wirtz. That happens when you're at the top. When you're at the top, that's when you strengthen. Honestly speaking, I'm not shocked.
I hear it, and that's what we usually do. It's not what Liverpool do when they're at the top. Remember, Liverpool could have retained a trophy, but went and bought fucking defenders from the first division. It's not what Liverpool do.
I mean, look, that's what I said. From what they're potentially going to do, they may have learned from their lesson.
Yeah, maybe.
So I'm not going to rush to conclusions. He may still end up going to Bayern Munich, but if he does go to Liverpool,
he's going to Liverpool.
And
do you know what? Adam,
I'm just saying.
Adam, and do you know what your club is doing? That information is like the
I know they want to go.
The difference of 10 million as a match.
And then
Patrick, you just said your club.
Yes.
Is it not your club?
It is mine. It is mine.
No, Patrick. You know what it is, yeah?
You know what? You have to.
No, Patrick. You know the good old saying: if you don't laugh, then you cry.
Yeah. So this is the news. Apparently, there's a difference of 10 million between Man City and AC Milan, and we are open to.
Patrick, you know that meme of where Jose Mourinho. Patrick, you know the bit where Jose told Roman to just be quiet and then just pay up the money.
Yeah,
someone needs to be telling Hugo Viana and Cheeky, just keep quiet and just pay the money, man.
But this is what I said, that we've worked very hard to go back from when we used to be held to ransom, Robinho, all that era. Yeah, we've worked very hard to get to a point where we're no longer held to ransom, right? However, right, the board have admitted they made a mistake last summer, and because of that mistake, we are where we are, right? We can't, and this is what worries me, that we're staying stubborn potentially, whether it be with Wirtz, potentially with Reinders, right? We have to accept we are where we are. We have worked hard to be able to fucking be stubborn, but right now we're playing catch up. We have to drop that guard and accept right now, to get us back to where we want to be, we might have to pay a bit more. And that's our fault because we didn't strengthen last summer or the summer before. And that's the biggest thing. Fuck the fact Liverpool are getting him, right? This is not about who wins the league next season. This is about us keeping our standards and not getting on that path Man United went on. We have to fucking bite our lip and just go, do you know what? If we have to pay more to get us back to the top, then we'll be stubborn again.
Yeah, because clubs will go for the premium, isn't it? Because at the end of the day, they know we're desperate for midfielders. So do you know what's interesting? I can't wait the one I'm interested in and I'm watching so close is Gibbs White. I want to see how far Forest go with the price. Like, what will Forest demand?
I'm shocked that it came out yesterday that apparently they're because, and by the way, I think 70 million for Gibbs White is a lot, but again, English tax, all that shit. If they really are just going,
how
you know
much
what,
would
70
you
million,
pay him? How much would you pay for
what
him?
wage? How much would I pay? Bro, it's such a hard question because
At most, 150 a week.
Oh, as in wages?
No wages. For how much would you pay for him?
Do you know what? Right, at 70 million, I can reluctantly accept it. Right, just because of the fact that I know that fucking English tax is a thing. Right, and the fact that we all and we have to remember this. Maybe not me, but predominantly as a fan base, we're saying we think maybe Stones needs to go. We're saying maybe Grealish needs to go. Like, this is not it's nice to have English players. This is a rule. You have to have homegrown players. It's not a nice to have, it's a rule, right? And so we are in a place, again, because of the board, we're in a place where we are going to be held to ransom for this. Like, so 70 million, I can bite my lip and go,
do you not think that we created our own problems?
Yeah, we have. That's exactly what I'm saying. We have, and that's why we have to just fucking accept it.
If you go back to last summer, we had last summer. Our main concern was the midfield, where we all said, right, okay, we need to address the midfield. The moment you go a summer without any sort of transfer window, the very next summer, you just won't have one problem. All of a sudden, you start saying, right, okay, it's not just the midfield now. We need to address the defense because we haven't got any right back.
Do you know the worst thing is? Do you know what makes it hurt even more is that the one thing that I've always been like, not always, when I was younger, definitely not, but over the last 10 years, I've always been proud of is how we manage, like, whether it be letting one legend go on a free at the end of every season, right? And then we always keep the age of the squad we've always managed it so fucking well. And we always see the Khaldoon interview where everything is fucking perfect. I always describe it as the perfect machine, like, and all you have to do is just get the right parts and the machine will keep working. And that's what's frustrating, is that we have completely taken our eyes off the ball and allowed us to get to a point where you're spot on. We have created this ourselves. We've got an aging midfield that's way too old. And all of this is our fault. Like, it is, and it's worrying. Sorry, one second.
Yeah, because let's face
I agree with that.
Let's face it, if we address the problems, our midfield problem in the summer just gone, this summer we will be talking about, a piece on the defense, which is right back, maybe a left back, and then maybe add a piece on the attack. Because we didn't do anything in the summer, all of a sudden, right, we have to rebuild. Yeah, because we failed to address the problems in the summer. And this summer, when people say, we are getting over 10 million, you need to understand that, we are in the problems at Man City financially is massive, because we've got big players on the big contracts and big wages that we need to get rid of, and we're going to struggle to get rid of. Yeah, players like Calvin Phillips, for example,
even Bernardo as well.
Jack,
Matthias, can you give me a minute, Matthias? Ladies and gentlemen, says
it looks like you're crying, Patrick, man.
I am crying. I'm hurt. You have no idea. Liverpool FC have already agreed all important personal terms with Florian Wirtz, just like Bayern. So basically, Wirtz said yes because he spoke to Arne Slot. Ladies and gentlemen, Arne Slot has managed to get Wirtz to Liverpool. How? Who's Arne Slot? Who is Arne Slot? Who knew Arne Slot?
No,
who knew him? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Hey, he's a Dutch egghead. That's what he is.
What's going? No, what's going? Okay, look. And this, you know what? Maybe it's good. It's like this, because if it was Vincent Kompany, maybe I would have been in more pain. What's going on? I'm lost.
Have we discussed Pep in this conversation yet?
No, but Pep Guardiola is being rejected for Arne Slot. Does that make sense? Who's Arne Slot? I don't care. Who
Patrick, why are you surprised? At some point,
because I wanted this guy to come to City. I don't want Gibbs White.
Patrick,
I don't want Gibbs White. I know, Adam. I
no,
don't want
Patrick,
Gibbs
I
White.
get that.
No,
No, Patrick, I get
we
that.
need to have this conversation about Pep.
No,
though,
no,
'cause I
no,
have
no,
some-
no.
I have
Let
some
him
things
cook,
to
man.
say.
Let him cook.
But
Let him
Patrick,
cook.
I get that, but you can't.
Adam, let me.
I get that, but you can't force a player to come.
No,
Listen-
I don't care. Adam, I'm gonna mute you. Who's Arne Slot? Who's Arne Slot? Like, guys, seriously.
Premier League champion right now, to be fair.
But why would you reject Pep for Arne Slot?
Because I do.
Please tell me why.
Yeah,
why?
I want to have this conversation.
Well,
I'm gonna
it's
wait my turn.
like right.
Adam is back now.
So here's the thing, right? And like, so Pep Guardiola, like anyone that says Pep Guardiola is not fucking one of the best managers of all time, yeah, is off their rocker. Absolutely off their rocker. The proof is in the fucking pudding. Even if you take City away from it and you go back to fucking Barcelona, yeah, first season treble, right? Even if you then look at the fact that he's come to Manchester City, and he was right from day one, yeah, we didn't have European heritage, right? He has managed to get us as like we lost in that semi-final to Real Madrid all those years ago. Why? Because we didn't believe. We lost in that final against Chelsea. Why? Because as a club, we did not believe. He has built this mentality amongst us, yeah, that has dominated English football. So Pep is an elite manager. However, he's not for everyone, and he does make mistakes. And by the way, at the moment, he's had one of the worst seasons he's ever had. Like, he's made me even question him. Like, I get it. The divorce thing, as a man that's divorced, it's difficult, yeah? But for us as fans, why would we care? Now, I do care, but as us as fans and them as owners, why do we care? Ultimately, we pay you to do a job, do your job, right? This season, he has not. But as the type of player that Wirtz is, yeah, Wirtz could look at the way Liverpool play, look at the way Pep plays, and just go, do you know what? It's not for me. Right. And that is the truth. It's fine. Reinders has looked at us and gone, that is for me. Yeah. I see what Gundogan, how Gundogan cooked there. I can cook like that. Cool. Bro, I am, Patrick, me and you have beefed over Grealish and Doku so many times, right? So many fucking times, yeah? You know I love Jack Grealish, right? You know that I will defend and talk about that treble season and what he brought us. I saw a reel of Jack Grealish recently at Aston Villa. My man was scoring bangers, right, for fun, right? So if you're a footballer and you actually just look at the way someone plays and just goes, do you know what? And by the way, I get it. Grealish has come to us, and Grealish is probably happy he's come to us. He's been paid, lived the life in Manchester, and won shitloads of trophies he would never win at Villa. But Wirtz probably thinks, I'm going to win trophies no matter what, but I want to feel like I can play the way I want to play. And under Pep, do any of us think that Wirtz would play the way he wants to play under Pep?
No.
Yeah, but I thought he's replacing.
That's leading to my point, but I'll wait my turn.
Wait, isn't he replacing? Oh, wait. I don't get this, people. And you guys are not gonna sell me this Fugazi story.
Bro, football's not that simple. You will never
Isn't he
ever
replacing KDB?
Hold on, bro. Football's not that simple. No player comes in and replaces a player like for like. Systems change to adapt to the player.
Okay, yeah, but I'm saying
Wirtz and Kevin De Bruyne are very, very, very different players. Very different.
But he's coming in to be the number 10, so we will give him more. The ball go through Wirtz if he came to City.
I mean, another thing is he could look at City and go, all right, cool. So if I go Liverpool, I know I'm going to be their number 10, right? Because currently they've got fucking Szoboszlai, right? He could look at City and go, well, if Foden gets back to his best, if Echeverri starts cooking, they've just signed Marmoush. There's so many reasons to why, but I do think the Pep one is relevant. Like this season, Pep has lost a few brownie points, you know. Like
so basically, like, look, my head is hot. First of all, because it's Liverpool. Number two, it's the fact that Arne Slot, as mentioned, as the one who poured. I don't know. So anyway, Samasi, how do you feel that Wirtz has decided to ditch Bayern and instead go
Not
to
gonna
Liverpool?
lie, I never wished harm on any player. I'm at that point. I'm at that point.
everyone, turn your cameras off. Turn your cameras off, please.
She's reckless. She's reckless.
Yeah, bro, get your cameras off. She's gonna wish death on a player. I'm here for it, but turn your
I'm
cameras off.
close to
Not
it.
me.
Dude,
That's
no.
crazy.
You don't understand. We are trying to sign this player for 5
Adam, turn off your
years.
camera, man. Adam, turn off your camera,
Now,
man.
Adam's here for the death as well. Apparently, he's committing
Adam
suicide.
agrees.
Adam's got a vest on.
Go ahead,
suicide
Samasi.
bomb.
Samasi, you said 5 years you've been trying to sign him.
5 years we tried to sign him. And he said yes to us. And we fumbled it in the last minute because we
How
pissed
did
off
you
his
Hold on.
Wow.
Did you say 5 years?
5
Yeah, they've been-
years. We worked
Yeah,
on
they've
it
been
for
trying.
5
They've been
years.
speaking to him.
Is that real? For real?
Yeah,
5
yeah,
years?
Yeah, that's
No,
have been
we've
speaking
not
to
been
Verts for
talking
a
to
long time.
Florian Wirtz for fact. We were talking to Florian Wirtz at 17.
Not you. He's talking about she's talking about the Bayern Munich that have been looking at him.
Bayern
for
Oh,
five
Munich.
years.
are you a Bayern fan?
Yeah, she's a Bayern fan.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bayern
my
fan,
bad, my bad.
Yeah, so she's
Oh,
telling us from the
okay.
Bayern fan. Yeah, she's
so
German.
you're feeling pain with us. Okay, cool.
Yeah, she's
Listen.
German. Yeah.
I'm beyond in pain. I'm embarrassed. I'm in pain. I need everybody on the board to get sacked. Uli Hoeneß retire. Uli Hoeneß, you have done good for Bayern. Made Bayern the club what's right now, but he needs to let it go. Okay, 5 years. 5 years we tried to sign him. He says yes to us. Personal terms are agreed, and then he gets pissed because we leaked it to the media that he wants to come to Bayern. Then we pissed off his family, pissed off his dad. Then he went to Liverpool. I don't know what Arne Slot, who he is, what he said to him.
That sounded mad the way you said that.
Oh,
You see, Samasi, you see, this is what I'm saying.
You are.
I'm saying, what can I ask something? How can you?
Sorry, can I ask? Do you want Calvin Phillips?
No way I want
Oh,
Phillips.
well,
He-
fair enough. Kyle Walker, maybe? No.
Yeah, I was just about to ask that.
Dude.
How about
That's
Ruben
why-
Diaz?
why-
Would you take Ruben Diaz off my hand?
Oh, fuck you. I want to keep Ruben for now.
And
Yeah,
and
can
he
I
went to Liverpool
just
for-
bring this comment?
a little
Hold
Doku Sane fucking swap deal. What are you saying?
Oh my God, take Sane. Take Sane. He's beyond.
Oh,
I'll take that in a heartbeat.
We'll have Sane
Hey.
for Doku all day long.
Sane is
Hey.
finished. Sane is finished.
Nah.
Yo. He's 29
Hey,
years old.
no,
He's finished.
Patrick.
Yeah, we
Patrick.
can get Sane on
Patrick.
a free. We don't need to
Patrick.
give them anybody.
Patrick, how old is Sonny?
29.
This dude.
29, yeah. I can tell you this now. Sonny, 29, yeah.
29?
Patrick. Sonny, 29, yeah, is better than this.
Okay, Matthias, can you please speak?
Can I?
I was just
Can
saying,
I
Oh,
also-
I was
Samasi,
reading the
wait.
comments.
Samasi wants to finish.
Can
Wait,
I
Samasi,
also
okay, finish.
say,
I still have a point to make at some point too about Pep.
I
but-
think if Man City were
Remover,
guaranteed
Patrick. Remove
guaranteed
Girls.
Champions League, he wouldn't have rejected Man
Why?
City.
Say that again. You said
Hold on.
Man
Who
City
do you
what?
want? Let's cut to the point. Who do you want to wish death on?
Verts.
I don't wish death on him, but I'm close to wish. If I get another Liverpool fans being annoying on Twitter,
Oh, welcome
saying
to our
God
world.
death,
Welcome to our world.
They're not as bad as
they have-
Arsenal fans.
They have 2 Premier Leagues in 30 years, and they're having. Oh my
32
God.
years.
But this is a problem that Liverpool picking up these odd Premier Leagues here and there. I give zero fucks about, right? This is why this one worries me. That the
Me
minute
too,
like
I'm worried.
we've heard about a quadruple they never won for years, right? Now, if Liverpool retain a trophy, them Scouse bastards are going to become unbearable. Absolutely unbearable.
I'm scared that Liverpool win it probably because they could. They have a good defense.
Mm.
They have now a creator next to Salah. I'm scared. I'm scared of
Patrick,
Liverpool.
hey, Patrick, I've never
well,
wished.
okay.
Patrick, I've
first
never
of all,
prayed
you
for
said
injuries,
Trent
yeah?
is a
Don't
terrible
allow this
defender.
guy-
He's
don't
not a
allow
good defender.
Kels-
He
Who?
makes Trent look like a good defender. He's
Hey, no,
awful.
Patrick, I've never prayed
He's not
for
defending
injuries,
anything.
but hey,
Who are
Patrick,
you talking
I've
about,
never
Kels?
prayed for injuries, but you know what,
We're
yeah?
wrong.
I wish,
He's
yeah,
a
and I
winger.
prayed
He's not a
Liverpool
right
get
back. He's
injuries.
a
He's a
winger.
wingback. He's a wingback. He's a wingback. Yeah, yeah, I hear you.
Patrick, like what
He's
I said,
not
I've never
defending
prayed.
anything.
Hey,
And neither
Patrick,
is
I've never
Trent.
prayed for injuries, but I pray
This-
Liverpool get injured next season.
Small
Dude,
muscle
after we just
injury.
had a season
for
like
few-
that, can you stop putting
man.
that kind of negative energy out there in the universe? We don't need it. Trust me.
Like,
We don't
Patrick,
need that
have you
energy. We
told
just
this
suffered a
emergency
terrible injury
meeting?
season. Why would you? Say
I
that?
am going to just I'm changing it in
By
a few
the way,
minutes. I'm
apparently,
fuming. I don't know why I'm fuming.
by the way,
Yeah.
apparently Michael Ballack, the ex-Chelsea player,
I know who Ballack is. Yeah.
said to Wirtz to go to the Prem and go to Liverpool. Apparently, he advised him to do
You should
that.
stick to the
Michael
broadcasting
Ballack,
booth.
you deserve to be a serial user. He never won a big trophy. He deserved that. He totally deserved that.
Well, it's quite nice sharing our fucking pain with someone else. So.
It's
Here's
so
to, here's,
bad
here's,
because
here's to
We don't.
Vincent
We
Company.
at the channel do not condone injuries or.
Hey, Patrick, you can go for a walk.
there,
Yeah,
there
Patrick,
is
are
not
you all right,
really
bro?
a player like Wirtz out there
What?
in the transfer market. Because there is
Yeah, we can carry this for a minute if you need a few minutes, Pat. We got this.
I am fuming. Please
I'm
don't
in
know.
pain. I'm so much in pain right now.
I'm with you, Samantha.
You
See,
guys
these guys are
Reigning
joking.
Ballon d'Or winner.
Yeah, this is mental.
Come on,
You lot
come
are
on.
mental.
So Massey, but you brought that guy from Hoffenheim, innit? The next
Fuck
Goretzka.
off.
Oh, fuck off, Salah. Fuck off.
Leave Jonathan Tah.
About
The next
that.
Goretzka.
That's
The
not
next
weird,
Goretzka.
man.
The next
You
Goretzka.
know, by the way, Wirtz is a chicken. You know why? He didn't want to share. He didn't want to be the side chick next to Musiala. That's why. He want to be main guy. That's for Liverpool.
Don't worry,
because
I think
Salah
He's
that
not going to be the
I
main
do
guy
think
in
there's two-
Liverpool. They kind of got this guy named
No,
Mo
but-
Salah.
but
who's the
I
main
hear-
guy.
Yeah, Salah is old. Salah is old.
I
so-
do
He just had the
honestly,
best season of his
yeah.
career.
Look, I can next season we can all be in the I can be in the mud. Yeah, I'm gonna be in the mud for the next couple of days because I did not think Liverpool could get this deal done. Right,
Me
But-
too.
but I honestly do think there's some relevance. There's something, and I can be wrong, but there is something about the way Wirtz has moved, how much his mum and dad are fucking involved in this deal. Yeah, that makes me think the guy's mentality is questionable. I do,
Me
and look.
too.
I do think the guy's talented. I'm not going to change. I wanted him at City, and maybe
Saying
this
that
is
on the last
fucking now.
game.
Maybe this is now
but-
copium. Yeah, but
No, no, no.
Why is he losing?
But Liverpool are in scraps.
Take that
But
copium, take
But
it.
Dabs, Liverpool are in scraps though. The Liverpool is a proper club, so it's not like he's made a bad choice.
no, definitely not,
It's
bro.
not-
He's gone
it's
to.
not the
But
best,
has he
not the
gone? Has he gone for? Has he like? And bro, this is not talking about Liverpool. Liverpool are the champions. Yeah, Liverpool have heritage. Liverpool, like, are a threat next season. I
dunked
worry
on
how
by
good Liverpool
PSG.
are going to be. Right. Yeah, but we've all lost games. We battered you fucking 3-0, but we're not going to talk about that, are we? You can pinpoint individual games.
Maguire attacks.
But either way, we can talk about individual games. But
Sebastian, you're funny. It's like
Liverpool are a good team, so I'm not knocking Liverpool. I'm not knocking the fact he's going there. He is going to somewhere that are already champions, but it's just if I see someone that is a grown man. And by the way, to be fair, Haaland has proven it wrong because his dad was fucking mapping his path. But I do feel with this that it is a risk because I remember Sane when he came to England and he didn't start for like months because he was homesick. And I just think Wirtz is not showing some alpha male fucking power the way he's moving. And
why are you saying that though? Why are you saying that? Because
maybe copium. Maybe.
I think that's copium. I think that's pure copium. I think that's copium.
I agree with that.
Can I make the point I've been trying to make for a while?
No,
Yeah, go
because
ahead.
it's
Go ahead,
about Pep.
Tips. Go ahead. Go ahead.
It's
Tips.
way backtracking though. It's about
Yeah.
Pep.
It's about that man, as you call him, Patrick.
Yeah, go ahead.
that manager, that bum manager who got us in trouble and Centurions and a domestic quad and 4 in a row. What a bum. I do think we need to have a little bit of a conversation though about maybe why some players are avoiding us. Is that one, Pep roulette? What do players want? They want guarantees that they're playing in all the big games.
Yep.
So that could be potentially throwing some people off.
Is Pep wrong then about his squad size?
Yeah, he is wrong. He is wrong.
I think
Right,
he,
okay,
I
so
think
how
he
can he be
needs
wrong?
more. If he
How
wants
can
to
he be
go
wrong?
for all these
Players-
competitions, I think he needs a squad because there's so many international games now.
Well,
they're
then in
literally
that case,
inventing
well, in that case, it's no
players
longer
just are running out of gas.
right. Okay, so then in that case, it's no longer Pep roulette. It's Pep managing the squad to compete in multiple trophies. So you can't call it Pep roulette.
Okay,
point.
fine. We'll take that
I
point
agree with
back.
Pep.
But I think
I
one
think-
one
I
big
think
thing
Pep
that these
needs a
players.
break from football. I think he needs a break from football because
But Matthias,
his
but the
choices
thing is,
don't
okay,
doesn't
what
make
if
him
No,
happy.
Adam, let the be let wait, Samantha, before I go to you, Samantha, Kilster, can you finish your point?
Yeah, let
What
Kels
is your
finish.
point?
I'm just
Kels, what's
not
your-
allowing her to slander Pep. That's
Yeah,
all.
go ahead, Kilster, finish your point.
Hey, for
Nothing
the
to
record,
say.
Daps, I'm Pep in. I'm not.
I know.
I don't want
Kels,
Pep to leave.
Kels,
I want
I'm
him to
playing-
stay and
I'm-
fix his mistakes.
Kels, I'm playing with you. I'm playing with you.
Yeah.
I'm not
Okay,
gonna say-
go ahead, Kels, finish your point.
Anyways, I think that there's something to be said about how Pep doesn't necessarily play players in their best positions. Because I was saying this on another stream. What is Foden right now? Or no, I was saying it somewhere else. But after 8 years, what is Foden? Is he a midfielder or is he a winger?
Second striker.
He paid
Second
90 million euros to get Joško Vardiol, who's a great center back, and he's been playing him as a left back to accommodate a player who I think is not as good as Joško as center back. Oh, Napoli just won the league.
Did they?
Mateus Nunes came in as the midfielder.
Yeah.
This season he's been a winger and now he's a right back. Nico O'Reilly is a left back right now. So maybe some of these big players are a little hesitant to come play under Pep because they don't want to be moved out of position. Like even Bernardo Silva, like he's been jerked all around the pitch. He's been a midfielder, he's been a winger, he's been a left back, he's been a DM, like he's been everywhere. So
Hold
maybe
on.
some of these players are looking at that and saying, I don't want to come to that team. I'm my position. This is where I shine. This is where I want to play.
Kels.
That could be a factor.
Do you know called some of it, the Foden one? I massively agree. I think personally, Foden was destined to be turned into an 8, and I think because of probably how good at 8s we had at the time and how good Foden was, it was like, fuck it, I'm going to keep playing you on the wing, and it's altered his development. But it's funny what you said, because was Cancelo right a few seasons ago?
Yeah, didn't Cancelo come in as a left back and we played him he came in as a right back?
The whole Cancelo Pep beef, and by the way, I'm Pep over Cancelo forever, but the whole Cancelo Pep beef was because Pep was paying Cancelo out of position. So I think there's some truth in what you say. I'm not going to lie.
That could have been why Declan Rice didn't come, which is kind of ironic now because I think Pep said he wanted to turn him into an 8. And then Declan Rice said, no, I want to be a 6. And then the irony is that Arsenal kind of turned him into an 8. So that makes me think he just didn't want to leave home. But that's just my opinion. But
Okay, so as Kelk says right though, because some players might be thinking that, okay, why am I coming? There's 314 of you watching. I'm so disappointed. And you know what? I'm going to rant. I'm not just disappointed with Verts. I'm disappointed with you guys. You asked me to be consistent. I have been doing streams every day. And there's 315 of you and 47 liking. And you know what pisses me off? My YouTube keeps on sending me these updates. There's 500 of you who keep coming back to the channel to watch and you haven't subscribed. What have you been doing for all these years? This is the reason why I'm not consistent. This is the reason why I don't do consistent streams, because you disappoint me. Why are those likes 48? Okay, they were 47.
Hold
not
on,
48.
hold on,
There's just
hold
one
on.
of you. Yeah, go ahead.
Also, Patrick is one of the good people. Yeah, it's a Friday night, and you've got a load of City fans ranting and raving and giving you entertainment.
I know. Look at that.
And however many of you are here, like the like button takes 1 second.
335 now. 335 watching. And do you know how many are watching on
By the way,
Twitter?
Patrick, I like you as a
more
host.
likes,
You're a lot
more-
more.
Hey, I say everyone should unsubscribe.
And do you know what, Dabs? Dabs, there's 267 on Twitter.
Adam, you're a hater. Adam, you're a
Retweet.
hater.
Right,
Retweet.
okay. No. So the Twitter thing's interesting because when I
Hey,
do shows
Abdullah,
with
that's
Sheikh,
false allegations.
when I do shows with Sheikh, he puts it on Twitter as well, right? And it is actually a good thing. But anyone that's watching on Twitter, yeah, you're watching, right? It will help the channel massively if you just take 1 second to jump off of Twitter, go on YouTube, and just fucking subscribe and like the video. And come on, be a good person. Like, it helps people that are giving their time and their effort. And Patrick is one of the good human beings. So help the brother out, man.
Yeah. So Dabs is right.
Can
And
I
now
just ask one question to the panel?
Go ahead.
Do you know with the whole Verts thing? I've actually tweeted that. I think that was a month ago. So, if we had got Verts, do you think he would play midfield or he would play as a left winger?
Oh, fuck's sake. So
that's
Pep,
what I'm
that is
talking
so
about.
Pep.
He's probably asking himself that question. And when we get
fucking
Echeverry, everyone
Because-
says Echeverry, oh, he'll shove him out on the wing.
What
James
would
McAfee
the
showed
most
him out on
likely
the
to
wing.
happen? Him being the Grealish replacement, or the KDB replacement?
The Grealish.
right,
Hold
you're
on,
right
hold
about
on.
that.
Did you
He
just
can-
say? Hold
he
on.
can play both.
Did you just say the Grealish replacement?
Yeah, he would. Yeah. I
Yeah.
think so.
What?
He's-
So
he's
ultimately,
in-
he's not going to play all season.
No. I
He's
mean, because let's face it. When we bought Jack Grealish, yeah, we were thought Jack Grealish would be maybe playing in the
The
midfield
Bernardo
more
replacement.
and playing as a left wing. Like, don't get me wrong, Jack Grealish has been doing a brilliant job as a left winger, and I like Grealish. He's one of my favorite players, but I don't think we got the best out of Jack Grealish.
No, we definitely haven't. We definitely haven't. 1,000,000%.
And even this season, if you remember the game we played against Forest at home,
Yeah.
where he got taken out that the comfort zone where he was like, okay, you go in the midfield, just do what you like, do what you do, and
Leicester, and Leicester.
Yeah, that performance against Forest at home, I think it was one of the best we've ever seen from Grealish. Where
and Leicester, well,
let's not forget, Grealish is a hard-working guy. The way he tracks back and when it comes down to defending, is what literally. I remember what we played Liverpool at Anfield, where he literally made the run from we lost the ball. He literally just to tackle Salah, and I feel like in a way, we've wasted Grealish on the left-hand side. We could have utilized him a bit more. And when I hear Kels talk about positioning, and you're right, and I feel like we've struggled a lot this season because we keep playing players out of position. We don't know what our back line is. We don't know what's the we haven't had a centre-back partnership since
facts.
the treble season, because the centre halves, they need to play together constantly. And last season he tried Akanji and Ruben Diaz, and I've said a lot of times, they don't complement each other. Akanji and Diaz, I don't think they understand. They have that chemistry. When you see Diaz and Vardio, you can see the chemistry between them two. When you see Diaz and John Stones, you can see the chemistry in there, the understanding. Where if one goes jumps, the other one stays in his position. Yeah, but when you see Akanji, Akanji is a defender who likes to attack. He literally he's so high up the pitch, and he leaves the defense exposed a lot of times. And in the midfield, we keep changing all the time. There's no midfield three.
Part of that, to be fair, part of that has been injuries this season.
1 minute you see Bernardo,
we can't account for that.
It's bigger than the season, though. What he's saying, he's spitting. It's bigger than the season. Pep and
we're going to Arsenal away,
partnerships
and we see Marmoush as a left 8. We're going to the Emirates. We're standing there in a way, and then see what Marmoush plays as a left 8, dropping deep. Why?
Oh, so wait, Matthias, am I the only one? I think I agree with Kilkster. Do you know, Dabs? Me and Kilkster have been discussing this off camera, and Matthias, we've also been discussing this off camera. Am I the only one who feels deep down inside? And I know this is coming. I know all of us it's coming. And if you haven't accepted this, then you're a fool. I think Echeverri is going to be a winger at City.
I think because he never lets him in the midfield right away.
I don't think he will.
I have a point to make about the centre backs too.
Patrick, I don't think so, because I don't believe that over recent week. Right, if we look at overall Pep, right, and then even if we take it down to the last 8 weeks and the way we've played for the last 8 weeks and what actually has been successful, I think playing with wingers as we know them is going to be like a plan C next season. I think we're going to be that's why we're looking at fullbacks so much. We're going to be playing. Look, we've Haaland. However, whatever your opinion is on Haaland is our number 9, and Haaland will for now be our number 9. We've bought Marmoush, right? Marmoush is not an out-and-out winger. He's someone that maybe can play on the left, but he comes inside. I think we're going to be playing with 3, with maybe, as an example, Haaland, Marmoush, whether it be Bob, whether it be Echeverri, whether it be Foden, and then we're going to have wing-backs that are going to be taking up that space on the side.
Do you think the way Pep is trying to set up recently, do you think Haaland fits into that, what he wants, what he's trying to.
Mateus,
He does, but not if we play. He does, but not if we are playing with wingers. Like, it's bizarre because you think out and out striker, number 9, get 2 wingers, lump it in the box, bosh. Pep's
No,
never
I
going
mean,
to do that.
like what he's trying to do is basically having the fullbacks literally going up and down the pitch and play a lot of midfields in there. You see sometimes KDB plays a false 9, and it's been working. Let's face it, with winning football matches, we're playing all right, yeah. But obviously the wingers, the fullbacks are holding the width, putting crosses in the box, yeah. But if we were playing like that, see, when Haaland came back and get against Southampton, if you look at the game, we reversed back to the way we were playing before when we wasn't there, which is literally just putting a lot of crosses in the box. Because obviously he's a striker, you need to feed him basically. But when Haaland wasn't there, it was a bit more fluid in the attack. You could see Marmoush going left and right, and there were games where I kind of thought like if we had Alvarez and Marmoush up in there, we could have caused a lot of problems to opposition.
That would have been sick.
It would,
you know what? The truth is, and I think most City fans know this, yeah, that right, the most fluid, the best City was with Aguero, probably, right? Where but Aguero was a totally different striker to Haaland. But then apart from that, like, it was when we were playing with the false 9, right? Haaland's come in, and the treble season, it was a very unique season that Pep was blessed with the perfect tools for his system, right? But it will be very difficult to ever replicate that, like, because if I can just list players, Mahrez, right? Trying to find a winger like Mahrez in this day and age is fucking difficult, right? Kevin De Bruyne, right? I don't think there's another Kevin De Bruyne out there. Bernardo at his prime, Gundogan. Like, if you look at it, it's when special things happen in football. Of course, it's down to the skill of the manager and all of that, but also it's perfect alignment. And we were blessed with the perfect alignment of having the right players at the right time. So, will we ever?
I think we had a more balanced.
Low-key, the reason why we got that is because Stone stayed healthy.
Yeah, 100% all these
does.
things. But this is a thing that right now, and this is, I think it was Martin. Oh, Martin's here now. Perfect. I think Martin, Patrick, and I had this conversation the other. We had this conversation the other day where Martin was saying basically that Pep isn't so much too much going to change how he plays, and once we get the right resources, it will cook again. And I said, but what if? And this is not on Pep, but what if those resources, quite simply, are not out there anymore? And because of that, we have to change how we play. And that is a realization that maybe you can't get that quality of players.
Yeah, let's face it, we're not gonna get another centre half like John Stones.
No, but Mateus,
I think we would.
Wait, I'll make a quick point. But Mateus, you know your point on that small squad. I think, look, I get it and all, but look, what is to say we have the same scenario next year where we're hampered with injuries? That's my.
Yeah, but did you watch press conference today?
Can I say?
No, I watched it, but what I'm saying,
I think everyone.
No, Mateus, I've watched it.
Love to everyone. I've got a dip.
No, Mateus, I've seen it. No, Mateus, I've seen it. But what I'm saying is, look, I get it and all, but my feet is. Yeah, my feet in the back of my head is that, we go into next season, and what is to say we have the same scenario where we have our players dropping like flies, getting injured. That is my worst fear.
Yeah, but
on that note, Adam and Matthias, give me a minute. On that note, let me do the super chat.
Get down on your knee right now. Get down, make money and shine. Make money and shine. Say it again. Make money and shine. Say it again. Make money and shine. Say it again. Say it again. Say it again.
Okay, guys, make money and shine. Let's do this super chat. Samasi is here with us. Big up to Samasi for becoming a member. By the way, Samasi is the one who won the City kit giveaway. She doesn't want the City kit, so Samantha, I might get you the Bayern one. I hope the Bayern one is not expensive more than the City one. But anyway,
Put Pep number 1 behind the shirt as well. Before
I know. She said I should put Pep as Prost 115. So it says Samatsi says Bayern bag fumbler. I hate it here. It's over. Fuck Liverpool. Okay, two quality. So JS, thank you for the super star. JS says 2 quality 8s. Rodri, single pivot, midfield engine room, loosen the control, introduce a bit of Dortmund, Haaland, overlapping fullback.
Yeah. And who cares what Liverpool do in that case? Who cares?
What Haaland at
We
Dortmund
fix our
was
problems.
so
Who
good.
cares what Liverpool does?
Great on the counter.
Go ahead, Samasi.
I would say play to Haaland's strength. He's great on the counter. He can bully center backs. Use him correctly.
Yeah, I think that's another thing. I think Martin has been talking about that before. That recently, Haaland
If
we
you
have.
cannot,
But we're
if
not
you
able
cannot-
to play on the counter. We're not able. Dortmund and us are very different because people play low block 10s against us. How do you play in the counter against a low block 10 who won't come out?
Yeah,
You can't go
Yeah, no other
countering
team
them.
faces a low block like we do.
transition-
Liverpool
the
don't face a
transition
low
of
block.
the transitional football that people want to see from Manchester City, I get it, and we all want that. However, you can play that when you play Chelsea, when you play Arsenal.
Yeah.
Teams like
Spot on.
come at you press, where you can have your
Not
goalkeeper
Arsenal. Arsenal parked the bus.
go long.
Do you know what?
Well,
Go on,
when you
Matthias.
play Southampton, it doesn't matter where you play Southampton at home or away. Where as soon as kickoff, they just drop 10 men behind the ball. How are you going to play counter-attack football?
You can't do it. And this is the thing
You
people
can't
got to
do it.
realise. I get people say Manchester City 7 years ago under Sane, we were great. People didn't fear us like they do now. Or they did
But they
last
didn't
season.
expect as well.
But 7 years ago, people weren't coming playing low block 10s week in, week out. People weren't doing that. They were coming and the games were very open, very different. We've earned the respect.
Yeah, right.
City
You're
earned
right.
the respect.
Yeah, you're right, Martin. Some teams, like I remember, only a few teams used to park the bus. I think the team that started parking the bus for City was Spurs. Remember, Spurs was the first team to counter.
Yeah, but
us
that's
and
the
park
thing,
the bus.
Pat. We've earned that respect.
Yeah, we have.
And,
yeah.
No, I'm not about this. People can go on about this. Yeah, I get it. He's gone to Liverpool. He turned City down. For whatever reason, the board tried. He said no. People have got to come out of this belief that just because because these players don't look at Manchester City in the same way we do.
Wait a minute. Did he say no to us? Like straightforward?
Yeah.
I am in pain. I am in severe pain.
You don't really think it was about money. He said no to us, Pat.
That's not about
We
money.
move
No.
on.
Oh my God.
He said
said
no.
Oh,
And by the way, I don't remember. There was I went looking for this earlier. There was a report, I think it was about 2-3 years ago, where apparently he was meant to be a boyhood Liverpool fan. So I don't know. You know how it is when they rock into Liverpool. And I get it. What Liverpool are now showing the money. For 5 years, they wanted FSG out. They've been flying planes over the stadium. They've been hounding their owners out. And the first time they put money down is this summer. So it is what it is. Another thing people don't realise is some players won't come while there's 115 over our head. That is just a factual thing, sadly. They won't come. We can sit there and beg, plead and borrow that we're innocent. And we probably are innocent. But not all players are going to take that opportunity.
Martin,
and we don't put release clauses in.
Just a question on that. Why does the verdict or the announcement of the verdict keep on getting pushed back? First it was January.
Nobody knows.
Then it was February. Then it's now it's May.
Because nobody knows. And even if we are clear the most, we may end up with a massive fine. People are not looking at this in a cold light of day. They're looking at it in a very emotional. And I get it. It's been a poor season. We're all emotional. I've picked the right time to go on holiday because, yeah, I'll let you lot all enjoy next week because I won't be here. It is what it is. We're going to make signings. People, why aren't we going to make signings? We're trying now. Medicals are booked. Just let's get to where we need to get. But this thing, all of a sudden, Reinders is now not a big deal. Reinders has suddenly now become this small little player who we're not really that bothered about anymore.
I think he would have been more important than Wirtz.
I don't understand why
think he's
Reinders
under
has suddenly
1 this
become
season.
naff.
Summer. Sorry.
Reinders is a huge signing. Huge
This is
signing.
exactly what we need. We don't need a 10.
We need a 10. What are you on about? We need
have
a 10.
enough
No, but hang
players.
on a minute. Pat, let me ask something. On Tuesday night against Bournemouth, would you say KDB played 10?
No, but he's finished. The
What do you mean he's finished? I thought everyone wanted to sign a new 2-year contract last week. See, we're flip-flopping. We're flip-flopping left and right because we don't know what we want anymore.
We're just
I brought this up earlier and nobody
he's the
wanted to
best
listen.
out of a
I
bad
asked
bunch.
Carl this and he didn't want to respond.
It's true that we're haggling over 10 million. For
Patrick
Reinders.
had a petition for KDB.
Oh my
Yeah, but
God.
because Adam, we're not trying to buy. You got to remember, we're trying to buy 5-6 players, not one.
I think people need to understand, the situation that we are in. We are like, I get it. I get a lot. I get it. Fans want a lot of players in, but I said it before in the space. Yeah, we need to have a look at the outgoings first because we already have too many players in the squad, and the way Pep came out and said, right, okay, I don't want a bigger squad. Listen, Pep is not saying I don't want a bigger squad because he doesn't want it, but at the same time, it's what I said before. We cannot have 25-man squad. Listen, I get it. The rules, you can register 25, but at the same time, you need to be very careful because in the Premier League, in the Champions League, you can take a lot of subs, but in the Premier League, where you play 38 games, you can only take 20 players with you. If you build a 25-man squad, then that means you're going to leave 5 players at home. Even if you bring them, let's say, and hope.
So what size do you want the squad to be, though? What size?
Hope that there is injuries in the squad. Because if there is no injuries, let's face it, even during the treble season, Laporte spent the second half of the season on the bench.
Yeah.
Facts. And
And
Mahrez and Sterling.
Mahrez, yeah. Let's say Mahrez left.
Okay, let me
Cole
read this super
Palmer
chat. Wait. Amanda, let me read this super chat. Wait, let me read this super chat. It says, we are in the mud. Our squad is god awful. Our answer to that is fucking Morgan Gibbs White taking it to F off SSP with penalty.
Sorry, can I ask, how are we in the mud? How are we in the mud?
I don't think
this is my thing, Pat. No one's qualifying what they mean by in the mud. And this comes back to, do you mean in the mud for qualifying top 4? Are you talking about challenging for the title? Are you talking winning the title? Which one is it? I think we need to clarify what in the mud means. Because apparently, Patrick,
in the mud
today...
is like Manchester United. They're in the mud.
Well, apparently you know this, Patrick? I got called out earlier on by a prophet. I've had people calling me out the last 3 hours saying my standards are on the floor.
Yeah. You seem to be the man.
For some reason, it's like Martin's been negotiating Burns and I've failed.
Yes,
I don't know what the hell's gone on.
Yo, what's the point, man? Even I can't even take even the guitar cannot help me. Fucking hell. Even the guitar, wallahi, I can't even. Wallahi, I can't even the guitar.
Martin, it seems like Martin. Let me be honest with you, Martin. The way I've started hearing your name these days, it's as if you're the one who's negotiating at City. What have you done, Martin, to these people? What have you done in 2025? Because Martin, I remember back in the days, everybody was coming to you, huh? But everybody was coming to you for. You're not calm, Martin. Martin, you're lying. You've been.
No, Patrick. I'm very calm, mate. People don't realize I'm very calm. People think I'm. My love is Manchester City Football Club.
Do you see this, Martin? Jerry says Martin out.
Yeah. Good luck. I know Jerry. I know he is. No, I know he is. Listen, I've had genuine people send me that tonight. I will show you the DMs later on, Pat. Some of them are borderline disgusting.
Wait, are people still sending you DMs, Martin?
Oh, of course they are, but but they're the same people who ask me for information and then they go, get the F out of our club, you main road wanker.
People need to, generally speaking.
I mean, by the way, just to clarify, we were also shit at the Etihad for about 6 years, but never mind. We'll gloss over that little fact because Stuart Pearce was manager at the Etihad, not a main road.
But wait,
So,
hey,
I don't think you were shit.
No, Martin, you know
yes, we went 8 months and didn't score a goal at home.
Martin, you know,
we didn't score a goal at home.
Shit, innit?
Martin, you know what I never understood? Why people
standards.
No. I didn't start this time.
I know that ain't who I think it is.
Is that Hamza? Is that Hamza? Is that Hamza? I see.
Yeah, I'm driving to do a watch it.
Here he goes.
And let me say something about that.
I was just about to say.
This football club, I'm going to explain it at 10:30. But this football club has to look at themselves very, very closely. Like, very closely. and people know this year. They've struggled. They've struggled, yeah? No doubt about it. Adam, let's be honest about it. They struggle. How can Liverpool Football Club, they've just won the league. They've just extended their best players. Yeah, they've given him an extension. He's 33 years old. They've given him an extension. What are we doing here? They've given him an extension because he's the best player. We didn't give our player an extension at all.
We did. We did.
We did. No, we didn't. No, we didn't.
Rodri's getting one. Rodri's getting one.
No, not him. Not KDB. Guess what? KDB is our best player.
You don't want
so KDB
is not our best player anymore. It's Rodri.
KDB has.
You know what? Fuck this, man. Fuck this.
Just an important question.
I'm not taking that. Rodri is our best player.
But guess what? Kels, if you're Rodri, I would be so angry today if I hear I'm playing with
contract.
1 second.
No. But he doesn't. Rodri deserves to play with great players.
1 second, please. 1 second.
It's a team full of bums because we're not getting Florian Wirtz. Joshua Vardy's not a bum. Holland's not a bum. Foden's not a bum. We have great players.
Savio. How many goals does Savio have?
Yeah, Savio has. Guess what? He's got one goal.
Give him a break.
Yeah, he's a winger that has one goal. Maguire has more goals than the guy. Can you believe it? Maguire. He has guess what? In the most big chances created, he's number 33. With the Morgan Gibbs White, the number 10, he has 33 as well.
Those two. That we don't create big chances. We have no midfield. They're decrepit. They're old and slow. Our wingers don't do anything. And guess what? We're top 5 in the league for big chances created. With
okay, but guess what?
Missing our best player.
But guess what? Haaland, who's the striker, needs to be fed. But guess what? The wingers
missed a lot of big chances this season.
Okay.
So he's getting fed.
But guess what Savio has? He has Dangara Autara has more big chances created than that Savio guy.
Is it? Sorry, can I just ask? Can I just check the game?
That guy is a Girona type of player. He's not ready made at Man City. And I think that's why Pep dropped him.
No, Hamza, have a breath. You've had a meltdown for 9 hours.
No. You guys, guess what? Pep lost 1 in 13. He couldn't come out his room for 1 in 13. And he knows what it takes to.
I need that. We need that.
Yeah? And he knows what it takes. Adam, Liverpool Football Club have had an extension of their best players and they're about to get the best number 10 in the world behind Jamal Musiala. Only Jamal Musiala is better than him. And guess what?
You never watched Florian. Can you please educate Hamza?
Can I just
Premier League and the Carabao Cup? We cannot win, so we won a lot, so it's not a problem.
What is the date today? Genuine, I want to know. What is the date?
23rd of May. 23rd of May.
23rd of May.
23rd, yeah.
Can I just ask, what date is the window shut?
Liverpool have already signed 2 players.
Oh, right. Oh, so Hamza, what we got to do? Hamza,
moment, but
Hamza,
they relaxed
Hamza.
when they've signed 2 players already.
Right.
Jake's just eating.
And then we're linked with Gabriel Sara at Galatasaray, and Savona at Juventus, and Morgan Gibbs White. Those are the players we're linked with. And guess what? You're about to
You
finish
know
fourth.
Florian Wirtz's feeding the
What a
ball to
joke.
next season? To Darwin Nunes. If you
This
think Colin
is
is trash,
madness.
watch Darwin
You know,
Nunes.
meltdown.
He
People have
can
the right to
assist
people-
and score goals. He can do both, by the way.
Hamza, do you want to let other people speak?
Yeah, I've just come on for 1 minute, and when I talk,
And
I'm
you haven't
telling
shut
the
up
truth.
for 5.
No, but exactly. But when I say the truth,
Let Hamza cook. Let him cook. Let him cook.
Listen, I say the truth.
Just the average
Pep Guardiola, listen, despite Pep Guardiola being this greatest manager, he took 1 in 13. He knew. You know what? It doesn't matter how great you are. If you make the mistake of not making the right quality players on that pitch, you will lose that game. It doesn't matter how great. I've seen Ferguson sell Jaap Stam. Guess what Fergie said? My biggest regret is when I sold Jaap Stam. He finished 4th that season. He said, I'll never. And guess what he did? He went and recruited better players. 3 world-class players came into his team. Fergie won the
Hamza,
league.
can I just say one thing? No, Hamza,
Hey, Martin, please.
Hamza
1 minute.
needs a bit of reality here.
Mateus,
People
come on.
online are reacting like this. Nobody in the stadium is acting like this, Hamza.
No, Mateus, isn't this?
I do.
No, Mateus, please 1 minute. Mateus, come on, you. Isn't this the fraud Hamza that me and you exposed on Twitter of all his tweets? Mateus, please bring up all the tweets that he has done that we've sent.
Listen, I backed the club for the signing, but one thing I had, you know what I said? I used to question, and I used to be Martin. I used to be the Martin biggest backer. Ask Martin, Matthias Nunes, Alan, relax, don't worry, give him 2nd season. I said, and I would say Martin, but I give Calvin Phillips his 2nd season. Why am I giving? Oh, don't worry, Hamza, 2nd season. Pooh, 2
Hamza,
seasons.
with respect,
Sergio Gomez, one second. Sergio Gomez, yeah. What a bum. Wasted that money. The amount of money you wasted.
Matheus Nunes has been a good signing.
He has been a good signing.
No boys.
Martin, can we please have Matthias tell that to Alan someday?
Can I just say this? Seriously. You know, rivals are laughing at us right now. I'm not even over the transfers. They're laughing at us over this. What is going
They
on?
have a right to laugh. Huh?
No, they're laughing at you, Hamza, not with you.
They're laughing at Morgan Gibbs White. They said to me, what a joke. I swear to God, they're coming up. Today you heard. They said, what a failure. Morgan Gibbs White. Are you serious? For Manchester City, when you've struggled this season. I said, yep. That's the level. Our recruitment, we need better recruitment. I'm sorry. You know what I said? Kel, let me tell you something. I said to Liverpool fans, I'm watching you this season because you've recruited. Who's that guy at Bournemouth that went? I keep saying his name. Who's that guy at Bournemouth that went and recruited Hoyes? No, the guy who recruited Hoysen, Kerkez, and got this new youngs. There's a name.
Richard Hughes.
Yes, he went to Liverpool, and I said to everyone, be careful about Liverpool. He's just going to Liverpool. Guess what he's done?
I think
he's the guy. He is the guy.
They had to bring Edwards back.
Richard Hughes is the guy that got Bournemouth all this brilliant recruitment. He's going to Liverpool. Guess what? He told them.
He got rid of him to bring Edwards back.
So 1 minute, Hamza. So what are you trying to say? You're trying to say Hugo Viana out then?
No, I'm not saying Hugo Viana out. I'm saying.
Wait. Hamza, let me expose you. No, Hamza, you are the big fraud. No.
Adam, you keep saying fraud. That's the only thing you're saying.
Hamza, let me expose you on this live. And Matthias was my witness as well. You on his space said, you are going to judge Hugo Viana in his first time. And you clearly said, if he does not do well,
absolutely, yes.
Yes. Wait, let me finish. Yeah. And you said Hugo Viana out after you did not get Florian Wirtz. Matthias, did he not say that? Matthias, please come off mute. Matthias, did he or did he not say Hugo Viana out after? Yeah. So thank you very much, Hamza.
Yeah, 1 second. And I'm the same guy that I had an argument with Martin, 2 o'clock in the morning. Martin tried to convince me, if Pep leaves, we will get Ruben Amorim. What's the problem with Ruben Amorim? I told Anna, I said, Martin, he's a bum. Get out. I will never accept him. He said, you have no right to not accept him. Guess what's happened? Listen, I know. I'm not saying I'm
Is this what you're doing, Hamza? You're going back.
Martin,
no, Hamza.
Martin, yes,
Martin,
I am.
Just let us know, Pop. Just I didn't realize this.
Pat, you have the power.
Yeah, Martin, you have the power.
Man over here, I have the power.
Kel, all I'm saying, if they get words, yeah, you better sign good players to challenge them because we're competing with them. They're not competing with us.
Yeah. According to some people out there, the rumor on the street is that's a done deal. It's a rumor. Don't take it, but take it with a grain of salt. Tijani Reinders is one of the best signings we can make this summer.
Okay, yeah, fine. But who's the creator? Who's the
fullbacks? And we need a keeper.
Okay, Kel, let me ask you a simple question. Who's going to be creating for the lanky striker that doesn't make any movement? Who's going to be creating for him?
Well, who's going to be fullbacks? They're going to create because they're going to.
I'm going. We're attacking Haaland now.
Oh, we're attacking Haaland. We're attacking Haaland now. So every criticism, we attack players. We're attacking Haaland. No.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying.
Also, don't forget, if Ederson does say he has to start creating.
Hamza, can you let Martin answer? Martin, can you answer him?
I'll shut up.
Well, I've just listened to 10 minutes of absolute head gone. I don't even know what he's even said anymore.
Yeah, because
Hamza, Hamza, I don't know the truth. Hamza, I don't know the truth, mate. I'll tell you this, Hamza. People can act however they want. You can act however you want. Let others act however they want. That's the way football goes. We didn't get the player, not because of the board, because Wirtz did not want to come.
I don't care about Wirtz. I'm saying
chucking your toys out the pram, Hamza.
No,
chucking your toys out the pram.
You can't have a plan.
I told you earlier, you didn't want to listen because you don't like Foden, you don't like Livramento, you don't like anyone you've been linked with.
There you are. I don't like Foden. Oh, I have to love Foden.
Well, you've said it enough.
Listen,
you've said it enough.
I like Foden.
You've said it
I don't
enough.
have a problem with Foden.
No, you don't.
Listen,
no, you don't.
What? No, I do. But guess what? If you're taking 250 a week, everyone is equal to criticism. If you're gonna criticize Bernardo Silva, Phil Foden has to be criticized. Who's Phil Foden getting away with it? Why? Why should Phil Foden get away with it when we criticize Bernardo Silva? Everyone gets criticized. That's normal. But it doesn't mean
people
we
have
hate
said,
the player. We love the player.
Oh my God. Hamza, how do you debate? I have better debates from my bloody 5-year-old. What we doing here? Let other people speak. Phil Foden has been poor, Hamza. Yes.
Very poor.
The way you're talking is though Phil Foden, and by the way, he has been playing with ligament damage in his ankles, but we'll just ignore that one. The ligament damage is nothing, apparently.
I'm more worried about the other thing.
You know what I mean? Well, he comes out today and he said some things are more important than football right now. But yeah, suddenly what we've got to do now is we've had a poor season. We move on. We're probably going to finish third. Some think third is like fourth bottom. I told you this years ago, Hamza, we're not going to win the league 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years on the bounce. I said this to you a long time ago, Hamza. This was never going to happen.
He wants Wirtz. That's all he wants.
You see one thing, yeah?
See one thing what? Because you wanted to win 12 titles in a row.
Listen, you see one thing about organization they told you. When errors are made, it's better to reflect and say, how can I improve? Yeah? I'm looking. No, 1 second, Adam. Let me talk to Martin. Martin, we've been put. That's allowed, yes. But guess what? How can you?
It's not to you.
Listen, words. I don't mind about no words coming to me, but I'm asking if words.
Why would you sack Viana last week?
What did you say?
Why was you sacking Viana last week then? Because Wirtz didn't come.
No. I didn't say Viana sacked last week.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
I'm judging from the beginning of the season about his recruitment.
No. Hamza, on the space you said Florian Wirtz did not come. You said Hugo Viana.
No, I didn't say that. You just make up stuff.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
No, you guys like to divert. Don't divert the question. Let's go back to the question. Don't love say, you know, Martin. When I catch Martin will say, you don't like Phil Foden. Those are the answers. Or you don't like Jeremy
Hamza, you've admitted that, and that's fine.
Okay,
that's your opinion.
No, listen. Phil Foden has the right to be criticized. as let me repeat again. I criticize Savio more than Foden. I cook Savio, but if the amount of like Savio 1 goal in the whole year, as a winger, it's a disgrace. You know who I don't come for? I agree. People cook Bernardo Silva. No one talks about it. No, he has to leave the football club. I want him out. I guess what? I don't say, everyone's entitled to their opinion. It's a fact. Guess what? Phil Foden has had a stinker. So I'm saying, let him. He's going through a lot. Yes, we need to wait for Phil Foden to come back. We need to get and move ahead and start signing our players. Reinders is one, yes, but who's the creator for Haaland? Who will be the creator when Savio is the number 33? Big chances created. Morgan is white, number 33. Reinders, number 31.
I'm interrupting you, Hamza.
In Serie A.
We're number 4 in the league in big chances created with a older than you know what midfield, no fullbacks, and no Rodri.
But look at the Premier League.
4th in the league, big chances
created. Look at
created.
the Premier League this season. It's not that great.
Reinders, guess what, guys? Reinders
Wait, Hamza, let me make an
big chances
announcement.
created.
Let me make an announcement. Guys, there is 464 of you watching on YouTube. And then there's about 300 watching on Twitter. The people on Twitter, I've never wanted to be a bad man, because me and Martin, we just do this for entertainment. But some people will stop streaming on Twitter because they want you guys to come to YouTube. I don't do that. There's about 600 and something, 400 and something of you. In total, there's about 700 something of you. Like the video. There can't be 65 likes. I am leaving you for entertainment. I started streaming 2 hours ago, and I'm giving you top level entertainment. Plus, I'm also giving you consistency. I'm being consistent. Before me and Chaos, we had the Chaos and Pat show featuring Adam the Fraud, and we had 2 hours of stream. Now 2 hours of stream, I have you, Hamza.
Why you always firing shots at Adam, man? Poor Adam, man.
You see, you see the bullying that I have to get put through. Hey, Martin, can I ask you to transfer to your channel?
Well, you can transfer to Martin's channel. Put up the likes, guys. That's what I'm asking, and you're here watching. So big up to all of you, guys. But there's 483 now. Put up them likes.
Yeah. So
Mr. Hamza. Hamza, are you not starting the show at 10:30?
Yeah, but I'm gonna be. I saw this show going. I thought, no, my head is hot.
This is
and I was
where
at
you
home.
need to be.
Listen, one second. Let me ask a question. Let me give you a statistic today, Patrick. You're gonna laugh. I thought, let me research. We got the best strike. Those goals. All you need is to be fed. We're losing the best feeder in world football, Kevin De Bruyne.
Hamza,
Remember that
I'm gonna
name?
ask you a question.
One second, let me answer. We're losing Kevin De Bruyne. Yeah, guess what? The guys who we're replacing in Morgan Gibbs White is number 33 in the Premier League in big chances created. Number 33, Savio, number 31, Reinders, number 31 in Serie A. Hey, we used to have creators who are number 1, 3, and 2. We had one.
We're 4th in the league in big chances created.
Yeah, but guess what? KDB is one of the
Hamza,
KDB has more chances created than Foden, Savio, and Morgan Gibbs White added together. And you're losing that guy.
No.
You're wasting your energy. Hamza,
go ahead, Matthias. As well. Go ahead, Matthias.
Doesn't have much chances created in the Bundesliga. Last season, where everyone was hyping him up, he was 14th in the Bundesliga in terms of chances creation. This season, he's second. Olise is literally the top with 30 odd. He's got 16 or 17. What are you talking about?
What's his second? Yeah, second.
Yes.
He's got the same as a guy called Marvin Dukse from Werder Bremen.
Yeah, and how much is Reinders? How much is Reinders in Serie A?
Well, Reinders is
No. That's not the problem. Forget about Heinz. We're talking about your superstar, the one that you want. Yeah, he's like literally. He's got the same amount of chance creation as Marvin Dukse from Werder Bremen, whatever it's called. He's not even top. What are we doing here? What's this meltdown coming from?
He's number 2. He's number 2. How shameful!
How many games have you
No, Mateus, it's very simple. For Hamza,
He hasn't got
when
the
the
most
stats,
assists in the Bundesliga.
Mateus, you know what it is, yeah? It's very
He
simple
didn't
for
have
Hamza.
the most assists in
When
the
the stat,
Bundesliga last season
Mateus,
either.
when the stat appeals to Hamza, that's when he will use it. When it doesn't, he will
I
not use
watched
it.
the Bundesliga.
No, listen, he's number 2, guys. Patrick, he's number 2. He's comparing a bum who's scored
Okay,
only
so
one goal.
why don't you
4
have a
goals, and there's
meltdown for the
one
number
second.
1?
Well, hold on. I wanted Olise than Savio. I wanted Olise last year. His parents wanted to stay in UK. His parents, because I know about Olise's issue.
Can I
He
be
wanted to
honest,
stay in
Hamza,
England, but
Hamza, can
City
I be
went for
honest?
Savio.
Hamza, can I be honest on Elise? Big up to Bayern, man. Big up
Fantastic,
to Bayern.
man.
Yeah, we kind of blew that one.
Yeah,
We
Olise.
blew that
Pretty
one.
homegrown.
Shout out to Abel. Shout out to Bayern. We did the right thing.
Nah,
But we
Samasi,
blew
big
it
up
with-
to you guys. Big up to
Yeah,
you guys.
but
man.
we totally blew it with words. I'm still mad about that.
We can get Xavi Simmons. We can get Xavi and Ryan Check. These guys are creators. They're
Okay,
dangerous creators.
so Hamza. So Hamza in
Xavi Simmons is not a bad shout.
Where is Xavi Simmons in terms of chances creation in the Bundesliga? Hamza?
I have the stats.
Tell me, where is Xavi Simmons?
Wait, I have the stats for
No. Forget about Egypt. Where is he?
No. Wait, Matthias. So I have the stats for inverts in 2024-25. He's played 31 games. He's got 10 goals, 12 assists. In 2023-24, he played 32 games, 11 goals, 11 assists. Wow, he doesn't have much. Wow, I was hyping this guy. Wait, is Verts this? Wait, so Verts stats are not all that. Oh no, but by the way, wait, guys, let me explain. Verts stats. Wait.
There was an ACL injury.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, but also I remember.
Oh, we're allowed to use injuries for Verts. Injuries are allowed to be used for Verts. Hang in a minute, Hamza. I turned around and said Phil Foden had ligament damage. Oh, it's banned. Not allowed to use that.
ACL is the most biggest injury in football. ACL.
It was out for about a month. It was out for a month, Hamza.
1 second. Anterior cruciate
He wasn't out for 8
you
months.
cannot play for a year. You lose your muscle
Hamza, no. See, this is where you don't know. He wasn't out for a year, Hamza. So know your facts.
Martin, ACL is a year. It's a whole year.
It wasn't right.
Then why is
Patrick, get it up. Because he wasn't out for a year at all.
Martin and Hamza, guys. By the way,
just making lines up.
Let me tell you Foden. Let me tell you Foden stats. Foden in 2023-24 played 35 games, 19 goals, 8 assists. And in 2024-25, 27 games, 7 goals. No, Foden has good numbers. 19 goals in last year. Verts had 11 goals. By the way, they were both playing number 10. So Samasi, go ahead. What were you about to say?
On the injury issue, Musiala was literally on pain mods for the last 3 months of the season and still bought. Also, I think Phil Foden is overprotected by the English media. That's all I'm saying. He's overprotected.
Yeah, it could be because he's English. That's why people hate him. Simple fact. Let's say it as it is. People don't rate English players. They think they're overrated.
Okay, not true.
Okay, so why are we not getting
why does Savio get criticized then? Why does
Hamza?
This is
hang on a minute, Hamza. You've just had stats said to you. Foden has better stats than Verts, and you've just said Verts.
No, let's not make it into English or whatever.
What we're doing is what we're doing here.
Problem where you come from.
Like what I said with Hamza.
Would you take him Mbeumo over Xavi Simmons? Would you take Mbeumo over Xavi Simmons? Because Mbeumo got more assists.
But this is funny though, because the last year, no. I want to understand this. So last
creation of Xavi Simmons.
Wait, Matthias, do you know what's funny? You know that Foden last year had 19 goals, 8 assists, and that's way more than Verts. Both of them were playing number 10. So why are people on Foden's case? And
Verts doesn't have a good stats.
Okay.
What Hamza is based
No,
It's
Matthias,
not
you're
all
freezing.
about
Matthias,
stats, it's
Matthias,
also
you're freezing.
about
Matthias, you're
performance.
freezing. I think get in and get out. Matthias, I think get
Yeah,
in
we
and
missed
get
your
out.
point,
Just get in
Matthias.
and get out. Yeah.
But no, you
It's
know,
not, guys, it's not all
the
about
thing with
stats, it's
Hamza
also
is
how they perform
the
over
truth.
the season.
Okay, so it's also about performance. So, but Foden's performance last year was indeed good, Samasi. When he was player of the
Yes,
season.
I think he was very good, but this year he has been beyond poor. There's no
Because he's been
explanation
injured.
for it.
He's
For
been
how many
injured
months was he injured, by the way?
for 6 months.
Yes.
So what, Martin? Why is he on the bench then?
Oh, so Samasi, it came out that
Why?
apparently-
Hang on, no, Patrick, let me explain this because
explain.
this is where Hamza doesn't do research. He did an interview for the Manchester Evening News newspaper here, yeah, Hamza, and he did an interview with the local reporter, and he said, "I have been playing with problems with my ankles, ligament damage, and I've come back too soon. I've come back to try and help the team. I've also suffered with off-field problems. Football, sometimes things are more important than football," which is where he's dealt with his off-field issues with terms with his medical issue that has been going on.
Fair enough.
Let's stop all this
Fair enough.
about these things. People need to know facts before the talk.
But that's what we're saying. Hold on. So we're saying, listen to Patrick. This is the problem. We're saying we don't listen. If Phil Foden's got issues that's going on, I'm sorry. I'm not waiting for that for next year. We're not waiting for that. That's a risk. Can
He's
you
got
imagine?
ligament,
Can you imagine?
ankle
Okay,
ligament damage.
No, forget this. Okay, next season.
So I've got to ignore ligament damage. Okay.
1 second. People have had ACL. ACL's worse. ACL, you have to have reconstruction.
I don't understand.
surgery.
Wait, Hamza. Let me understand this. What are you trying to say? Are you trying to say that we can't depend on Foden next year? We have to find something.
For teams have to make a risk assessment. It's in every organization I see. Like they make sure, okay, if this computer goes off, I've got a backup computer. Yeah, there's something that's gonna help us. The same thing on Man City.
Yeah,
Are
but
you
isn't the
re-
backup?
No, 1
isn't the
second,
backup
Patrick. Let me ask
Echeverri,
you.
though? Echeverri.
No, 1 second, Patrick. I'll come back to Echeverri. We'll come back to it. Let's not move. Phil Foden, are you willing to wait and not sign any player for Kevin De Bruyne replacement for a whole? And then you 1 second. You're losing an extra, the greatest player in Man City's history, the greatest midfielder in Premier League history, the player that we compared to Xavi. You're willing to let him go, and you're saying, "Let me wait for Phil Foden next season." Are you
Florian
gonna do
Wirtz
that?
cannot replace Kevin De
I have a
Bruyne.
question for you about.
No. Let's
De Bruyne.
answer that question. I want to know who says yes, who says no.
Florian Wirtz cannot
No,
replace
don't
Kevin De
answer that
Bruyne.
question. Answer the question first, man. Let me get this answer so I know
There isn't a
where you
backup.
stand.
There isn't a replacement for KDB,
Yes.
Hamza.
There
That's
is
the
no
part you don't
replacement for
get.
KDB, Hamza.
So
Yeah,
you're
Wirtz is
willing.
not a KDB replacement.
So
There's
from
no
Martin point of view,
direct replacement,
from
yes.
Martin point of view,
See, he only says me. 4 other people have said it, but Hamza only mentions my name.
from
You're
Martin's point
obsessed
of
with
view,
it, man.
Martin, you're becoming paranoid, man. Don't become paranoid about this.
I want to know
I was
something,
mentioning
Hamza.
their names, but I had to be interrupted.
Who are you pulling up
Martin,
at?
Martin, Matheus. One second, Adam. I need to know the names. Martin,
Hamza, let me-
Matheus, and Kel. You all agree that you don't want any KDB replacement of Xavi Simmons, and you
Hamza,
want to wait for the next season. Is that what you guys want?
awful.
I want us to play
Rodrigo.
Marmoush,
No.
Foden, and
Stop.
Echeverri in the 10
Bro.
area and see how it turns out. If it doesn't
Kelso
work,
and-
then sign
and
someone
Matej.
next summer. We need 8s and we need
Matej.
fullbacks first.
So
and a
how many
keeper, if
eights do
that-
you need? How many
Hamza,
eights do you need then?
Hamza,
We
1
need
minute.
2
1
8s.
minute. Hamza, 1 minute. Kelstar and Mateus, can I ask you this question? And Hamza, answer this question genuinely. Okay, you say we need to find someone to replace KDB. Okay, did we not say the same thing for Sergio Aguero, but we found a different style of profile in Haaland? Didn't we do that? Yes or no, Kelstar and Mateus?
Yes, we did. And
This
we,
is
and
the
it, we
most
didn't go for a
shame-
name right
Do
away.
I-
We
no, I'm
waited
talking
until
to-
we
one
found the
second.
guy we
No.
wanted.
No.
We played
Hamza,
false nine for 2
please,
seasons with no striker.
Hamza, please wait. I'm asking Kelstar and Mateus. Mateus and Kelstar, like what I said. People will say, you're letting Aguero go, red. We found a different style of profile, and it worked. And I'm saying, okay, what is Mateus and Kelstar? What is to say we get a different style of play? Let's just say 2 8s. And
as
it worked.
all around player, as
And we
all
have
around player.
Echeverry. Why are we
Aguero.
starting him?
Sorry,
Let's
can
all
I
around
just
player.
can I ask
Aguero.
Sorry,
can I
to
ask
say-
Hamza a question?
Martin, 1
I
minute.
need to ask Hamza a
Ask you one
question.
too, Martin.
And Martin and Kelstar, you know why I say that? Because if it works, yeah, Hamza will be the first person to be glorifying these players and say, this player is Cafu. Oh, this player is Ronaldinho. This
Can I
player is.
answer that question? He's
That's why I
addressed that to
said.
me. He's addressing. You're a biggest
Go
fraud. You're
ahead.
the biggest fraud in this place. You think you raised a point that everyone's gonna say, wow. 1 second. You think you're gonna raise something that I'm gonna say, wow. Yeah? Listen, that's the biggest bullshit I've ever had. One second.
I am definitely going to get you now. I'm going to get you in a minute.
Haaland was a world-class striker. Let me repeat again. He was a world-class striker. What am I doing?
And he wasn't first choice. By the way,
one second. No,
Hamza,
Martin, let me
who was
address
first
it.
choice?
Let me address
Who
it.
was first choice to replace
Danny Ings.
Aguero?
We wanted Danny Ings.
No, he wasn't. No, he
We
wasn't.
wanted Danny Ings, man. Sky
Hamza,
Sports even reported it.
No.
I'm like, yo, what's the point, man? Even I can't even take him in. Even the guitar cannot help me. Fucking hell. Even the guitar, wallahi, I can't even. Wallahi, I can't even the guitar.
Can I just ask this to Hamza very quickly? Right, Rodri's been out for 9 months, yeah, Hamza? Is he there?
Rodri's been out, yeah? Yeah, I'm there. I lost my connection. Can you hear me?
So hang on a minute. Should we go and get a world-class superstar as a number 6 then, in case Rodri doesn't come back the same way?
If he doesn't come back, he should.
Yep.
No, answer
listen,
the
you have.
question.
Yeah,
Answer
yeah.
the question.
Let me answer. Yes. You
No,
have.
don't answer. Don't answer the question with another one.
Yeah.
Don't give me the
see.
politician's
Yes.
answer.
Yeah. That's why you're going to sign another number.
Well, I'm sorry. You are playing FIFA.
That's
you
why.
are playing FIFA.
No, okay. That's what. One second.
Hamza,
No,
just
let me
listen to
answer this FIFA thing. Let me
Wait,
answer this FIFA
there's
thing.
a super chat, Hamza. It says, Martin, how do you deal with this 24/7?
Yeah, because you know what? Listen. 1 second.
Hey, it needs to be sponsored by any drug company. They need to give me some paracetamol.
By the way, do you all wonder why I ended up in hospital now? About 5 months ago. Do you all know why I ended up in hospital now?
Is it Hamza? Is it Hamza?
Listen,
I got
because of Hamza.
Listen, I love talking to
this
Martin.
season put me
If
in
I had
hospital.
someone, listen, I love talking to Martin because we have to have different opinions. If we have the same opinion, there's no point of having.
Hamza,
This is why
our
it's
opinions are so A to Z. It's unreal, mate. We're not even on the same stratosphere.
Absolutely. Me and you are oil and water. Fact. 100%. I agree. Me and you are oil and water. If we win Man City recruitment, one of us has to leave. 100%. I will not stand there because I will not accept I will not accept.
You know what? Fuck this, man. Fuck this.
Oh, go ahead.
Saved up.
I said, the reason me and Martin, we disagree. We always have disagreements. And that's part of life, yeah. That's part of football.
What would you do if we got found guilty of the 115? What the hell would you do, Hamza? You'd be like, you'd be screaming for weeks.
I trust the football club so much.
Apparently, you don't. You don't trust them.
The recruitment only. The recruitment. I've never had
Hamza.
any.
Hamza. I'm gonna burst your bubble. Khaldoon is part of the transfer stuff.
No, Khaldoon is a nice guy. I don't blame Khaldoon. I'm never gonna come for the.
Oh my God! Right. Listen, Patrick. If we're gonna live in denial here, if we're living in denial, I can't help this.
Me, Khaldoon, I respect. I respect Khaldoon.
Hamza, there's a super chat here. Hamza says, Hamza, please get meditation, man.
Honestly, does Hamza think Cheeky is the only one on his own?
I'm even wearing a cap.
Have you not
in the
seen
middle of the night? My
Hey,
head is
we
hot.
can all wear caps, Hamza.
And my head is hot. You know what? Not even
seen every time.
Where are you,
sign
Martin?
a
Come back,
player,
Martin. I didn't see you. Martin,
you know
come
when
back again.
every
I
time
didn't
we
see
sign
that.
a player,
We can all wear caps.
and we do them clips. Do you not see Khaldoon and them clips?
You guys are funny. Even this man, even Peter says he's subscribed at once. Because Samasi, what were you about to say, Samasi? Samasi, are you still with us?
I want Samasi's Samasi, go on.
Yes, I can.
Someone is asking
Hamza
who's
is
oil and
patient.
who's water.
No, go
Martin,
ahead, Samasi.
Martin's oil, I'm water.
No, let Samasi finish. Samasi, what do you say, Samasi?
Water will help the trees grow.
You should be idle. The amount of money you want
Okay,
to
go ahead.
spend.
Okay, go ahead. Samasi, speak. Let these two oils.
Jesus.
Go ahead.
Listen, for Bayern fan, I can see Hamza's frustration when you see your closest rival get the player you wanted in a week. This was a week. They went to him, they talked to him, and they convinced him. And you couldn't do that for Man City. I can see the frustration. As a Bayern fan, I am beyond mad we didn't get Wirtz. So I understand how mad
Oh
Hamza
my God! So you're a Bayern fan?
It's not going to stop them winning the league, Hamza. They haven't got any competition. It's a one-club league.
See, this is what I was thinking. What did she support, Man City? See, Bayern Munich fan. They know what it takes to
Oh
win.
my God.
See, this is
Hamza,
the reason.
they've just won 10 or 11 in a row because they've got no
Patrick, what's her
competition.
name, man? Patrick, what's
What
her
we
name,
doing
man?
here?
What's her name?
It's a Samasi.
That's why, man. I'm talking to people telling me to go accept Morgan Gibbs White. I'm talking to Heritage here. See, this is the reason.
Oh, just remember.
Marcy, this is the people I talk to. Marcy, I lost my head because of this guy. They tell me to accept mediocrity. Marcy, I can't. I'm not. Thank God you're here.
Oh
my God.
Hey, did sun come in the mail today? Did sun come in the mail today? Oh, cause some came in the mail today.
I did.
These nuts. Got him. Got him.
Sorry. Okay. You know what, guys? Subscribe, guys, and like the video, guys.
Let's go for another 12 minutes. Let's make it 3 hours. Let's make it 3 hours.
You didn't get back. Oh my God. Oh my God! I'm sorry. I literally started crying because I was.
No. You know what though? Look, I'm gonna like. Look, I know that I crashed out because of Wirtz, and I know I'm in tears. Like I am in actual tears. I'm hurt. But the club has always surprised me. I remember Koulibaly. I was pissed off with Koulibaly and Koundé. I was like, why is Koundé from Sevilla not choosing City? And then we went and got Ruben Diaz. And then I remember people were like, why didn't you sign Thomas Partey? Partey was the baller at Atletico Madrid that time. By the way, some people telling us went and got Rodri. I remember people like, why are you signing Gundogan? He's on a wheelchair. And then Gundogan, one of the best players, he carried us few seasons. And then look at this season, people were twerking for.
Hey, do you remember when we had Plodra? Do you remember when we had Plodra and everyone wanted him out after 12 months?
This is what I'm saying.
Now, like Alan, big up the Don. The Don called him Plodri. The Don called him Plodri.
But I'm saying that.
And how stupid does he look now?
Yeah, he does.
All the time we always get heartbroken, like the same as Koulibaly.
It's so no, Pat. It's so reactionary though. It's so reactionary. This.
No, you see when you go back to 6 years back and say,
he's more frustrated with the signing of Morgan Gibbs White than with not signing.
Yeah, you're right. I think you've caught him. I think if Samasi has caught you, he said you're more frustrated about Gibbs White.
Everyone needs but Patrick. Everyone is ignoring all this. In the Premier League, we've got to buy homegrown players. We are losing a lot of homegrown. You can't. If you don't hate the player, hate the game. Those are the rules you have to abide by. Tough. Tough titty said the kid. End of.
He wants any homegrown, but Morgan Gibbs White. He doesn't. He wants anyone apart from Morgan Gibbs White.
He didn't want Livramento earlier. He said Livramento was crap.
No, for 80 million. What the hell? 80 million. What are we doing here? I'm signing Livramento for 80 million.
It's not your money. It's not your money. It's not your money.
Hamza wants everyone at 20 million.
No, but we're looking at value for money. That's what I look at as well.
You want to
value for money. Hang on a minute. What are you, the finance officer?
One second. You failed to pay Wirtz because you said, "Oh, value for money is too expensive."
No, that was PR.
Patrick,
Stop believing that.
Patrick, let me go back to this. You know before we signed Ruben Diaz, I swear to God, there's still that video. I called BBC yeah, telling them Ruben Diaz in Benfica. I swear to God. And I said he will be a good player and Man City will win the league if we sign him. There's a proof. I know quality. I've seen quality. To me, I've seen Morgan Gibbs White, yeah? Morgan, I'm losing. This is the pain for me. Imagine, for example, you lost Tony Cruz, Sanasi. You lost Tony Cruz, yeah? You lose Tony Cruz.
Morgan Gibbs White.
That's a KDB.
Morgan Gibbs White is in contention to win the Premier League of the Year, Player of the Year.
Of the season nomination.
But I've seen Michu. I've seen a guy called Michu.
Mateus, don't say that.
I've seen
Foden won it, and he doesn't rate Foden.
I don't rate Foden. We're just criticizing for this season. Don't say that we don't rate Foden. Like, what the hell? The fact that you don't rate a player that won't play the year, you must be bad.
Hamza, I've been in enough spaces where you've said that, and it's recorded.
He's not world class. He's not world class. No, he's not world class. He's not world class.
Would you rather have Xavi Simons or Phil Foden?
Let me just finish this.
No.
Patrick,
answer my question.
Stop clutching on straws, Patrick. I'm going back to. Oh, I remember when we had.
Patrick's not said
7 years ago. 7 years ago. Let's go back to January. Let's go back to January.
Wait. What's going on, Hamza? What are you saying? What am I doing?
Hamza, my question, please.
Yeah. He's having a go at you now, Patrick.
Wait. Hamza, what are you saying?
Hamza, a question about KDB.
Okay,
no, I'm gonna
ask Hamza. Okay, ask.
Okay, how would you rate this version's KDB out of 10? What's his performance level this season?
0.
He's older. I think he's around out of 10. I'll give him like 6.
Okay.
So you're
acknowledging
6,
that
7.
he's getting older, right? And
yeah, I don't mind leaving him.
Flipping out if we're gonna lose his older player who's declining. This is not Kevin De Bruyne from 2 seasons ago.
I lose Kevin De Bruyne.
Age and injury have taken their toll on him.
Salah is leaving. If he leaves Liverpool, they have to go an elite player. Yeah. If we lose KDB, we need to get a player that changes the game. Like
Gibbs White.
Who's out there that can change the game, like De Bruyne?
Gibbs White.
Yeah.
Gibbs White has created about 20 chances for Wood and made Chris Wood one of the best strikers in the league, apparently. Gibbs White.
According to Wolfie, he's created over 50 chances, according to Wolfie.
Oh, and Wolfie would know. He's been watching him for years. That's his guy.
And look at the players he's surrounded with.
And they also don't play offensive football. They're a low block. They do the low block. Martin has said this before. I'm stealing Martin's point.
Yeah.
They are the low blockers. They don't have the ball. So if he's doing that on a team that doesn't have the ball, what's he gonna do on a team that always has the ball?
Wait, but Kelsa, can I ask you another question though? That's the same thing as what?
Sorry, I'm back.
Wait. What if that's
that whole point?
What if the fact that
plays
in the counter-attack football?
Sorry, I had a phone call.
Yeah, so what if the fact that Gibbs White plays in the counter-attack football team and he has to pack the bus like that, he comes here and he would just look like a fish out of water?
No, Patrick.
I don't think we're going to play this way next season. I think the reason we're playing this season is because our old field is decrepit. They're old, they're
Kel,
slow.
I want to speak to you about that issue.
Forward. So we're accommodating them.
You should know more. You should know
about that. We're going to play
Adam, 1 second. Adam, I want to speak to Kel quickly about this answer. Kel asked me. Kel, I've said it before. You have the best striker in the world who solely sits in the box. He needs to be fed. Yeah, he needs to be fed. The feeders. Foden doesn't feed. Yeah. Savio can't feed. Yeah.
Savio has like 10 assists to Holland this season.
Yeah. Savio can't feed. He can't feed.
So does Mateus Nunes.
Mateus Nunes. Oh, hold on. 1 second. Adam, you're gonna divert the question. 1 second.
No, Hamza, you know
Savio can't feed.
No,
Doku can't feed. No. Grinders, I'll just give you the statistic he can't feed. So who's going to feed the best?
Cut the show. I'm done. Take me off. Take me off. Cut the show.
Do we? Okay, we acknowledge that Doku's crossing the ball to no one, correct?
1 minute. I'm going to, Hamza. Yeah, Hamza, be honest. Yeah. In some games, can Haaland not do better as a striker? Answer that. Because Martin
big chances Haaland missed this season.
No, Hamza. Martin made 3.1. No, Hamza. You know why I'm asking you that question? Hamza. You know why I'm asking you that question? Martin made that great point. Martin said that, yeah, Haaland needs to do more as a striker, and I 100% agree with Martin. So there you go, Hamza.
No, let me tell you something.
Why no?
I'll educate
Why
you.
no?
There was a striker called Christian Vieri. There was a striker called Filippo Inzaghi. They were called poachers. They just poach. They're in the box.
Why are you going
can't
back 20
change 1
years?
second. They're poachers. They're strikers that just
Hamza,
spend
you're
their
not
time. They
answering the
don't hold
question.
play. They're
Hamza,
not Del
answer the
Piero.
question.
They're not Del Piero.
Hamza,
Haaland has always played as a
Hamza,
number
answer
9.
my question.
And Haaland is a...
Answer my question.
He doesn't. He can't. He's
Why he
always
can't?
played that way. You can't
Why
change
he
a guy that has always played as a number 9 as a tapping merchant. Yeah? This fraud is asking me a silly question.
I can't believe
you
you've
cannot
gone back 20 years.
You cannot make a
Hamza.
tree into a grass. You cannot make a grass into a fruit. Have some brains. Why can a grass not become a fruit? Well, why can you not change it? Are you a kid? There's things that you cannot change. Haaland is a number 9 that scores goals. Feed him the goal, he will score.
Hamza,
Feed
can
him
you
his
give me
chances.
Maradona stats? Can you give me Maradona
forget-
stats? In
forget
talking
Maradona was
Christian
one of
Vieri?
the come on,
Zidane,
man.
and
Don't
Zidane
forget that. What are we
stats,
doing
and
here?
Zidane stats also.
Forget
Zidane.
that.
Well, hang
These
on a
are
minute.
great
If he's going to go back
It's not about
23
the
years,
Great
what we doing
players.
here?
Come on, guys.
Go Morgan Gibbs. Yeah, what are we doing here? To me, I'm looking at Jamal Musiala. Yeah, you listen, Bayern fans, Samasi.
You
you're
want
very
names.
lucky. You got
Just
Olise.
Hamza, I'd rather you be
score
honest and go, I
Olise.
want names.
Listen, guess what? Even if I had FIFA, I would never put Morgan Gibbs White in FIFA game. And no child will play Morgan Gibbs White in a FIFA game.
What?
That's what you better know that. So if you want names,
I don't,
yes.
Hamza,
To me, I want
Hamza,
quality.
I don't base
I want
football
quality.
on FIFA.
No, but
Hamza,
guess
I
what?
don't base football on FIFA.
I want quality. I'm sorry about that. And many fans want quality. And that's why our fans are upset. That's why Sam Lee came out and said people have
quality. Morgan Gibbs White is quality.
Hamza, right, okay, I'm going to say this again. You won't like this, Hamza. Hamza, I'm going to tell you this. Nobody's saying any of this in the ground.
I think
They're
what
saying it
Hamza
online.
is trying to say is that Morgan Gibbs White is a good player.
Really?
He's not a game changer. I think
fantastic word.
That's fantastic.
You said no, don't give him the get out of jail free card because he didn't say he's a good player at all. He said he's a bum.
Samasi, I told them when we're losing a game in Munich or we're losing in the Bernabeu, who's going to be the guy who changes?
I also agree. I also can say that Vert is not a game changer. He's a good player, but he's not a game changer.
What words?
He is.
He's a game changer, man.
Tell me
You
a
got
game
Bayern
that
Munich
he's
fan
changed.
here.
Tell him about
Tell me a game.
Bayern.
Tell me a big
Bayern.
game that he's changed.
Liverpool getting a good player.
I'm watching him since he's 17, guys.
No, I get it, but it's a simple question. Tell me a big game that you've seen it. He's changed the game.
Last season against Bayern for the title.
Wow.
The nil-nil.
Wow.
Where he lost the ball. He was giving the ball away to Upamecano.
Guys, not this season. This season it's more because of the manager tax. There was problems with the manager and with the
is it the
team
manager
overall.
now?
It's not the
Interesting.
We have some breaking news. Tijani Reinders is named the Serie A midfielder of the season.
He's a great signing. I'm telling
But
you.
Hamza said that he's not good enough.
My Dutchman, my
Number
fellow
one
Dutchman.
midfielder over Barella.
But wait, Kelster, isn't he not good enough in Hamza's eyes?
McTominay will be player of the year in Italy. Don't worry about it.
Here we go.
Relax, man.
And then you're gonna talk about it. Oh no, I'm gonna wait. Who's my player of the year in this Serie A? Remember that name? McTominay might be player of the year, Kels. No, I don't have I like Reinders.
He was.
But I like Reinders. Who's my KDB guy? I need my KDB.
Relax,
If I don't get my KDB guy,
we're not going to play that way. Martin has said this before. KDB's not even a 10 this season.
So who we get as a
Martin has said that.
So wait, you're right. Who's the player of the season?
Who's playing the year?
I'm gonna say
No,
this
1
again.
second. Who's playing the year?
Hamza.
Hamza.
From the slow.
Do you know what's really sad here? No,
What a
Patrick.
shame. What a shame.
Do you know what's
This is what I
sad?
don't brag
Yeah,
about.
go ahead,
No, 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 no,
Martin,
no.
let's
See,
go
this
ahead.
is how
Martin, go ahead.
shameless.
Go
This
ahead.
is how
Shameless.
shameless Hamza is
Shameless.
right now.
I like Ryan
Hamza,
back. This is shameless.
no, Hamza, you've had your 5 minutes in the sun. You have got Hamza laughing because McTominay's done that over a potential City signing. So this is where it worries me with Hamza on his I support Manchester City. This is embarrassing.
That's
No,
embarrassing.
Hamza, what you've just done is
embarrassing for that
embarrassing.
league.
No,
That's
what you've just
that's
done is
embarrassing for that
embarrassing.
league. That's embarrassing.
No, what
for that
you've
league.
just done is
What?
embarrassing.
No, one second. Take that L. It's embarrassing for that league. McTominay being Serie A.
Hamza, Hamza, you want me to out you? Hamza, I can out you right now.
What are
I
we
will
doing?
out you right
Patrick,
now.
Patrick, Martin's taking serious that people respect Serie A because McTominay has become player of the year. What are we doing here? That's why I'm laughing. What are
Hamza,
we doing
don't
here?
do this.
No,
don't do this. Because I'll
you
out
think
you.
I'm gonna-
I'll
No,
out
what-
you.
What you think I'm going to be proud of McTominay being player of the year? You think I'm going to say, wow? No, I don't rate McTominay. Let's not kid ourselves. 100%. I don't have a problem with Reinders, but guess what? McTominay winning Serie A is a joke.
Herbal wasn't facts. But Herbal wasn't facts.
Yeah, he's a
there's
good player.
super
No
chat.
one's
Hamza,
calling right.
there's a super chat here. Big up for the super say. Hamza just looks at big names, that's all. There's another super chat.
Reinders is a good
Hamza,
player.
don't watch City next season then.
Well, he's already said he's not going to do. He said if we didn't qualify for the Champions League, he won't watch us.
What, Jay, what a liar. What a liar. And I'll
Oh,
call
I'm
you
lying.
a liar. You could
I'm
get
lying.
1,000%. You're a
I'm
liar.
lying, am I?
You are a liar in front of everyone here.
Hey, Martin,
You
I can
lied on
expose
my
this.
name and you lied to try and get this thing to attack me.
I
Yeah?
think-
And that's a
Hamza,
lie. That's a lie. And
Hamza,
you have to take
Hamza.
it back. You have to take it because
Hamza.
you cannot lie in front of everyone here. when I
Hamza.
did not say that.
Hamza,
That's a
I
lie.
didn't make the
That's a
statement.
complete
You
lie.
did.
I've never said that. That's a lie. That's a
Have you not?
mischievous lie.
Have you not?
Yeah, that's a mischievous. No, I've
Are
not
you
said
being
that.
truthful now,
No,
Hamza?
you're lying. So we're gonna start lying about each other now, is it, Martin? Is that
Hamza,
what you're gonna do?
Hamza, you said it in a space in front of other people.
I've never said
No,
that.
I
in my
hoped
life.
you were joking.
Adam,
I
Adam,
hoped you were joking.
Adam, have you ever heard me say that? Has anyone ever heard me say that? That's a disgrace to even say it in front of everyone to try and deceive people. That's bad.
Deceive who? Deceive who, Hamza?
Take that
Hamza,
back, Martin,
you
because
support
that's
whoever
bad.
you want.
Martin,
Why-
no,
Hamza.
I never said that. That's a word.
Carry on.
I've never said that in my life. How
Hamza,
can I say
shut
that I
the
will
hole
never-
in your
No,
mouth.
no, one
Shut
second.
the hole in your mouth
This
and
is
let other
bad.
people speak.
Yeah, but don't
You are
accuse
so
me. Don't
ignorant.
accuse me of lying. Don't lie on my name. I'm sorry. I don't lie on you. Don't
All
lie
right
on my
then.
name.
All right then.
Don't start crying.
All right then.
Don't lie on my name. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna accept that.
Don't start crying.
But guys, no.
Hamza,
you
I've
say-
got more City
you-
time than
one
you've
second.
got shower time,
no,
sunshine.
I don't disrespect
So let's
you on
not play
bro.
that
But
game.
Martin, take that back, please. You're a better person
No,
than that.
because you
Please
said
take that
it.
back. No, Martin, I never said
Ask
that.
Ed.
You can
Ask
say I
Ed.
misheard it.
Ed's
One
in the
second.
comments.
Ed's
Ed's in the comments and he
Ed,
heard
come
it.
up. I need Ed to come up because
So let's not
this
do
is
this.
slander. This is slander. I said that I will
Oh,
never watch
slander.
City.
What are you,
No,
5 years
what
old?
did I say? I will
Slander.
Martin, I'm gonna go mute. What did I say exactly?
It wasn't even that bad because you
No,
just
say
jumped.
what I want to hear.
Your
I wanna
exact
hear what
words
I said.
were because you said, I'll always be a City fan, but I'm not going to watch City in the Europa League, is what you said. I wouldn't watch City in the Europa League. I'm not watching Thursday nights. Did you or did you not say that? Yes or no? And be truthful, Hamza.
One second. Let me get that. For that one, I agree. I said that. See me?
That's
I'm
all I
honest.
said.
No, you said I'll never watch City. Like,
No, I
because
didn't.
Listen, I said it. Let me,
So
let
you
me be
didn't
honest.
listen to
One
what I
second, let me
said?
fin- No.
So
I'm
no,
not-
Hamza, you
One
take
second.
it back and you apologize to me
Because
now.
I was getting accused by Man United fans, so I tried to laugh at them. That one I agree. God's watching me, and I'm not gonna lie in front of people because that's bad. I'll be lying 100%. I said that 100%. That one I'm not gonna deny. Do you know why? Because I was.
That's what I said. But you didn't let me finish.
No, sorry, I apologize for that because I reacted, Martin.
Bloody hell.
No, Martin, I apologize for that. I thought you said I will not watch City again. I reacted on that.
You said you wouldn't watch us in Europa.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I was telling United fan to rattle them. Yeah. That one I agree. That one I have to put my hand up. That one I'm not gonna do that. That one,
Right,
listen,
hang on a
you're not
minute.
wrong. I put
So
my hand up.
Martin's not a liar. Martin is not a
That one I
liar.
take it back. I
Thank you.
apologize. No, that one I apologize. 100%.
This is funny. So
This,
Martin
no,
was
but I
right.
have to apologize.
Martin
When I
was
get
right.
it wrong, I apologize. When
Okay, so
I'm
Martin
sorry,
was
Martin.
right.
That one, no, he's right. I apologize.
Wait, so
no,
wait, Martin
I
was right. So
reacted.
Martin was actually right.
No, I thought he said, I will not watch
Hey,
City.
Patrick, thank you
No,
for the
but
Royal
Hamza,
Rumble, man.
Hamza,
I love this Royal
Hamza,
Rumble.
Bloody hell.
Hamza,
Hey,
Hamza,
hey, Patrick,
Hamza.
this
Can
is
I
like
just,
Randy Orton
can I
versus
just
John
say one
Cena.
thing? Yeah. 1 minute. Can I just say one thing? Yeah. You don't need to apologize, Hamza. See the way you say it. A lot of fans they think the same, especially like the online
No,
fan
Europa
base.
League's
And listen, I've said a lot of times, even in my, I've said a lot of times. I don't care where we finish in the table, whether we finish 8th or 6th.
You just
For
not
me,
good for football.
Oh man.
For me, it's irrelevant because Man City is a religion. Man City is not a football club. Do you know what I mean? Like, Martin, you're on mute. See,
No, I'm not having this. Look, listen to this idiot Eric in the comments. Pay, you haven't got enough money, mate, because I'm on camera and you're sat in your bedroom
let's not insult
watching your
people, guys.
cartoons.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I
No
get it. I
personal
get it. The
interest,
frustration. I
please.
feel like the club has changed so much in
Wait,
terms of.
did he say he wants to pay to get
Yeah. No, that's bad. That's bad, the guys. Man.
I don't know. People,
Listen,
you know what?
people like that.
Can I
They
say,
should.
wait,
Eric, we're
can I say something? Hamza,
we're allowed to have
can I say
different
something?
opinions, but people shouldn't be
Hamza,
attacking each
Hamza,
other.
can I
Patrick,
say
can I say
something?
something? Hey,
No,
Eric,
wait, Adam. You know what's happening? No, wait, Adam. Do you know what's happening?
Please,
I
Adam?
know.
no personal insults.
Wait, Adam. Do you know what's
Eric,
happening?
before
You guys make me laugh on Fridays, especially
Eric, before
Fridays.
insulting people,
No,
why don't you
don't insult people
Hey,
again.
he's a waste man.
Martin's
Get a job.
Martin,
No, Pat, it's all right. Eric hasn't got enough money in the world to get rid of me.
Would you watch Man City if we got to the Conference League?
Yeah, let's start getting some money. I think that the starting bid should be £500.
If we got to the Conference League, yeah, would you still watching us?
Yes. I'll be there. I might even, dude, for a Conference League game, I might even fly halfway around the world for
Martin,
that.
I think he's apologizing. I think it was a joke.
Yeah, it's a joke. It's a joke. I think
It was a joke.
Yeah, we're not
I know
allowed to-
Eric though. You know what? Wait a minute. Wait.
What would you say?
Hold on. I know Eric.
How
Eric,
would
I
you
think
feel?
I speak to
How would you
Eric. But wait,
feel?
no. Let me go back to this. Wait, Matthias, let me go back to this. Let me go back to this. Guys, there's 700 of you. There's 700 of you and there's 400 of you. If you're not putting the likes up and you're still watching here, I'm gonna end the stream. I'm gonna end the stream. I'll end the stream. No, I'll end the stream.
No, guys, make sure you like it, man. What the hell you guys are doing?
Does anybody want to come to Tenerife for me and have a week off?
Wait, are you
Cut the show. I'm done. Take me off. Take me off. Cut the show.
Yeah, put those likes up. Come on, reach 100 at least.
Leaving on a jet plane.
Wait, Martin, you did tell me you're on
Stop
vacation.
stream. We're going up in views. Come on, man.
Wait,
I'm going away
Get on that
tomorrow.
Royal Rumble.
Mate, I'm going away tomorrow, so I'm out of all this. Everyone can have all the Royal Rumbles.
No, but you know what? One thing, listen. People are emotional. Yeah? People are emotional. And they have the right to be upset.
Are you, Hamza? Hamza, you
I'm upset. I tell people the truth. I get blocked by this. Anyone. Like, I don't mind if you block.
No, Hamza, you are Hamza. I will say this in your defense. You are a very Hamza. You are a very passionate Manchester City fan. No doubt about it. You want the best. 100%.
Yeah, I react passionate. I'm very.
But Hamza, what you've got to realize is, you think the club are doing this all on a purpose and they're doing it to wreck us. This is just
not
life.
the club.
Sometimes you get ups. No, Hamza. Sometimes you get ups. Sometimes you get downs. We've had a bad season. Pep's had a bad season. The players have had a bad season. The fan base have had a bad season. Everyone has had a bad season. We need to go away. Everyone's trying to do a race. Right. There is no race. There is no race to get the first signing over the line. You don't get an extra 10 points because you make the first signing.
Martin,
Hamza, next week, if we get Reinders and other people, just relax.
No, Reinders, no one has a problem. No, Reinders is a quality signing.
You know what?
Because what's happening.
Hamza, go away. Go and have a holiday. Are you going away soon?
I'm going on holiday to Kenya, and we got thumped at Real
Well,
Madrid.
go and have a good time. Go and
Morning.
have a good time.
And then they called the police on me because I was shouting,
Hamza,
nearly
Hamza,
smashing the
Hamza.
TV because we're losing to Real Madrid. I went on holiday, watch Man City get battered. I was in the beach, 2 in the morning. Police
I was
got called.
in
We were
Antarctica
shouting.
for that.
Yeah. Holiday.
I was in Antarctica
Hamza,
for Madrid, Liverpool,
Hamza, we are all City
Spurs
fans.
game.
You've got Kels to getting up. Kels to get us up at 2 in the morning to watch City.
Martin,
Other
I've seen
people
what
get up.
Martin.
on.
I talk to Chelsea fans. I'll tell you why. I've seen great clubs go downhill because of errors. I've seen AC Milan. Yeah, the great AC Milan. They're one of the best teams in. They were the best team in the world. They had the most.
And where are
Champions
they
League.
now?
One
And
second,
where are they
exactly.
now?
And guess what they did? They regretted it. They said the
Hamza,
biggest. One second.
Hamza, there's a comment. It says, "I hope the lions are hungry in Kenya." People say,
Yeah, they can eat. They can eat more than the white food. Listen,
Let's not
listen.
do that. Let's not hope he gets eaten.
No,
We
it's
want
a joke.
entertainment.
Well, Samson
Listen.
wanted that to happen first, so.
No, listen. No, he's just joking. Listen.
Are you scared that we might end up like not?
No,
winning
we'll never,
trophies
because
for
Pep-
a number of years.
No, Pep is a winner.
No,
No.
Pep is what it is.
No, that's
Matthias, you know what it is. No, Matthias, to be honest, you know why it is. Hamza has given so much shit to so many rivals over the last 5
there
years.
we go. There we
He
go.
is now scared. No, Hamza, you are. Be honest. You've given it all out, and you've had to take
I
1
defend
year
the club.
of
I
getting
defend the
it back.
club. I
Right?
defend the
And
club
you do
in
it well.
front of everyone.
And you do
I
it well,
fight.
right? Hamza, and you do it well.
Yeah, well,
Now
if that's
you're gonna
Pep
have to
Guardiola,
eat-
I'm the one that
But
goes
Hamza,
out there to defend it.
Hamza, you're gonna have to eat a little bit of humble pie now, and just
It's
accept.
so sad. It's so
Let
sad
me-
for Pep Guardiola, and
let me-
Pep Guardiola should be.
See, let
really
me just land a point. Yeah, do you know? I feel like obviously the fan base has grown quite a lot. There's. I like the side of the fan base, the ones that got the standards, want to see the club successful and whatnot. I like it. I like that because obviously we as a fan base we're a bit diverse. When I once told Marty, even during the like when we had Pierce as a manager, I didn't mind the results at the time because I was happy to be in the Premiership. Yeah, when we won the FA Cup, I was made up. But when we won the league, for me, that was the biggest achievement. For me, I was like, we won the league. I don't want anything else. I just want to go to game, just chilling. Whatever happened after we won the league, it happened. For me, I've seen it all. After the treble, for me, just I'm talking by myself. For me, after the treble, I've seen the club win everything. I genuinely do not care where we finish. I don't, whether we finish
That's
Conference
a crazy
League.
statement. That's a crazy statement.
It's just the same because at the back of my mind, I've experienced so much as a fan. I've seen this club like from where we were before to what we achieved, and I feel like social media now has changed the way people view football. It feels like everyone tries to compare their own club to other clubs, and I feel like some City fans are really scared of going like 5 years without a league title. And I get that, obviously, like because it's not more like because of Man City, but it's more because they are getting bantered by all the football fans online. And if you see like this season, we didn't win any trophies. We won the FA Cup against Palace. And because you've got Arsenal fans, you've got even Liverpool fans back Man City. For me, like, listen, yeah, I take it because when we were at the top, we were giving shit to everyone, really, weren't we? But at the same time, as a fan, as a football fan, you're gonna learn how to lose sometimes. You're gonna learn how to take defeat.
Thank God KDB was playing for this football club.
Can I just say one thing? Can I say one thing?
Fans are really. It's weird that when I see our fans.
No, Matthias, I'll tell you what it is. And I don't know the Bayern fans' name, so I do apologise. I don't want to be rude and guess your name. Samasa. So you just said you don't get it. And again, I understand that you got to realise some fans, Manchester City fans, are older. We've come from very humble beginnings.
Yes.
We're not going to change us like that. That when we look at City, there's an old saying, City till you die, win, lose or draw. That's the way some older fans are, because that's how we were brought up. It isn't about the pots and the trophies. The trophies are a bonus. Yes, we have changed. Yes, we've been taken over. Yes, standards have risen. But what is scary for me is one bad season has created this. One bad season. Could you imagine if we were Arsenal or United right now? People would be going to war with each other. And they're already at the war stage. One bad season.
Do you know when?
And that's why some of the older fans can't understand it.
Do you know when we lost to Palace in the final? The first word that I said was typical City. That was it.
Yeah.
It's just and I've seen online.
We used to laugh at ourselves, didn't we, Mateus? We used to laugh at ourselves.
But Martin, I know many fans who've supported City since the 90s, and I know a guy who's supported since the 70s, and he's upset as well. He's upset the same way I am upset. He says
No, but
the same
Hamza,
thing.
I know, but
He
Hamza
says to
said
me,
this to you.
he says to me, if we're not careful and we make the same mistakes, and he agrees. He said to me, he said, if we are now a club that we sat at the top, and if we're not careful and we continue to make recruitment errors, it's gonna cost us. But luckily, Pep is there because listen,
Hamza, you've got to realise nobody in the stadium boos. Because I had Alan said to me,
I think they booed only once was United.
No, they haven't. They haven't. No, they didn't.
Last
no,
time,
they didn't. No, they didn't. Hamza. No, they didn't.
Was Palace last season. The two.
I was sat there. Yeah, I was. Hang on, Hamza. I was sat in the away end at Southampton when we drew 0-0
this season. No,
2 weeks ago. This season, I was in the away end, and Alan texted me and he went, "I hope you're booing them off."
Yeah.
There was 3,000 fans there.
Alan.
Nobody
Alan's a
booed.
guy.
Nobody booed. No, Hamza. Nobody booed. We stood there and we clapped them.
No, not even at home this season.
We sang the Pep Guardiola song. Nobody in the ground. No, but Hamza, no. Nobody in the ground is demanding Pep out. Nobody is doing meltdowns like this.
No one's saying that. No.
And this is what we're saying. So when me and Mateus come out of the ground and we go into the online world, it's very weird for us because we've just come from a very separate situation.
Yeah. Man United at home, they were not boos, but they were fightings in the stands. There's a difference. Yeah. The last time we booed the players was Palace at home. That was last season, the 2-2, when we were 2-0 up.
What about Spurs? Remember Spurs, the one we won 4-2. Remember Spurs where we came back?
Yeah. When people online were saying, "Oh, they're booing the referee," no, that was on the players. That was the last.
It was the players. Yeah, it was the players.
No, it was the players. And I tell you what, Pep Guardiola bollocks every single fan. Afterwards. He went, "You don't do that." He went, "You don't do that here. You don't do that here." We're not.
There was a vote. Mateus, there was a vote here. Was a vote. I put a vote out that is Hamza a fraud. About 30 of you have voted. Somebody
I have another vote we should propose.
Somebody said Hamza is a hero.
Yeah, because I'm fighting for the people about some.
I'm on the other side. On the other side of the coin,
for the guys to win the league.
Hamza, this is where I am honest. On the other side of the coin, there are some fans who have never seen us lose, never seen us in the mud, because we've been that dominant for so long. Get it? When you drink champagne, drink champagne for 10, 12 years, you don't want to hear Prosecco. I get it.
Martin, that's why
this will make us better, Hamza. Because I'll tell you what, I was on a stream on Judge Mo the other week, and I spoke to Dio, another Arsenal fan, and a Liverpool fan, and you know what they all said? We're scared of an angry Pep Guardiola, and I think Kelster was watching the stream at the same time. Oh no, you were in it. Kelster was in it, and Pat was.
I was there too. I was there too.
What did they say?
I don't remember, but
a lot of them. The two Arsenal fans said they'd sack Arteta tomorrow and sign Pep. Both of them said they'd sack Arteta. And they've been very massive Arteta people. They'd sack him for Pep. The Liverpool fan was like, I can't believe we're all doing this.
No, but
Liverpool have won 2 titles in 32 years. We won 4 in a row, 6 in 7, 7 in 8. And look how we're behaving.
Martin, no. Martin,
This is
One
fact.
second,
Every
one
single
second, one
Liverpool
second.
fan is shitting their pants if we have an angry Pep next
Hamza,
season.
before you jump on it, do you know I've got me mate here, me mate Harry. Yeah, he messaged me on
Big up, Harry.
WhatsApp, and he messaged me on WhatsApp, and he said that he sent me the teams in the Europa League, and he was like, oh, I wish we were there, because in his mind he just wants to go away to these countries in Europa League just to watch Man City. He doesn't care about Champions League. Do you know what I mean? He doesn't care about the competition. He just, in his mind, he just want to go around the world watching Man City. That's it.
No one has a problem, Martin. Okay, Mateus, no one has a problem with those fans.
Not everyone support the same way.
Exactly, but no one has a problem with those fans. But people have a problem when fans want us to continue to win. We're trying to say, let's continue. We're at the top. Let's tell. You've seen the United, the Melda. Now United are finished because what? They made errors. Yeah, they made errors in the recruitment. What's cost Arsenal the league title? Arsenal could have won the league title this season or last season, but they didn't make the right recruitment. Yeah, they didn't make the right choices. And in life, if you want, one second, you should always look in life where you are and trying to get better. That's the aim in life. One second. You should always trying to get better. And one thing that I took from Roy Keane when he was a player, I read about an article, I read a book on Fergie. He said, Fergie wrote in his book, he said, when our players used to celebrate, yeah, Roy Keane will celebrate for a few days, but then he'll balak those players and say, let's look forward to winning next season. And I used to want players like that in the dressing room. And I knew those players would get me over the line. One second. Sometimes you make, listen, I don't have a problem. One second. Yes, listen, no, Pep's the greatest. I've said it before. I argue for Pep. I'm Pep in. I'm the biggest defender. But one thing I say, we've made an error this season. Yes. Is next season, we have to be better. And how can we get better? Is we should forget about what we've done yesterday or whatever it is. We'll talk about in the future. Focus now in the next steps. Where we are, we shouldn't be here. We should go and try and take the next steps where we were before. And for us to go to the next step, let's not make those errors that we've made in the last 2 years. That's my criticism comes. Because if I'm more naive and just say, like, guys, don't worry. We've won everything 4 years in a row. You don't need to win anything. I'm happy. I'm going to do what Mate. I'm not. I don't think that way. I'm thinking, listen, I want my manager, Pep Guardiola, to leave this country and to say, listen, I came back and I won again titles in front of you guys. Because how much they mocked him. I defend, because I've seen how upset Pep Guardiola has felt. That they've tried to take him down. They tried to damage his reputation. Yeah?
Some of our own fan base have done that, Hamza.
No, because I don't. They're just emotional. But me, I take the rivals more personal. No, Martin, they do it. You know they do it for emotion. Martin, those going to be in the same mind.
Some of the stuff that's been said about Pep Guardiola this year is bordering slander.
But Martin, those Pep are just, you know, that's mad. Pep, you'll never get a greater manager than that. Martin, you'll never get a greater manager than that.
Wait, Hamza, let me do another announcement. Guys, there's about 800 of you in this stream. 800 of you in this stream. And
are we keeping you up, Pat?
No, you're not keeping me up. There's about 800 of you in this stream, and there's only 95.
Hey, by the way, sorry, can I just make an announcement, Pat, just before I go? You know how shameless Pat's going to be? There was a certain fullback that Pat hated for a very long time. So me and Dash, out of the goodness of our heart, have gone and got him a signed Kyle Walker shirt that will be on its way, winging its way to Patrick. That he's going to put up on his. You're going to put it. I want it there in the background. Pat, no, in all honesty, we've actually gone out and big up Kyle Walker, who's done this for him. Kyle Walker has actually put a personal message on for Pat because they know about his journey and that and everything that he's going through. So Kyle Walker's not all much of an idiot because look, he's even going out and doing things for Pat.
You see what you're doing? It's like something on the space when somebody says, "What if Jack Grealish came?" What if Jack Grealish is the one?
Do you want Jack Grealish sign shirt?
No. Somebody once asked me this question on a stream, saying, "What if Jack Grealish found out about the situation and say he's going to meet you? What are you going to do?" No, thank you. Oh, Kyle Walker. That's cold. That is cold. But thank you very
much. Big up, Kyle.
Yeah, big up. I didn't know message for me. I thought it was just a general thing. I and
Patrick.
No, let me.
Kyle Walker coming back?
No. Martin, did you hear Pep Guardiola's answer? Did you hear Pep Guardiola's answer?
That's what I'm saying. Listen, by the way, I also told everyone, and Cal still remember, I told everyone there was going to be backroom staff changes. Yeah. Carlos Vincenzi is about to take over Braga. Things are going to change.
We need Fernandinho and we need Iniesta.
Just let things happen.
I think we need guys on that dressing room to start challenging Pep, like in terms of Pep.
I agree with
look, what are you doing here? Listen, Pep, listen, this formation as well. Look at this. The way that you see that Arteta used to do that.
He needs another Arteta.
Arteta used to do that. Arteta used to do that a lot. He used to say, look what they're doing. And Pep, no, you have to be careful. Look. And exactly, someone who challenges you, challenges your ideas, challenges the players. Just, I'm not happy with this guy. I am not happy with this guy. I am not happy with that guy. Someone the dress.
Wait, Hamza, there's something here. It says Hamza already said that Pep is sabotaging us on purpose, by the way. Is that true?
Okay, one second. Let me say Spartacus. You know Spartacus.
No, come on camera. Hamza, can you come on camera for this? Hamza?
Yeah, Spartacus. Listen, Spartacus. Yeah, Spartacus told me. Yeah, listen one second. I said to Spartacus first told me that Savio has a better. What did he say exactly? One second. I'm not going to lie on his name. I'll try and remember it. Sorry, I don't want to lie on his name.
Sorry. Yeah, he doesn't want to get.
I know because he's a nice guy. Spartacus is a very nice guy. Listen, me and Spartacus.
It's just me that gets accused of slander.
No, 1 second. Me and Spartacus. He's a nice guy. Me and Spartacus have got beef.
Oh,
listen,
by the way, everybody on the panel, like the video. Please like the video, everybody on the panel.
Listen,
we can get 100. Okay. It's good to you, Mateus. You're just drinking my.
Yes, he said Savio has a better ceiling than Saka, and also I believe Spartacus. If I'm wrong, I apologize. Yeah, than Vinicius Junior. I don't know, but I know the Saka 100%. Vinicius Junior. So anytime Savio is playing bad, I was coming for Spartacus.
Yeah, but
and I said to him,
you're not answering his question.
Okay, I'm gonna go.
Hamza, you're coming after everyone. You're coming after everyone at the minute.
Listen, if I didn't have Martin, you and Spartacus having different opinion, I'll not be in here.
Hey, Elliot wants a word with you.
I love Elliot. Elliot, you know what? Elliot's a legend, man. Elliot's a legend. Listen, he told us we should be playing Nico Riley. We laughed at him. He told us we should be playing Echeverri. We all laughed at him. And guess
hang on. Nico Riley's only just been put into FIFA on the last update.
No, but you know, Elliot was getting attacked.
Has Nico Riley been put on FIFA?
Yeah, he's on FIFA now. He got put up on the update.
That's nice.
I don't play FIFA, but I'm gonna
that's nice.
Listen,
no, I mean, like, it's nice. I hype it.
You are so shameless.
Martin,
you play FIFA with Nico O'Reilly since you won't play Martin Gibbs White.
No, Gibbs White. Nah. Can I be
shameless? Can you imagine Martin Gibbs White on that?
I love Nick.
Oh, by the way, I've got a bit of news on that. Apparently, he's already said goodbye to some Forest players after the weekend. So the Forest players that are not going to play on Sunday, he's already said goodbye to them. Reportedly, he said goodbye to them.
Kneel down. Get down on your knee right now. Get down. Make money and shine. Say it again. Say it again.
Guys, here first. Gibbs White is coming. Go, Gibbs White.
I think he's going to be a good signing for Man City.
Gibbsy, White. Gibbsy, white.
Oh, come on.
Do we think that because Serie A just ended, we might hear some writers soon?
Come on, Gibbs.
Morgan tearing Cockneys apart
Again.
Yeah, he's gonna be tearing some Scousers apart too.
So
we're just getting the songs ready. Hamza.
United fans hate him. United fans, they say that he always dunks on them, so they hate him.
Even better reason to sign him.
No.
Oh, what a shame! What a shame!
What? Fella, please get out of here. Get out of here, man! Shit, I'm
You are
saying.
so shameless.
You're not
Who would you rather have in our midfield, Hamza? Gundogan or Morgan Gibbs-White next season?
Morgan Gibbs-White, Gundogan.
As a number 8.
Yeah.
Let me hear this Bayern fan. I know you got standards. What do you think?
Do you want a 35-year-old or a 25-year-old?
I'm German. Gundogan, when I've seen Gundogan for the German national team, he's finished. He was finished at Barca last season. He's beyond finished now.
Samasi, can I tell you?
Even he isn't that great. It's better than Gundogan now.
Morgan Gibbs-White is better than every single midfielder we played in the midfield.
Can I tell Samasi the funny thing? Samasi,
is he as good as Eric Dyer though?
Can I tell Samasi one thing? Can I say something to him?
Eric Dyer has been great for Bayern. Okay, respect him.
Samasi, can I say something to you quickly about Morgan Gundogan? You're gonna laugh, yeah? Let me tell you something. And Martin, don't react on this. And this is fact. When people say, "How do you trust this recruitment?" I say, I don't know. Let's see this summer. I'm gonna judge them, because guess what? We refused Gundogan a 2-year contract. 2 years later, we gave him a 2-year contract. This is the recruitment that did this. They refused him a 2-year contract, but 2 years later, they get brought and they gave him a 2-year contract.
Why?
These are the people they want me to trust.
I don't understand. Why give Gundogan a 2-year contract?
There you are. Guess what? 1 second. There you are. And guess what? Let me tell you the funny thing. They were chasing.
Do you want me to tell you why Hamza?
Let me tell you. They were chasing Bruno. They were chasing Bruno Guimaraes, and I told them, "You are not gonna get Guimaraes over my dead body." For 3 months, they were chasing him, and guess what? They all lied to us. And guess what? Opportunistic Barca said, "We're chucking Gundogan out. Do you want him on a free?" They said, "Yeah." They only signed him because of opportunities.
Do you want the truth now? Do you want the truth, or do you want the Twitter story?
That's the truth, man. I said facts there, Marty.
It really isn't the truth, Hamza, but never mind. I understand someone on Twitter said it, so it must be the truth. Gundogan was at 1+1. He had to reach 60% or 65% playing time to get the extension. The plan was not to probably reach that because he was coming in as a backup. But because the amount of injuries we've had, he ended up playing all the games. So again, and also they started talking with Gundogan in May last year. Bruno Guimaraes, they just didn't want to pay 100 million. And it was 100 million release clause, or you didn't get him.
And I'll tell you one other thing,
I don't think the Saudis would negotiate with us.
They were after the name they were after before that was Paquetá, who I told them was a bum, and now you see Paquetá as a crap.
And Paquetá would have come to City, but he got charged for betting.
Yeah. That sounds like
you would have been the biggest. You would have regretted that 80 million. You would have regretted that.
No. Paquetá
I'm telling you now.
Can I say something? The Neymar, when he went to PSG, broke the market. You cannot get cheap players, great players with cheap money anymore. You can't.
Can't shop at Aldi.
Mbappe too is 180 million to PSG.
Yeah,
that's a lot too.
And if you pay them, get them for free, you have to pay sign-on bonuses. So the market is broken. You have to pay for a good player 80 million, guys. It's ridiculous.
And Samasi, when you win a Champions League and you're about to lose your best player, your captain, and then you recruit, and then you don't get better, and then the year after that you don't get better, and then the year after that your main Rodri guy gets injured in a tournament. He comes back. He's telling you he's tired. He's physically tired. He's played so many games. His managing Spanish team is expressing concerns about that. And then when he gets injured, they say, "Oh no, we didn't expect that."
Yeah, but Hamza, are you not going?
I didn't think.
Hamza, can I ask you something?
By
Are
the
you
way,
just going to...
why
Wait,
did
Samasi,
City never
Samasi, I want to
got
ask Hamza.
Samasi, we missed out on John Neves
No, let me ask something to Hamza. Hamza, are you not just going to accept, Hamza, are you not just going to accept that we've messed up and we're starting fresh? Why can't you not just accept that?
That's what I said. I said
yeah,
we messed up.
Okay, then why don't you just say that?
You can't keep going back to the same thing.
No. She asked a question. She goes, "What happened?" And I said to her about Gando. So that's what I said about even in January, Samasi, we signed a young player called Victores. Palmeiras asked to take him back, and we said no. But his comeback, he's only had one game. We've taken a player called Nico Gonzalez for 60 million. We've only played him a couple of games. Pep's only benched him.
No, we haven't.
And
See, again, you're talking waffle. Again, please give facts. Out of the 18 or 19 games, he started 10 or 11 of them. Let's not do this, please.
No, but Martin, Nico Gonzalez doesn't.
No. You just said a couple.
Yeah.
Can we stop the narrative?
I'm talking about Victores. Victores?
We weren't talking about Victor. Nico.
So you agree about Victores, yeah? Let's go Nico. Nico was signed for 60 million, and we signed 4 players in January. 4 players. Think about it. Think about it. No team signs 4 players unless you think, my God.
Yeah. Can I ask you a question?
But they went for 4 players in January.
No, Hamza, I need to go.
Players.
Why you think it shows so short-termism? You think it's so short-termism?
Pep has its favorites. Like Bernardo Silva shouldn't start, but Pep has his favorites, so he starts. I think Pep, he needs a break from football. He needs a break. I think he's too long at Man City right now. I think he needs a break. He makes ridiculous statements like saying, "I don't need a big squad." You need a big squad. Wow. There's Nations League, there's Club World Cup, there's the Premier League, there's the FA Cup, there's the UCL. You need a bigger squad, Pep.
Can I just say, as a Bayern fan, you really don't want Pep to take a break, because we'll just come and take your daddy off you.
Wow.
And trust me now, company would walk out of your place and walk to ours on hot coal.
Oh my.
Germany. Bayern Munich are not scared. Bayern Munich will always.
No, Hamza. Vinny Company would walk over hot coal to get.
But Bayern will replace him. Bayern
managers come, managers go.
Yeah, man. See, look at Bayern Munich fans. Yeah,
I'm just saying, I wouldn't be begging on the Pep out stuff.
No. I'm saying Bayern Munich fans are not scared of managers leaving. They will recruit the best manager out there. They can pull anyone. And I'll say once again, quickly, Bayern fan, why do you think we need a big squad? Why do you say that?
Hamza, there's another accusation for you, Hamza. Wait, Samasi, wait, before I go to Samasi, there's another accusation for Hamza. Hamza said Alvarez is better than Omar Mamouche.
Did you say that?
By the way. Go ahead, Samasi.
I'm sorry. I think Omar Mamouche is the more complete player. Alvarez is a great player. I think Omar Mamouche is more complete than him. As a player,
He's a lot more versatile.
Yes. I see him at Frankfurt. I knew he's gonna hit. I knew it. That's why I didn't want City to buy him. Because
there's a lot of people, you're right, Samasi. A lot of people who watch the Bundesliga, they say Omar Mamouche is better than Alvarez.
I can defend this. He
was better in our team than Alvarez did. Slightly.
Julian Alvarez, when Argentina, let me express to you. Great players, they smash it in the World Cup. Let me repeat again. Great players smash it in the World Cup. One second. So Pep got, when Argentina were about to get knocked out, Lautaro
I salute the general. I salute you, sir, because the general has a World Cup. Should we bring him back?
Who?
Otamendi.
One second, let me go back, Albert. So,
he scored, isn't it?
One second, Patrick. Let me go. So when they all got about to get knocked out,
Samasi,
I'm just telling you, Samasi, they were about to get knocked out. The biggest change they made is Lautaro got benched and they brought Alvarez.
Yes,
Alvarez was the key player.
Yeah,
And Messi said this. Messi said
Enzo.
Alvarez changed everything in Argentina. We played better. We played in unity.
Even
He
Enzo,
changed the
yes,
games.
I know.
And guess what? They won the World Cup because the biggest change they made was Julian Alvarez. To me, Marmoush is good, but Alvarez is a killer up front.
I just think Marmoush is a little bit more versatile.
Alvarez, no, but
Alvarez on
Marmoush
the
is
wing
world class.
was not
Marmoush is-
pretty.
Marmoush is still amazing. Marmoush is still amazing. But Alvarez,
Sorry, can I just ask a question? Didn't Julian Alvarez have to leave?
he has to leave, yeah.
Why do Liverpool fans think he's going to go to them?
Hamza, do you know what Pep Guardiola said in the press conference? He wants
And-
to use more academy players next season.
Did he,
God
did he say
forbid,
that?
Matthias.
No.
I'll believe it when I see it. I can't lie. I'll believe it when I see
Buffooni
it.
or
I'll believe it when I
Makasa?
see it.
On that,
Makasa,
on the
those
quote,
two.
where, no,
I'll
on the
believe it
quote
when
where
I
he said,
Pep
on the
is
quote where he
also a
said,
liar.
he wants a small squad, but he said, if you got any injury, I want to use academy players.
He's lying, Matthias. He's lying.
lying.
No,
Pep-
Patrick, let's again. Has anyone watched the press conference from today?
I did.
I'm genuinely asking.
Baggio is the best
I
player
haven't
in
watched it
Italy.
yet.
No. I'm
Do you
genuinely
believe in
asking.
Martin? Do you believe in Martin?
Yeah, because by the way, Pep did his press conference today and clarified. He said, of course, I'm not going to quit. Of course, I need a bigger
Yeah,
squad.
he did.
I just don't
Yeah.
want 25, 26 players. I don't want to leave 5 at home. And he did say, and he's also made this point, I made an error in not bringing the youth players in before. And he's admitted he made that error.
You should
Look at the bench, yeah? No, look at the bench against Bournemouth. Yeah?
You should have listened to Elliot.
No, Hamza, look at the bench
Can
against
I-
Bournemouth.
can I-
Savio was not on the bench. Gustanov was not on the bench.
Yep.
You can't
Fact,
take everyone.
fact. Yeah,
You
so
can't.
ask yourself.
So you
is
want a
Savio-
big squad? You want a big squad? Gustanov won't make the squad.
He doesn't rate Savio then. He doesn't rate Savio. There you
No,
are.
it's not about rate.
He doesn't rate.
Savio played a lot this season. I think he rates
Hamza.
him.
You cannot take everyone.
In the biggest game, he never put him in the bench even. He
He
doesn't
played
rate
against
Savio.
Chelsea. He played against Chelsea.
But he doesn't rate him. Why was he not in the squad? Why is
come
Echeverri
on,
not in the
come
squad?
on.
You guys.
Wait.
Because
Let me ask Martin
because
something.
we've
Let
got
me
too
ask
many
Martin something. Martin,
players.
do you have a space tonight? Do you have a space?
No, I really don't, Pat. I really don't. It's not worth my mental health.
Martin, if you have a space, make sure you bring a lot of paracetamol.
For a few 10 days or whatever. He
Okay, so
deserves
then-
a break.
We have got 29 players right now.
Exactly.
Every single match game, you have got to leave 4 or 5. And at the moment, Rico, it's Oscar Bob's been in and out. He's having to rotate certain players. People think when we bought all these players, it was for now. That is short-term thinking. Kushyanov on all these will be for next season and onwards. This season was to get them bedded in, get them used to everything, and then next season they'll get used once we've sold a lot of players. Because for us to make signings right now, we need to
have to
sell
sell.
7 or 8 players.
We do
We have
need
to
to
sell
sell
players,
players.
bro.
Yeah.
Let the 7 or
We've
8
got a lot
go.
of players, bro.
Can I
People are
just
wanting
say,
to do a massive job in 5 minutes.
People saying, "Oh, sell
Yeah,
John
wait,
Stones
I
and
think the
Naka."
Rangers
so
thing is
Masi-
because Serial just ended. So
Masi,
that
what-
should happen in a few days.
Yeah, well,
I would
Samasi, what you
imagine.
want to say? Samasi, go ahead.
first of all, it's true. Musiala has a release clause, which
How much is it?
I'm not.
That's the guy I need. I need that guy.
How much is it?
Next.
We already have Foden. We don't need Musiala. They're
No, I wanna
very
get the
similar.
amount.
We
I
need
wanna
somebody.
get the
I know, but
amount.
Kelster, could you imagine if City do that? We waited a year for Aguero's replacement. We waited a year for Company's replacement. Maybe we just go and activate Musiala next
Oh,
season.
Martin's trying to sell us. No, Martin, I'm not.
There you
I'm
go.
not sleeping. I'm not sleeping on that copy, Martin. You're not selling this copy to me, man. No chance.
Wait. Samasi, how much is the clause? Why did you guys put one in?
Yeah, 175 in the chat. I think that's correct.
175
that.
euros. It's really,
Why did you put it there? Why did you put it?
So euro. So that's only 150.
That's one.
Sheikh Mansour banging it down in the summer of 2026.
I'm surprised. Why did Germany put it there?
We don't need Musiala. We have Phil Foden.
No, you don't get it,
Oh my
Josta.
God.
No,
Oh my
Josta.
God. Kel's trying to kill our football club, man.
No.
That
Don't get
doesn't
it.
want to hear.
Yeah, Phil Foden. What a bum. Okay, you guys are making a mistake. Wait.
But Kelstar, he rates Phil Foden. He rates Phil Foden.
But what if
have
Foden doesn't come
that
back?
profile. We need
Wait. I think you guys don't understand. I'm asking that why has Bayern put his clause in his contract? Why?
Because
the player probably
didn't
demanded
want
it.
to
He asked for a
new contract without a release clause. I can't
He asked
understand.
for it. He wanted a
I'm
release.
just wondering because we don't have one for
By the
Foden.
way,
I don't think
can
we
I
put one
say
for Foden.
LB 1998?
Martin, don't you tell me that there's a release clause in Foden's contract?
Today
No. But Musiala's asked for a release clause. I wonder why. Who could be the next City manager after Pep in 2027? Ooh.
No, Marty, we're not doing this. Marty, I need to sign players this summer. Don't try and play next season. We're focusing this summer. We're not going next summer.
We are going to sign players this summer.
No,
I know
about
hear about Reinders in a few days. I think
Okay, guys,
I think we're
1
gonna,
second.
here we go. Very
One
soon.
second. I've got here. Can you see this?
Pick it up and hold it in front of the camera.
Do you have a paper for signings?
He's
Yeah, I've
taking
got
notes,
here.
man.
Can you see this or not?
Good for him.
Come on, shout the name. Shout
Put
the
it
name.
closer. We cannot.
Go. Goalkeeper. We need a left back. We need Diaz and Ake. They're staying whether you like it or not. Stones and Akanji are staying whether you like it or not. You need a right back. Rodri Reinders in
Would it count on Stones?
He's staying. He's going to run out his contract next season. He's going.
No,
after
I think
it.
Stones.
He's got. He's staying homegrown. You need it for AG. No way. Left back. You need that guy. You need here because if you're gonna play Foden, Marmoush, Reinders, Rodri, this is a question. This is where.
Where is
You
Savio?
forgot Gibbs White.
Savi, bro, he's not even. I don't know where he's at.
You
He's
forgot Morgan Gibbs White
What
in
is
there.
Morgan Gibbs White?
Morgan Gibbs White is not on the starter. Fact, Man City will not start Morgan Gibbs White. Whether you like him.
Who have you got as left back? Hamza, who have you got as left back?
I need Kekes.
No, Ray and
Kekes going to Liverpool. Kekes going to Liverpool.
Oh, gain another Liverpool, man.
I keep telling you, we need to sign Anthony Robinson.
What you
Abdullah,
do
I
with
wouldn't.
Vardy? What you do
Sorry,
with Vardy?
hang on.
You said I know.
What
Stop
do you do
before
with
you go
Vardy?
down the 8 Norwich stuff. Before you go down 8 Norwich, we've had a bid
What's wrong with
rejected.
Norwich?
We've had a
Sorry,
bid
Did he
rejected.
go bid again?
Bid's been rejected or he's rejected?
Not at the money Wolves are quoting right now. They're talking 60 or 70 mil.
Why are Man City such penny pinchers?
Exactly.
You know why?
Because hang on a minute. So you want City to spend? Hang on. Stop. You want City to spend 70 million on every single player? We need to buy 5 to 6 players. How much is that? No, we don't. Stop. See, stop reading Twitter.
Martin, you told us we have 400 million. Now you're backtracking about it.
Yo, what's the point, man? Even I can't even take him in. Even the guitar cannot help me. Fucking hell.
So Martin, wait, Martin, you're saying you're saying they want 70 million. Don't 70 million, 70.
Hamza, let me finish. We went for Livramento, they want 80 million.
Oh my God.
Every single player we go for is stupid money. If we buy 5 players each at 80 million, how much is that? Quick maths,
I
anyone?
wanted 100 for Livramento.
I think first
400 million.
I've got a solution.
Said some youth players you don't need, and then buy.
No, it doesn't work like that.
Should I?
400, stop. Hamza, I've been trying to explain this for 10 minutes. The 400 million also includes wages and agent fees.
And we get Morgan as well for 70 million. And Livramento.
But who said he's going to come in on 250 grand a week?
Well, but it no income for 250. What are we doing here?
Right. So maybe Gibbs White comes in on 120, 125.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. So you turn around and you got to listen. There was a City trying to get the wage bill down. They've got the highest wage bill in Europe. They don't want to be the highest wage bill in Europe anymore.
Not for much longer, because
So Jack Grealish is going.
for words.
KDB is
Yes,
going.
Jack Grealish is going. KDB is going.
Gando, he's on 200 something.
No, that's what they bid in LB98. They bid it around 40 million, and we got told no. We got told no.
Do you think we'll bid a little bit higher or no?
Kekes is a value of 35
I
million.
don't know.
Kekes is 35 million, guys. He's a Man United supporter. He said he's not gonna go. We can go.
Hamza, but there
he's
is a thing called Manchester City tax. When City come a call and 10 or 15 million gets added on.
Martin, he's got 35 million.
Because they know we're owned by Arabs. They know
no, trust me, I'm telling you, he's got 35 million, bro.
So would you spend 80 million on Livramento?
I want 35. I want Kekes. Kekes is dangerous.
No, that wasn't my question. That wasn't my question.
Yeah, 50 million. 50.
The money.
The reason we didn't go for Camp. No, he is. Yeah, done as in we're not signing him. We did. The reason we're not getting Cambiasso is they want 70 odd million pounds.
Oh, I thought that was done. Okay, never mind.
No, it's changed very much.
They changed
City
their mind.
don't. No, Hamza, it's not that. We can't be spending 70, 80 mil on every single player that we get linked with.
Kekes is a good player. I'm warning you.
Can't be doing this.
Don't let Liverpool. Don't let Liverpool get Kekes.
He's already going for a medical. He's already going for a medical.
That means that's a failure from every.
Wait. Let me make an announcement. I'm gonna have to go now. Well done. We've done this, guys. We've done this stream for almost 4 hours.
That's crazy.
4 hours. You guys are killing me. These
Oh,
days.
listen, I've got a solution quickly, Patrick.
Patrick,
Patrick, can I give a solution before I forget? 1 second.
Yeah, go ahead.
The only way I would forgive, and I'll tell you, if the
Forgive who?
recruitment,
Forgive who?
Listen,
Forgive who?
Who's he forgiving?
Listen, I'm gonna tell you. I'll name them those guys first. You must try if you want to get KDB, a top talent who you think that will reach words, if not better. Franco Mastuoni at River Plate. That's a boy I've always said.
No, he's going to Real Madrid. He's going to Real Madrid.
Oh, please! Oh,
He's very.
We have Claudio Echeverri.
PSG are talking. PSG are talking to his thing. A representative. What are we doing here? PSG are talking to a representative.
And Madrid are trying to get deal for
PSG
2026.
Mastuoni is available. 35 million release clause. There you are. Oh, got Nico
So
Paz.
hang on a minute.
Nico Paz, another one.
You don't
Nico
want
Paz.
Echeverri.
What
so
about
why
Nico
can't you
Paz?
have Echeverri then?
What
Hang
about
on, why
Nico
can't
Paz?
you
We
have-
already have Echeverri. Can we see what he?
Why can't you have
first before
Echeverri?
getting rid of him?
Echeverri is very good, Hamza.
It's too young. It's too young.
Very good.
And I
Hang
think
on.
Pep don't
How old
trust
is this Masto?
Oh, it's top talent. Mastuoni is 17. He's top talent, man.
Whoa, no.
He's a top,
So
top,
117.
top
So
talent.
117.
cap.
No. You
So
got-
the
you
seven,
got- Hamza, you're
no,
mad. Hamza, you're
the
mad.
17-year-old is young enough, and Echeverri at 19.
The
is too
18-year-old's
young.
too old.
He's a generational talent. Martin, let me repeat. He's a generational player. He'll be world class. I put money on that. I put money on this stream. 3 years' time, Mastuoni is one of the biggest names in world football. Biggest
Cut
name.
the show. I'm done. Take me off.
Wins tackles. It's a title winner. Perfect end to a perfect day. Manchester City 4, Manchester United 1. Oh, what a hedge! Oh, that's electrifying! Hat-trick hunting, trick getting. Still the appetite is there for more. Oh, it is sensational!